how they require minimums, or to use your rewards before reaching some arbitrary expiration date. But Discover isn't like that. With Discover, you can redeem your rewards for cash in any amount, at any time. So you'll never have to jump through hoops. Unless you're like a trapezist, then by all means, go right ahead. Learn more at discover.com/redeem rewards. Terms apply.
Helzberg Diamonds presents the guy who hit a home run with an engagement ring. Andy was on a mission to find the perfect engagement ring. But where to start? He did research, went online, asked his best friend for advice.
Hey, for engagement rings, where should I...
Helzberg.
Andy went to Helzberg Diamonds. At Helzberg, Andy found an incredible selection of lab-grown and natural diamonds, certified and guaranteed to be of the highest quality. He also found help choosing a custom setting from Julie, a Helzberg diamond expert.
Don't worry, we got this.
Plus, he learned about Helzberg's special financing options, so Andy could get the perfect ring for her with a payment plan that was perfect for him. And when it was time to propose, he got the reaction he wanted.
Wow, you really hit it out of the park, babe.
Mission accomplished. Be like Andy. Find the ring of her dreams at a Helzberg store near you or at helzberg.com. And right now, take advantage of special financing offers. Hurry, offer ends soon.
For over 35 years, Health Partners Plans has been proudly caring for people in the community. Our nationally recognized Medicaid plan offers a growing network of doctors and hospitals so you can get care close to home. Health Partners can help you get the care you need, including doctor and hospital visits, prescriptions, immunizations, eye and dental care, and more. To learn more, please call 1-800-553-0784 or visit hpplans.com. Health Partners, trusted care where and when you need it.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. No title? No problem. With gas prices at all-time highs, now's the time to donate.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
With your donation, you'll receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher, so donate today.
When you get a call from a top NBA player who was injured in a car crash by a drunk driver and faces a career-ending injury, you know you must bring your A game. And you also feel grateful that your reputation as the world's largest injury firm with hundreds and hundreds of verdicts and billions in recoveries for our clients has been recognized. Results matter, reputation matters, choices matter. There's only one Morgan & Morgan, or thepeople.com.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Good morning. Thought I'd help you wake up.
It's 6 a.m. and you're listening to The John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Let the party begin!
The show starts now.
Yes, it does. It starts now. The John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic. A wonderful Wednesday morning that hopefully will put a smile on your face, intrigue and engage you. Pat plans on a few pithy comments here and there. Pat, you got them? You got them lined up? You have them scheduled?
No.
Are they on? Nothing?
Wasn't on the show sheet.
They're just going to fly? You mean it's just going to surprise me with them?
I guess.
There you go.
Should have to go off the cuff.
I'm counting on you. Counting on you today. Bradford White water heaters are here for the pro. Bradford White water heaters give you that splash of hot water in the back. And I thought this morning that happy thought, because Bob always would say I would feel a little bit down in my apartment before my family got here and everything. And I would, and he'd say, you know, well, I always start every day, get in the shower, and then have that happy thought. What's getting me out of bed? What's making me smile? And today I thought of the other day where both Bob and Jamie were a bit greedy, in my opinion, when they said, oh, I look at the Red Series and I'm thinking sweep. And I say, going into the Red Series, I'll just be happy with the series victory. I'll just take it. Just give me a series victory and I'll take it. But it now is getting to the greedy season for Phillies fans. And to think that the Phillies are 65-51, facing a day off tomorrow before the biggest homestand of the season. Afternoon baseball today, which puts a smile on almost everybody's face, being able to enjoy a afternoon baseball game. The Phillies are at the point now where you can feel greedy. You can believe that they've got the attention span to dominate bad teams. You do have the belief that the pitching is going to be fairly consistent and more consistent than many. And right now, 2.5 games up on a wild card berth. Now a game and a half up on the second wild card over the Padres. It's really exciting. And that is an entertaining team to watch. And even when they fall behind, you don't really feel that desperation that, man, this is going to go crappily tonight. The bats come alive. They continue to produce. And right now, well, Bob and Jamie were right. You can be a little greedy. You can look at a bad team like the Reds and go, yeah, I think they can go in there and sweep them. Take them apart.
Well, they have to. I mean, if they're really going to make this playoff run, they have to. The elite teams are the elite teams. When you're going against a Scherzer and a DeGrom and all that, those are battles that you're going to be lucky to go 50-50 on. When you play a Reds, when you play a Pirates, Washington, you got to mop up those teams. And that's the difference between this year and years past, is that you could bounce back from a series, like a tough one against the Mets, and you come out and you start swinging the bats again, and good things happen. And you're right about the pitching, John. That's one of my biggest holding ons to, that this is going to be okay. I think Wheeler struggled his last couple of outings. He won one of them 4-1.
And we're considering that a struggle.
Yeah. I mean, it was just that he was kind of looked like he was laboring a little bit, but the results didn't show it. Syndergaard, you and I think, are on the same page with him, just saying, man, does he have it? But again, battled again the other night and
Absolutely.
gave you, 7 strong innings. So I really rely, and Ranger Suarez is just coming around the form to me, it seems like. So I really, the fact that you can rely on pitching when we thought this was just a thumping team, that makes me feel pretty good.
Yeah, can we get a Skyline Chili pipeline to Nick Castellanos here in Philadelphia? Because apparently that man
you think he enjoys the Skyline?
I think he needs a Skyline in his belly to play good baseball, because 2 doubles last night.
Makes you gassy.
Yeah, well, maybe that helps him. I don't know. Some guys thrive under pressure, John. Yeah, it's good. This is the sign to me that they're real. They're beating up the bad teams finally. And when you can sweep a Pirates and Nationals and some of these other teams without much of a sweat, that's the sign to me you're a playoff caliber tested team. You're ready. They should beat the Cincinnati Reds 3-0. Even if they're down. I mean, that's a bad ball club. Pittsburgh Pirates are a bad ball club. Washington Nationals are a AA team. And they're thumping these guys. It's great to see.
It is. It's exciting, Pat, but I think that there'd be something. Is there any danger zone to going in and thinking now that the Phillies have arrived to be this sort of team that we don't take these lesser teams as seriously? Because we keep saying it. We talked about it last year. The schedule was easy, and then this team just keeps delivering.
Yeah, I mean, there's a big difference of last year than this year. Last year was managed by Joe Girardi. This year's not. That's a positive.
Topper.
Yeah. What is he doing though, Pat? That's making them all of a sudden.
I think he's just letting them play a baseball game. It was weirdly as that sounds. It was, and I equate the Joe Girardi era to coming in and doing TPS reports. Rob Thompson reminding these guys like you're playing a game. And I feel like the job of a manager is to keep the locker room loose. Under Joe Girardi, it wasn't. It was stiff and cold, and under Rob Thompson, it doesn't seem like that way at all. I mean, you can hear in his post-game pressers, music blasting, guys having fun. So, I think he instilled confidence in them, but we should look for sweeps against bad teams. That's what good teams do. I think the Phillies are a good team. They're just unfortunately in a really tough division.
43-22 under Rob Thompson.
Pretty good. I mean, is Didi,
honestly, that's such a turnaround.
Is Didi Gregorius still here if Joe Girardi's here?
Yes.
Exactly.
And he's still in the lineup.
And Bryson Stott's been one of the, driving focal points of this offense the last month and a half.
I wanted it from spring training. Stottenbohm.
He
Let
looks
it go.
like-
And everybody was talking about Stott early going, oh, he's hitting 190, hitting 180. I didn't care. Let the kid play.
Even people saying that were going, well, he looks the part. He's hitting 190. Maybe it'll come around. And now it looks like you may have lucked into a potential leadoff type of guy.
It's odd in any sport that a manager change, a coaching change, whatever, happens, and you get a lot better without making huge changes. He didn't Rhys Hoskins isn't swinging the bat differently because Rob Thompson came in and said, no, I want you to open up your stance a little bit or whatever. All of a sudden, Wheeler, Nola, and the bullpen, they're not pitching differently. They just have and Pat hit on it. They have a better confidence about them. Baseball's so much of a mental game that when you feel good, you're going to play a lot better than in other sports where if you change coaches or managers, whatever, you're going to have to make wholesale changes in order for things to get better. Baseball could just be mentally.
Do we still believe, and Pat, I know you've talked about it before with me a little bit, I would love to see, and there's no way to do it because of Gene Segura, who's freaking awesome too. I mean, I like having Segura in the lineup. Nick Maton can play. I still believe it. He can play.
Well, he'll be playing left field today.
Is he going to go in the outfield again? He has to be, I guess, right?
He's going to go in left field.
Okay. The young man can play.
Yeah, Veerley needs a day off now between Schwarber and Marsh, and he's been playing for like a week straight. So, as crazy as it sounds, Matt Veerley needs a day off. So, Nick Maton, he's just a good, kind of jack of all trades kind of guy.
And I like what I'm seeing of Stott at leadoff.
It's been great.
I do not want to see Kyle Schwarber go back to leadoff.
Schwarber's a perfect two-hole hitter to me.
See, I was thinking 3.
That's Bryce. I'm looking ahead.
Okay, well, you're talking about when Bryce comes back.
Yeah, in 2 weeks.
Different. When Bryce comes back, Bryce tells Rob Thompson where he wants to bat.
And I think that's
and then you assume that you move the furniture around.
If you go Schwarber, Harper, Hoskins, that's pretty nasty.
It is.
And then if Castellanos keeps hitting, he's right after that.
And Real Muto has had a really, really nice 5-week run.
Yeah.
I mean, he's had a very, very nice run.
Castellanos is up to 262. As much as we've blasted him this year, and understandably so.
I want the production, though, Bob. I don't care about the batting average.
Well,
I want home runs. 11 home runs is just not adequate.
I always looked at him as a gap hitter. Anytime I pictured Nick Castellanos before the Phillies, I just always saw the ball coming off his back, going to right center field, a double sitter all day long.
Where would you want him to bat in your lineup?
I don't mind him. What do they have now? 5th? I don't mind him there.
Don't you think a lot of teams would pitch around Harper though? If they're going to be real careful. If it's like I'm wondering where you.
Well, Harper I would have 3rd, and then I'd have
third.
Hoskins 4th, and like Castellanos 5th, and
Hoskins,
and then Segura 6th, and then you do your other things, whatever.
The problem with Castellanos, you want to hear a jarring number on him?
Yeah,
he has the 8th largest drop in slugging percentage from year to year over the last 30 years. He's dropped almost 200 points in his slugging percentage. He's down to 378 on the year. This was before last night, from 576 last year. Now, the good news is there's a couple great hitters in this top 10. Bryce Harper, Adrian Beltre, Cal Ripken being 3 of them.
Okay.
So it's not to say he can't bounce back, but it is a fall off the cliff from last year.
It is weird, though, because maybe it's not fair, because to your point, Bob, Castellanos, 11 home runs, 56 runs batted in. And in the exact same number of games, Rhys Hoskins, 26 home runs. He's got 15 more, but just 59 runs batted in. So Castellanos has been productive.
Yeah,
he has been a run producer. If we're going to praise Rhys Hoskins, he's hitting the bombs, but Castellanos has been just as productive in runs batted in.
Yeah, I think last year with Cincinnati, what did he have? 30 home runs, 111 RBI, whatever it was. Kind of an outlier. Look, you should be able to get 20 to 25 home runs from him, but I'm not looking at him as a 30, 35 home run guy, I don't think. Like I said, I always had him as
a 25 guy.
Yeah, I said 20, 25. Yeah.
No, I think 20. I think 22.
Yeah.
25?
But he used to be like top 10, top 15 in the majors in doubles, like pretty consistently.
Right, that's what I always thought of him. And when the Phillies were thinking of signing him, that's what I just always envisioned him coming up and hitting doubles to right center.
And I wanted him more than I wanted Schwarber.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, hey, at Whole Foods Market, you can get organic red, green, and black grapes for $2.49 a pound through August the 23rd while supplies last. Plus, Prime members save an extra 10%. The promo varies by location, so check it out. So on this August the 17th, we celebrate the birthday of our own Heavy Chevy. Mikey is I think he's 19 today, Pat. 19 or 20? Is he
24?
24?
25, actually.
25?
I guess.
Man, he's getting old. He's getting old. Happy birthday, Heavy Chevy, the guy who gives you the best local broadcast in YouTube, sports radio, television in the entire country. Great job, Heavy Chevy. Happy birthday. And we also celebrate the Phillies' 10,000th win. Now, I remember when they lost their 10,000th game years ago.
It was a long time ago now, wasn't it?
A long time ago.
Jeez.
Well, they're the losingest franchise in professional sports.
If you're going to be bad, you might as well go for it.
They have lost more games than any other franchise, but that is a spectacular mark last night. And day baseball today. Perfect.
I saw a stat that was pretty gross. It was, I think they're the 8th team all-time in sports with the 10,000th
Yeah.
win. They're the only one with a losing record.
There you go.
So that's pretty cool.
Hey, in the morning mind bender from Coach, according to the California Highway Safety Patrol, in 2021, more women were pulled over and ticketed in California for this violation than any other violation. What was it?
I don't know the California rules about being on your phone when you're driving.
It's a good guess.
But I was going to say something to do with the phone.
I'm going to
Distracted
say
driving.
either brake light or headlight out.
Interesting. I'm going to go aggressive driving, tailgating.
It's not bad. All 3 for 3 good guesses. Don't screw it up, Pat.
Pat?
Dominic Toretto impressions from the Fast and the Furious franchise.
You think they get pulled over for that?
Well, I mean, are we talking or are we racing?
Yeah, exactly.
I think she says to the cop, when you're here, you're family, right?
Yeah.
All right,
You can have
Coach.
any beer you want as long as it's Corona.
Coach, what we got?
It is not what you think. It is
Driving topless.
Not putting on lipstick.
driving topless.
What?
Now, there's a caveat to this.
What?
It is against California law.
I was actually right?
It is.
Oh, my
You
joke
were right.
guess?
It's against California law for men or women to drive without a shirt on.
Yeah, so
that
Connor would, guys driving around like Connor would be. That's why I was shocked when Connor did it, because I didn't think you were allowed to do it here.
So if you're driving around, if you're a lady in California and you're driving around with like a bikini top on in your Jeep, you can actually get pulled over for that.
Even in a bikini top,
That's correct.
which covers a lot, right?
I don't think that they really pull too many people over around in our beaches for that, do they?
Yeah, I don't think so. We saw a lot of people driving around down at the Jersey Shore without shirts off, and the guys in their midlife crisis Jeeps with no doors, with one foot hanging out, and driving around.
Jeep's a fun item.
Things.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a good look.
I said, there it is. It's always good. I always love it when they have the kids in the back with the no doors. It's always a good look. Hey, the Fanatic Summer Golf Classic's coming, and it's on Tuesday, and it's presented by Corona Premier, the Scramblewood at Ramblewood next Tuesday. It's Ron Jaworski's Ramblewood Country Club in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. So you could work in the morning, Bob, and play with us in the afternoon.
1 o'clock tee off time, yes.
So you can work, take a half day, and come and join us. Our show and Anthony Gargano are going to broadcast live. Everybody from the Fanatic will be out there. Dinner's included, and your first Corona is free, and everyone gets a free pair of tickets to FanFest. It's almost sold out. You got to get in on the last spots now. Go to 97.5thefanatic.com, and you can help support the American Association for Cancer Research by being there. Corona Premier is the exceptional light beer. Steven Singer's, go to IHateStevenSinger.com. Find a fantastic gift. Co-Pair, your partner in weight loss, the gold standard in Philly. Ferguson HVAC, your Delaware Valley Train heating and air conditioning distributor. Everfresh juices and juice drinks. nature's refreshment, Dry Tech Waterproofing Solutions, and 97.5 The Fanatic. Jamie, tell your mother she's a beautiful, beautiful lady if she's not listening.
She watches on YouTube most mornings.
Those are spectacular, absolutely spectacular.
Blueberry
muffins. And since I'm now supposed to be incorporating stuff like that back into my diet, tell her that is my first.
I haven't tried one yet.
No, they are ridiculously
but
great.
Skylar had one last night when she dropped them off, and she said the review was absolutely delicious.
Oh my gosh!
So
she gets the
phenomenal.
She gets the crumb quotient really well at the top.
Muffins are great. They're basically just cake. I mean,
it's like a cake.
Sure it is.
Let's call it
you
what
throw
it
some
is.
fruit in there to make it sound healthy. Yeah,
they're cake.
Hey, we were at PJ Wellahan's yesterday. Saw one of the Brandons out there in Newtown Square. It's officially patio season. It's the perfect way to enjoy your favorite craft beer and award-winning wings, plus happy hour specials available every weeknight. Everyone loves PJ's. And we took Bob Cooney's advice. Right after dropping Lib off at school, getting her all moved in, Bob said, why don't you get her a drink? And that's exactly what we did. We went out to PJ's, had a nice lunch, made that our dinner, and had a nice little beer on a beautiful day, and just chilled out.
It's kind of my answer to any problem or any dilemma you may have is, why don't you go out and get a drink?
And I was very proud of her yesterday. I said, no tears from the triumvirate of the Kincades. None of us. And I think the night before we sort of talked it out. There's no reason. You're 36 miles away or whatever. Anything you need. Dad's 5 miles away on work days. Anything you need. And she was having a blast last night. So hopefully they're enjoying everything down there in the Temple dorms. Everybody was down there. PHL 17 was there as she's moving in. And the girl comes bouncing over and goes, hi, do you want to be on television? Do you want to come on and do an interview? She's like, yeah, I'll go on. So her and her roommate did a little bit with PHL 17 yesterday morning. There is one problem. Miles Sanders is out injured again. He missed Sunday, he missed Tuesday practices, and now it appears to be some sort of a hamstring or leg tightness. And we talked about it before. The Eagles better be shopping for a running back, or it's going to come back to bite them. They can't count. The one thing we know about Miles Sanders, he's incredibly talented, but you cannot count on him being available. And the one thing this team can't end up having is an unreliable running back situation. When you have the dominance of that offensive line and you need to be able to run, and I love Boston Scott, and I love what he brings to the table, and it might end up being something where you can't lean on him for that to work. They need a running back. They got to go get somebody.
Yeah, I mean, word like a week or two ago is that they might be in the market for, one of these Justice Hill types or somebody.
That's fine.
I think Boston Scott is fairly reliable. Yeah, I mean, Miles Sanders, the biggest knock on him is his availability. There's no doubt about it. We'll see if it's something that lingers to week one or not. I would tend to think not. Devontae kind of was held out for a little while there with the same hamstring issue. Now he's back and looks great. It might be super precautionary training camp stuff, especially from somebody what it is.
I don't think keeping him out Sunday and Tuesday.
I mean, Devontae missed a bunch of practices.
Yeah, look, if they're going to be caught, is there any other team that you think is going to be as cautious as the Eagles?
Yeah, they're
not practicing anyway.
They might be the biggest bubble wrap team in the league
for
right
this guy, though.
Yeah, no,
this is the guy that
definitely raises your eyebrows if I had any.
Get you nervous.
But yeah, maybe they look, but I don't know who you're bumping out. I doubt you're going to carry 4 running backs unless one of those guys can be a special teams contributor.
Don't you have to have somebody? You have to have somebody stashed.
I guess it'll tell you how they feel about Gainwell.
Yeah, I think Kenny Gainwell is a guy that they feel real comfortable, that they're going to feel comfortable with this year plugging in.
When you hear Jeff McClain from yesterday's show with Anthony Gargano, we'll hear a little bit from him a little bit later on in the show. I didn't get that impression, or at least from Jeff, that they are thrilled with Kenny Gainwell. As a pass catcher, potentially, but a running back, that there's concern about him as a running back. So that could be something that they're watching. But, Pat, you and I were both clamoring for Kenny Gainwell. We liked him before the draft.
Yeah. It's
And-
probably the few people that actually watched.
Well, exactly. We watched
Little
them
bit of
we watched them sort of by accident.
Hey, plenty of degenerates watch Conference USA or whatever the hell it's called now.
It's
The
AAC.
AAC.
It's the American.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah.
JAC.
It's
Where's
Conference
your,
USA
where's
to
your
me.
alma mater?
Yeah.
Where do they play?
Division III football. It's kind of a big deal.
It is?
Yeah. Huge. Big deal. Big
Pat,
deal.
us D1 teams,
I
we feel a little different.
my alma mater doesn't even have a football team.
They
so.
do. No, Newman's going D1 this year.
No, they're not.
I think they are.
No,
They're not?
yeah, homecoming was soccer games.
Was it really?
Yeah, that's
No,
cool.
it wasn't.
Yeah, I swear to God.
They don't do homecoming
Yes,
soccer.
yeah, homecoming was soccer games.
Not even lacrosse?
In 4 years, I never went to one.
Wow. I'm
5
sorry to hear that.
Five. Yeah.
Was it 5
Well, it
years?
was like 6.
6 years?
I mean, after 4,
stopped
it's like,
counting.
Might as well round it up to 7.
You're 6 at Newman?
Yeah, 7.
Really?
7 or 8.
Really?
I mean, I saw Van Wilder, and the movie spoke to me.
And you wanted to
Guy
pace,
that never wanted to leave college.
You wanted to pace out your learning process.
That's one way to put it. Yeah.
That is good. That's interesting. That's I think that I would hate to see this season get derailed by the running game's not doing what it's doing because Miles Sanders can't play.
I don't know. With this offensive line, if you have to plug and play, now Sanders on average misses about 3 games a year. If you have to plug and play for 3 games with this offensive line with a Kenny Gainwell, Boston Scott, I think you'll be okay. I do. That's how good this offensive line is.
It is a great
I'm not talking
offensive
about those guys having 20 carries, but we've seen when Boston Scott has to step in or a Kenny Gainwell. Hopefully you can do it in his second year. I don't think they're overly concerned, and maybe they shouldn't be simply because that offensive line is so great.
All right, we got a lot coming your way this morning. We hope you'll hang out with us. And one of the things I want to do is talk to people who really, really want Kevin Durant. Because I need answers. If you really, really want them, I need a little reality check. And we'll get to that next with the boys. It's the John Kincade Show. You're on 97.5 The Fanatic. That BetParks app is everything that you could potentially want in a digital casino and sportsbook, and it's the one that I recommend for you. That BetParks app is easy. If you're in Pennsylvania or New Jersey, you download the app. You can get a risk-free bet up to $750. That risk-free bet will be refunded in site credit. So what does that mean? How about putting it down on a futures bet? Do you believe the Birds are going over 9.5 wins? I most certainly do. I've already placed my wager. You can place yours with that risk-free bet. Do you believe the Birds are going to win the NFC East? I do. I've already placed that wager. The futures bets are a great way to do it. I don't bet the preseason games, but futures betting always has me interested. New users get that risk-free bet up to $750. You must be 21 years old, and you've got to be in Pennsylvania or New Jersey to participate. If you've got a gambling problem, I implore you to please call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
For someone who's super, super hot, you're really cranky.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic's 2022 Summer Golf Classic, the Scramblewood at Ramblewood, presented by Corona Premier. Next Tuesday, August 23rd at Ron Jaworski's Ramblewood Country Club in Mount Laurel, New Jersey.
Take a day off and spend it on the links with 97.5 The Fanatic.
The John Kincade Show and Anthony Gargano will broadcast live, and everyone from The Fanatic will be there.
Judge, he got all of that one.
Dinner is included, and your first Corona is free.
Plus, everyone gets a free pair of tickets to FanFest 2022.
This is almost sold out. Sign up now at 975thefanatic.com. Portions of the proceeds benefit the American Association for Cancer Research. Support life-saving cancer research by making a donation to the AACR. Go to 975thefanatic.com/AACR.
97.5 The Fanatic's 2022 Summer Golf Classic.
Presented by Everfresh Juices and Juice Drinks, Nature's Refreshment, Dry Tech Waterproofing Solutions, the leader in basement waterproofing and foundation repair.
And 97.5 The Fanatic.
It's in the hole! It's in the hole!
Philadelphia.
T-Mobile believes customers deserve to get more without paying more. Everything from entertainment benefits like Netflix on Us, to travel benefits, to Scam Shield protection, all with taxes and fees included. So the price you see is the price you pay. When you're a T-Mobile customer, you get over $225 in value every month in benefits with our Max Family Plan.
That's like paying for nosebleed seats and getting to sit in the front row.
That's right. At T-Mobile, your family gets over $225 worth of value and benefits with our Max Plan each and every month. Plus, with our Price Lock Guarantee, we won't raise your rate plan price for talk, text, and data ever.
That's like paying for a cab and getting a stretch limo.
At T-Mobile, you get value beyond the expected.
Qualifying service required. Value based on included monthly benefits. Sales tax and regulatory fees included in Max's monthly price. Price Lock guarantees rate price of talk, text, and data for new accounts with qualifying service. Exclusions apply. See details at T-Mobile.com.
I want to take more chances with the embroidering.
Henley's vision for a new clothing line is coming into focus.
Dramatic.
They'll need an on-staff photographer to put their collection in the spotlight.
Why is no one taking shots of these?
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Let's be real. Mopping is a hassle. You have to fill the bucket, pushing a wet, heavy mop around, then cleaning the mop when you're done so it doesn't grow bacteria. A hassle on top of a hassle. Try Swiffer Wetjet. With Swiffer Wetjet, you start with a fresh pad and cleaning solution every time. And when you're done, you just toss the pad. Swiffer Wetjet, the faster, easier, cleaner way to clean your floors.
When you have trouble sleeping, it's tough. When kids have trouble sleeping,
Mom, I can't sleep. Dad, just one more story?
for nights like this, try Vicks Pure Z's Kids. Our great tasting gummies are specially formulated for kids with a unique blend of botanicals and a low dose of melatonin to support their natural sleep cycle. Best of all, they're drug-free and non-habit forming. Help your child fall asleep naturally with Pure Z's Kids Gummies. Consult with a doctor before use. For ages 4 and up.
I try to save money when I can, but lately, I've been stretching my dollars so much, I'm getting a cramp. That's why I'm glad I went to Kohl's for great back-to-school deals, like kids' clothes for under $7, sheets for just $9.99, and the cutest jeans for under $20. Plus, I earned Kohl's Cash. So when times are tight, get to Kohl's. Select styles ends August 21st. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
You've been putting back a few, and a few becomes a few too many. For a moment, you think of calling for a ride, but nah, you live nearby. What's the worst that could happen? You get pulled over, your insurance goes up, you lose your license, you total your car, you kill someone. The results of driving drunk are tragic. That's why law enforcement is out there looking for impaired drivers to save lives. So if you think you're okay to drive after a few drinks, think again. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
In the wee hours of the night, when everyone else is fast asleep, you're the one on third shift, burning the midnight oil. When a part fails and everything comes to a grinding halt, regardless of what the clock on the wall says, you leap into action. Grainger is with you and all the ones who get it done. With 24/7 customer support by phone or click to chat. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Staples has everything for school at great prices. So this year you won't go back to school. You'll be ready to move forward with all your school printing from Staples.
Okay, class, refer to the seating chart for your desk assignment. Class?
But we can't read yet.
Don't worry, they'll get there. Now get 30% off school-related prints when you spend $25 or more. This year, go forward to school with Staples. In-store only, exclusions apply. One coupon per customer ends 8/27. Visit staples.com/school printing for coupon and requirements.
Car shoppers, with light inventories and heavy markups, is it even possible to find a fair deal out there? To be sure, Faulkner Buick GMC in Westchester is the region's trusted name for selection and savings. With no markups and nothing priced above MSRP. Fair, honest pricing has been our way for over 30 years. Find the perfect vehicle, whether you pre-order or drive it off the lot today at Faulkner Buick GMC in Westchester on Auto Park Boulevard and at FaulknerAuto.com. To be sure.
Hey, join 97.5 The Fanatic and me, Anthony Gargano, Saturday from 1 to 4 at the Dick's Sporting Goods located at the Deptford Mall in New Jersey for an amazing day featuring a Q&A with the Skip. That's right, Charlie Manuel. The latest Nike MLB gear, games, photo opportunities, giveaways, Kona Ice Truck, Balloon Twister, and more. Fans eligible for a free gift, courtesy of Fanatics, with the purchase of Nike MLB gear. I got to get some. The Q&A with the Skip, Charlie Manuel, and me will start at 2 o'clock. Get to the Dick's Sporting Goods at the Deptford Mall this Saturday.
Listen to 97.5 The Fanatic everywhere. On Alexa at 975thefanatic.com, the Fanatic app, and now on Odyssey. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
It's spelled Kincade, Kincade. Just so you know when you're writing your complaint emails.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
It's the John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. And you know, Martin Law is Philly's original law firm for injured workers. Schedule a free consultation today at paworkinjury.com. Gotta love that. Pat's bouncing around in there. Pat, you got a little bit of bounce in your step this morning. What's that about?
Oh,
I'm always a little suspicious. Is that it?
Hump day, yeah.
It's not payday.
It's one of the weird days where I had like a horrible night's sleep, but I woke up and I was still awake.
Because you seem very bouncy this morning.
Yeah, it was weird. I was like waking up constantly. Yeah, it was a horrible night's sleep. So I'll probably feel it in a couple hours.
I did the terrible wake up at 3:35 when my alarm's 3:55.
So you didn't do the wake up at 2 and go to the bathroom?
No.
1, like you did the other night thinking that it was time.
And then that was bad news because then it's the awkward like 20 minutes. Yeah. I went back to sleep.
That never works.
When it's 2 hours, it's good. When it's 20, 30 minutes,
because then if you do go back to sleep, it's your best sleep of the night.
Yeah, I was out all night. Yeah.
Exactly.
Sucked.
Hey, coming up, talking about the best, not the best show ever, which appears every afternoon at 2 o'clock here on The Fanatic. How about FanDuel Sportsbook presenting FanFest 2022? Coming up Saturday, October 1st, 1 to 5 at Xfinity Live. You got to be 21 to enter. And FanDuel's going to have their football toss with a chance to meet our very special guest, soon to be announced. The Mechanical Shark makes a return. The 3-person rock wall, Spider Mountain, and a 100-foot obstacle course from Betty's Bounces. Betty's Bounces just makes me laugh every time.
Let me just add on to that.
Yes.
The listeners in attendance that day will be able to bet on some of our hosts going through that obstacle course.
On the obstacle course.
Yeah, more details.
And you can bet on it. And you can bet on it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Connor already has himself at even odds.
The Sixers are bringing their sports court and net, which is always beautiful. And you can take a picture with the bell they ring before each game. Franklin, the mascot, will be there. The Union are bringing their 50-foot inflatable soccer field, too. Flyers and Wings will be on site with games and interactive activities. A bunch of exotic cars like Lamborghinis, Ferraris, and Rolls Royces to grab a picture in front of Imagine Lifestyle's luxury rentals. All of us will be there from The Fanatic. There will be the haunted Deadly Beach. This sounds like a horror movie, Coach.
Yeah.
The Deadly Beach.
Yep.
Haunted Deadly Beach.
Going to be cool.
Lots of food, drinks, plenty of fun all day long. And you're going to be hearing about our special guests for FanFest coming up. It's October the 1st. You got to win your tickets. You do need tickets to enter, and you got to be 21. We'll tell you some of those special guests we will find out soon, Coach, correct? We will be announcing these names.
I would say probably a really big guest will be announced at some point this week.
That sounds wonderful. Sounds wonderful. So, all right, well, what would a 76ers roster look like post an addition of Kevin Durant? Tom the Cop asked me yesterday outside of the...
what do you say, Tom the Cop?
Tom the Cop, man, he had things going on. And by the way, Tom the Cop doesn't mess around. It's like, if he tells you to move your car, move your car. He wants you to move it. But he says to me, he goes, I don't understand something. If the 76ers get Kevin Durant, what's their roster going to look like? Because what do they have to give up? God bless you, Jamie. It's nothing to sneeze at.
Damn.
So if I'm going to go into the premise of this, if we assume that you lose Maxey, Harris, and Thibault, and you do a bunch of pick swaps with Brooklyn because you don't have draft picks to trade, first rounders to trade until 2029, who's left? What's your roster? And more importantly, can you give me your starting 5 and 3 bench players? If we assume you're going Maxey, Harris, and potentially Thibault, even though I don't know, Brooklyn was anti-Thibault reportedly before the trade deadline. That was all about vaccine stuff. But, Bob, what's your lineup look like? Because I keep hearing these people going, well, you got to make the move. You have to do it. There's no choice. Discussion over. You got to go get Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
What's your roster look like?
If Kevin Durant's available, you absolutely do that.
Okay, what's the roster?
There's an argument that he's the best player in the league right now.
There most certainly is an argument to be made to that.
Yeah.
But what's the roster look like?
Well, the guys you're giving up, you're losing 2 starters in Maxey and Tobias Harris. Okay, who do you have to plug? What type of player do you have to plug in? If you have Joel Embiid, James Harden, and Kevin Durant in a starting lineup, okay, I just need maybe a spot up shooter, a good wing defender. I mean, you could literally plug and play pretty much anyone. You still have on the roster. You're going to have a PJ Tucker,
but but isn't he more valuable as a situational player more than a starter?
Well, I mean, if you have Harden, Durant, and Embiid, you could put us 2 in there. I mean, like, it's not. Yeah, so I put Tucker out there because he's a good defender.
Okay.
All right. I need a good defender out there.
Tucker goes in your starting 5.
Yeah, I'd have a Tucker out there. You could have you could start Melton, maybe a Daniel House, seeing how he is. You'll still have Niang coming off the bench. You'll have B-Ball Paul, whatever.
That's your bench?
Who's interested? Well, I mean, what's your bench now? You're not losing bench guys that you have now.
Well, I think right now, or you have to. I mean,
I just jotted it down. I have a starting 5: Harden, Melton, Durant, Harris, and I lost Harris. I don't know why I lost Harris. Tucker and Embiid. Then your bench is House, whoever, Reed, Bassey, and then you're going to need a
Reed and Bassey are like 2 of your first guys.
No, one of them, whoever's backing up Embiid, whatever is, and then you're going to have to probably rely on an Isaiah Joe or a Shake Milton to step up in the top 8.
They're thin as all get out. And by the way,
the top 5 is the best in the NBA.
And by the way, 3 of the guys that you're counting on as your triumvirate of talent are guys who oft injured. The last 3 years, they're oft injured.
Yeah, you got to take risks. I mean, desperation.
So what happens when they're out? Where is the depth in the roster to be able to handle it?
Even if one of those guys goes out, the other 2 can theoretically still carry you.
Yeah, I like literally.
I didn't see Embiid and Harden able to carry me.
Well, Embiid was out, and then he came back a shell of himself.
You're adding maybe the best player in the league. Your starting lineup. You could even say, look, I'm going to start guys that should be your 7th and 8th guy. Start them so that you can have a better bench. Like you said,
right.
If I want to put PJ Tucker on a bench to strengthen that unit, I could throw in an Isaiah Joe. I mean, you seriously, you have Kevin Durant, Joel Embiid, and James Harden. The other 2 starters, I don't know. If somebody want to play me defense? Hey, Shake, promise me you'll play me defense. I'll throw you in this starting lineup. Like, it doesn't really much matter. Who started with Durant, Harden, and Kyrie Irving in New Jersey? Exactly.
No, you're right.
Joe Harris out there because he was a shooter.
One of the best 3-point shooters.
Yeah,
he's one of the best 3-point shooters in the game.
Yeah, but guess how you get there? Because you have wide open shots because ain't nobody paying attention when they're playing defense against Durant, Irving, and Harden.
Who's that guy?
It could be George Niang. It could be Isaiah Joe. It could be, one of those guys. You're going to get so many. Imagine the open looks you're going to get offensively, John, when you have those 3 guys on the court. Like, who the hell is paying attention to you at all at the offensive end when you have Durant, Harden, and Embiid on the floor? So Isaiah Joe booming instantly becomes even a better shooter. So does George Niang. So does Tucker. So does anybody you throw out there. And then I'd get a specialist. I'd get like a defensive specialist or something.
And veteran buyout time, you would assume.
No, we cannot assume after last year.
When you have Harden, Durant, and Embiid, people are going to chase.
Well,
that's just a given.
You mean they're coming for Harden because they had no interest in coming for Embiid and Harden last year.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin Durant drastically changes everything.
So they want to come because Harden's here.
Harden, Durant, and Embiid is silly.
Oh, I think it's crazy.
Yes, I think people would ring chase to them.
I mean, that's the I don't know. It seems to me the idea is, well, you can plug anybody in. Seems like we're going to be talking about, because we talked about it before with the bench being a problem that with teams, and people go, I remember Mike Missinelli last year saying it doesn't matter who's on your bench. If your starters are good, go get Durant. It doesn't matter as long as your bench is good. Bench does matter.
Oh, bench matters, and I've said that
for championship clubs.
Sure, and I've said that before. And look, your bench could very well be. Look, James Harden averages close to 38, 39 minutes a night. He doesn't come. I mean, this is throughout his career. The guy doesn't come out of the game. So when you talk about your bench, you're probably talking about a bench that includes James Harden. Now, does B-Ball Paul become that much better of a player when he gets to learn James Harden? They get to play together, and Harden's like, look, dude, if you pick and roll properly, I'll get you the ball. And all you have to do is catch it and dunk or catch it and dry. Like, B-Ball Paul has athleticism for a 6'9" guy. Guys become better when you have elite point guards, and James Harden is probably still that. So I don't know. Is Durant going to be on the floor with some of the second unit guys? Everybody thinks that when you think second unit, it's 5 new guys. Well, that's not the case. It's probably 2 or 3 new guys and subbing in and out that way. So you have 3 extremely talented players like those guys, probably 3 of the top 15 players in the NBA. I think I could make not only the starters work, but the bench work also.
Okay, I want to ask what percentage of games? Just a little quiz. Pat, play a little game with me here.
Okay.
164 possible games. In case that's what we're talking about. How many has Kevin Durant been available for the last 2 years?
69.
You just picked that number out of your head?
You're the best.
I didn't want to go. I thought 60 was too low and 70 was a little too high.
See,
but I also
just
didn't
like
want to make it like a 70, 80, 90.
Well, it's 90.
I was going to say 96 was my
90.
guess.
90 of 164. Joel Embiid is the iron horse of the 3. He's played in 139 out of 164. James Harden, 109 out of 164. Honestly, that's what we're going to count on. And they're going to be
scared money don't make no money, John.
They're going to be. Oh, I absolutely will raise my hand that I'm scared of that idea.
Yeah.
That I'm betting on 3 guys who've been oft injured to now that they're going to be healthier now as they're older.
Yeah, eventually something's got to go right for them.
And all 3 are going to go right, or 2 out of 3 is going to go right.
I mean, yeah.
I'm scared of that. I absolutely will say
I'm drunk with optimism.
So you wouldn't make the move. You wouldn't make that trade for Kevin Durant.
I would. You've won me over a little bit on the idea that if I wanted to put Tucker on the bench squad, that I can do that because of the fact of what the 3 of them can bring. I will not get past the idea that I don't think the 3 of them are going to. There's no reason to believe they're going to be healthier as they get older. There's no reason to believe that. And so to me, you're dealing on 3 guys who've been oft injured for 3 seasons. That you're counting on them to show up, and this is the year they're going to put it all together and be healthy.
Well, I made that long list of great players that had seasons of 70-plus games, and a lot of them came back from injury and played later in life. Like Shaq played later in his career, played 70-plus games. It looks like Embiid now later in his career is learning to play more games. Harden is having a summer, and talking to somebody the other day, he's having a summer like he hasn't had in the last 2 or 3 years, where he's traveling with his guys to work out with everywhere he goes, and he is dedicated this year. Do I think he could play 65, 70 games this year? Yeah. Kevin Durant, yeah, he had the Achilles issue and stuff like that. That probably takes a couple of years to get yourself fully recovered. I didn't notice any slowdown in Kevin Durant all that much last year when he was on the floor. Could it be that they're injury prone? Absolutely, John, but especially at their advanced age. But could it be that they have 2 or 3 years of good health? Yeah. I'd call it even money.
Jamal says it on here on Twitter.
What do you say, Jamal?
He says, I am so over the conversation because all of them will say you have to do it. You just have to do it because Kevin Durant is what he is. But when it doesn't work out, people will have amnesia and say, man, it's just not like
no. Nothing's worked out yet.
Yeah,
so what are you talking about?
It sounds desperate. Very desperate.
What sounds desperate? Kevin Durant getting getting the best player in the league?
Yeah,
I think it sounds pretty smart.
Absolutely, but what it costs, it doesn't. The thing is, there's so much that has to go right if you go and do this.
I mean, you're losing Tyrese Maxey. Tobias Harris is an overpaid, okay player. He's nice. I'm not going to cry tears that we're losing Tobias.
Okay,
Maxey's the one that hurts, but he's far from untouchable.
Okay, let me bring it back to this. When James Harden was acquired, every single one of us, Bob was the most cautious, but every single one in the overwhelming opinion was this team is an Eastern Conference Finals team. something bad happened, and they weren't. And they haven't been forever. So I'm just saying is the idea is that
I would do the James Harden for Ben Simmons trade today again, all over again. There's no amnesia with the James Harden deal.
No, not at all.
No, I mean, I'd do that trade 7 out of 7 times.
All right, look at it this way. Joel Embiid, who's the guy that we're most accustomed to, is often injured. We talk about that all the time. Joel Embiid goes down in years past, and you're like, oh, my God, can't believe it. Joel Embiid goes down now, and you have Kevin Durant and James Harden on the floor. I think you're feeling pretty good about your team still. Way better than you've ever felt about the team when he went down before.
You guys are more in on Harden than I am. I need to see
on
more.
Durant.
No, you guys are more in on Harden than I am. I've seen such a disappearing act last year that it was incredible to me. And so I need to see more. And I'm gonna and games in December and January.
But disappearing from what? Houston Harden?
No, he literally disappeared in the postseason.
Because he was alone. And Eric Spoelstra's a really good defensive. He didn't give up. Eric Spoelstra walled him off and made his life hell. The Heat get a lot of credit for that.
But you don't think other teams are going to have the ability to do stuff like that?
Not with Kevin Durant on the court.
If they're all healthy, it would be great.
Even if one of them's down, I mean, that's still nasty.
Hey, the beach, the boardwalk, and the boat on the bay, Bet Parks when you're down the shore. Download it at betparks.com. You got to be 21 and in New Jersey. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Randy and Ambler checks in. What's going on, Randy?
Hey, how you doing?
Good, buddy.
Listen, this Kevin Durant conversation. I love your show. I'm with you, John. I listen to you guys every day.
Thank you, buddy.
I had to call. You do not make a trade for Kevin Durant. That makes absolutely no sense whatsoever, and I'll explain why. Number one, what did Brooklyn win when they had Kyrie Irving, when they had James Harden and Kevin Durant, and no bench? Absolutely nothing.
Well, they played I think it was 19 games together, the three of them.
Okay, what did they win last year?
Harden was moved.
Kyrie, well, I know, but they still had Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant.
Yeah, Kyrie half the time.
Kyrie didn't play.
He was playing in the playoffs.
Yeah, they didn't have Harden in the playoffs.
All right, but they had Kevin Durant.
I mean, no, it's like no, but I keep hearing
Irving didn't play on
if Embiid went down, you'd still have Kevin Durant and James Harden.
The two teams in the finals, real quick. The two teams in the finals, they went 8 or 9 deep in their bench. There was no just 3-stud players.
They absolutely went 8. Golden State goes 8.
Thank you. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like you need multiple players. Like 3 players in this league is not going to do it.
I think. Hey, Randy, you want to come to FanFest? Do you have tickets yet?
I would love to come to Fantasy Fest.
Oh, you're in, man.
You got it, buddy.
You are in, Randy. We'll see you there.
Yeah, it's funny. Everybody looks for the perfect. Perfect. Well, if you get the three of the best players in the league, then you don't have a bench. Okay, yeah, things are going to be sacrificed. You don't have any perfection right now with this Sixers roster either. You're not going to get perfection here. But if you're going to get 3 of the top 15 players on your starting lineup, I think it makes it easier to fill in the other spots than it does at any other time.
Well, I don't think you're wrong on that.
I mean, the definitives aren't they're all not going to be healthy. Of course they're not. Well, they are all going to be healthy. Well, we can't say that either. There's just no definitives. What do you put? Where's your best position to go? Is your best position to go with Kevin Durant along with James Harden and Joel Embiid? Or is your best position to say, well, the team's a little bit deeper because you didn't get Durant and you're relying on Tyrese Maxey?
Well, when you're looking at when it was Steph, Clay, and Draymond, for instance, and you're looking at those 3 all playing together, it wasn't that you weren't dealing with guys that were older along the way, and you're dealing with guys that you sort of grew with. I just feel like there's a desperation that people are just desperate that, okay, we got to make this move. It's got to happen. I don't think it's happening.
I mean, I think there's a desperation in that Joel Embiid has a window, and that window is getting smaller and smaller, so there's desperation there, but it's not desperation to get one of the top 3 players in the league. It never is desperation to do that.
This is a guy who gets fickle with everything. He wants out of everywhere. You're okay with that too?
Yeah, I'm willing to risk it all at this point.
Yeah, I don't care that much about that.
That sounds desperate. Like, I don't care. Look, he might leave us in 2 years. I don't care. He may pull his next temper tantrum and decide I'm out of there. I don't like it here.
All right. Well, were they desperate when they got Ersan Ilyasova and Bellinelli and J.J. Redick and Jimmy Butler and Tobias Harris? Like, look at all the moves they've made with Joel Embiid.
That is correct.
So, yeah, it's desperate. You want to win Whoa, I almost cursed.
That's right.
You want to win a championship. So, yeah, all your moves are desperate because you have one of the best players in the league in Joel Embiid, and this organization hasn't figured out who to put around him to make that happen. And you thought you had it with Ben Simmons and him when they lost to Toronto on the quadruple doink or whatever, but you didn't. So then you went another way, and then you went another way, and then you went another way. So, yeah, desperation has been overriding this organization for the last 5 years.
I feel like I can hear a tick, 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 Pat. Like when I hear any of this Durant talk. It's like everybody knows this window is closing, as James says. It's the window's going to close.
Yeah,
I think the window's not. And if Boston gets him, I think the window is closed.
Well, that's part of the reason you do it.
That's going to be popular, but I think it's closed.
Now that's an interesting point. Does that come into play with you at all?
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
you don't want.
No, it does.
Yeah.
It does. No, so that does. That's the only Bob. I think that might be the number one thing that's getting me to
want to get him.
Do it. Because, Pat, I think if Boston gets him, I think it's over.
It's going to suck. There's no other way to put it. If Boston gets him, it's going to suck. I also think Boston's the package they could include would probably be more enticing. But, yeah, I mean, I don't. Part of me goes, like, you don't make a move because your rival's making a move. But in this situation, you kind of might have to because it's not for a bad player. It's for, as Bob said, arguably the best player in the league.
I heard Windy yesterday, Team Windy. He's been on fire the past year and a half. He said the Nets have no leverage. He said none. He said,
I don't believe they do.
He said teams know that, and they're not offering more than what has already been talked about because they know. And that's maybe a case against Durant is that you can uproot and just destroy a franchise in the flick of a finger, but I mean, you might be able to play the patient waiting game here and actually get a good deal.
Mike from Delran, you're always very logical.
John, I don't really agree with you often, but I agree with you today about that. Like, listen, look, you look at teams like Golden State, Boston, the Bucks, right? These teams, the one thing they have in common is that they're deep, and they usually, minus a few minor pieces, bring back the same team every season.
And they're not top-heavy old.
Correct. And we every offseason, we make these moves. Like, we want to make these giant moves. I get it. Kevin Durant might be the best player in basketball. But you know what? Let's give this team a shot. I mean, for the first time in how long can we say that we're happy with, we're happy with our starting five and we're happy with the bench? Like, let's just give it a shot. I mean, you take Kevin Durant and put him on this team, and then you got nothing after the starting five. And I don't care what you say. That's not going to be good enough in the playoffs. Go Birds.
Go Birds. All right, Mikey, we'll get to more. Hey, we got a bunch of people want to talk to. Mikey and Frank and others, we will get to you if you stick around. We'll keep this going after the top of the hour. It's the John Kincade Show, 1 hour in the books. We got 3 more to go. Hang out with us, won't you, here on 97.5 The Fanatic. We talk about windows being closed. Maybe the windows at your homes aren't easily closed because they stink. They're broken, they're old, they're cracked, whatever it is. Window Nation has a back-to-school sale that'll entice you. How about getting 2 free windows for every 2 that you buy? And if I told you got to pay nothing until 2025, are you getting in on it? You should be. How about lowering your energy bills, raising the value of your home, getting new energy-efficient windows from Window Nation? I'm talking vinyl, I'm talking wood, I'm talking fiberglass. You go to windownation.com. Every style, every size, every color available for you. But when I'm telling you get 2 free for every 2 that you buy, and you're paying nothing, you're not even opening your wallet until 2025, this is an amazing deal. But you got to go do it today. Make the call. They have an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, so you know you can trust them. So go to windownation.com, do your window shopping, and then call them at 866-90-NATION. That's 866-90-NATION.
The John Kincade Show.
God, I am so sick of this crap.
Is this the show?
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
I want to take more chances with the embroidering.
Henley's vision for a new clothing line is coming into focus.
Dramatic.
They'll need an on-staff photographer to put their collection in the spotlight.
Why is no one taking shots of these?
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Let's be real. Mopping is a hassle. You have to fill the bucket, pushing a wet, heavy mop around, then cleaning the mop when you're done so it doesn't grow bacteria. A hassle on top of a hassle. Try Swiffer Wetjet. With Swiffer Wetjet, you start with a fresh pad and cleaning solution every time. And when you're done, you just toss the pad. Swiffer Wetjet, the faster, easier, cleaner way to clean your floors.
If you're a window installer, keep it simple. Choose Andersen 400 Series windows. They're the cladwood windows contractors trust the most. So much so, they're the windows contractors trust for their own homes. And with fewer callbacks, the choice is simple. It's Andersen 400 Series windows, the windows contractors trust the most. Get started at AndersonWindows.com today.
Claims based on 2022 Andersen brand survey of U.S. contractors.
Hey, it's Jen Scordo, 97.5 The Fanatic Summer Golf Classic presented by Corona Premier, happening August 23rd at Ramblewood Country Club. You want to play? Join me at Bally's Bar and Grill in Levittown this Saturday from 6 to 7 p.m. Enjoy Corona Premier on special and compete in our golf putting contest to win great prizes, including passes for you and a guest to play in the Fanatics Golf Classic. That's Bally's Bar and Grill this Saturday from 6 to 7, 6922 Bristol Emily Road, Levittown. For details, visit our events page on 97.5thefanatic.com.
I try to save money when I can, but lately, I've been stretching my dollars so much, I'm getting a cramp. That's why I'm glad I went to Kohl's for great back-to-school deals, like kids' clothes for under $7, sheets for just $9.99, and the cutest jeans for under $20. Plus, I earned Kohl's Cash. So when times are tight, get to Kohl's. Select styles ends August 21st. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean. I hate the struggle of tough, greasy messes on my stovetop. So I just freak, wipe, and I'm done.
When I'm frustrated with stubborn bathtub soap scum, I just freak, wipe, and I'm done.
Mr. Clean Clean Freak delivers an innovative cleaning experience with a powerful deep cleaning mist that starts working on contact to break down tough messes in seconds.
Just freak,
wipe, done.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
We're very excited about our new show, The Best Show Ever. And we want to thank the best partners ever.
Rowan University, affordable tuition, strong academic programs, and vibrant campus life. Online at rowan.edu. And Landis Block and Concrete. Create your very own jaw-dropping outdoor paradise. View photos online at landisbc.com.
Thanks for supporting The Best Show Ever. Afternoons on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Cigars are not a safe alternative to cigarettes. Looking for a premium smoke? Then welcome to the world of Al Capone cigars, where we're keeping it real. Using only premium natural leaf wrappers, Al Capones are hand-rolled for a unique look and smooth flavor. From mellow to bold to the rich flavor of sweet cognac, Al Capone cigars stand out. Elevate your style with Al Capone My Way. For Al Capones near you, text premium to 909-909. Text premium to 909-909.
Stars and Stripes Harley needs used inventory, so we're giving away 115% of Kelley Blue Book value when trading for a new Harley this week. Stars and Stripes Harley finance specialists are on site to help get you approved. Good credit, bad credit, no credit, we can help. We trade anything: bikes, cars, RVs, and more. It's worth more at Stars and Stripes Harley. Owe way too much on your trade? Get 115% of Kelley Blue Book trade value right now at Stars and Stripes Harley. Adjustments for mileage and reconditioning ends Sunday.
You know, it's way too nice outside to eat dinner at home. Instead, take the family out to P.J. Wellahans tonight. Whether you're into wings or burgers or craving a fresh salad, they've got something for everyone. We love our local PJs.
It can happen easily. A few drinks become a few too many. It's time to go, and you think of calling for a ride home. Now, what's the worst that can happen? You get pulled over, you lose your license, you total your car, you kill someone. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Yes, I'm a seasoned broadcaster, but I've also got a fine head of hair.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
7 o'clock hour of the John Kincade Show is brought to you by that all-new BetParks app. If you're in New Jersey or Pennsylvania, you got to be 21. If you got a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. $750 risk-free bet is available to you. And I had a listener the other day sent me a nice email, Adrian. And he said it's Adrian and it's male. He said it's male. I'm like, thanks, Adrian. He puts Adrian and then he puts male in behind it. I guess he didn't want me to go, yo, Adrian.
You can do that to a guy, too, can't you? No.
He's been getting that his entire life. Let's give him a break. This person.
Good point, Pat.
He put the $750 risk-free bet on the Eagles over 9.5. So he took advantage of it, and he said, I'll take that. I'll lay it there, and hopefully it'll work out. I said, I love that bet. Absolutely love that bet. I have a dangerous premise coming your way. And premise is going to be one of the words we work with today a few times on the show. But I want to get to a couple callers that wanted to get in on the last conversation. We were up against it. Michael joins us on The Fanatic. Michael, good morning.
Hi, yes. I was with John on not getting Kevin Durant. I'm a huge Maxey and Tobias fan. Now, I know the contract money, a lot of people don't like that, but he did play really good in the playoffs. He's got the defense. He can shoot from anywhere, it feels like. And then just Maxey's smile, man, he puts a smile on my face. So I don't want to see him go. That would hurt me. Not gonna lie.
I thought he was the best. I thought Harris was their best player in the playoffs.
I agree. He showed up. I didn't think he showed up last year. He had a tough time, but I think he's finding his groove. And I mean, even having Harden there, you saw that the points per game for Maxey went up, and I mean, I feel like that group is just going to get even better and just splitting them up. I mean, Kevin Durant, you don't know, he's getting old. He could get hurt.
Yeah, I mean, that's my reaction, Mike, is to it. But Bob, what do you say about the development of Maxey? Because I think that's
his
the big
smile's
thing.
great. I agree with Mike. That's a big part of it. His smile is just awesome.
Come on.
Look, I love Tyrese Maxey. We all love Tyrese Maxey. In the next 3 years, if you say Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid or Tyrese Maxey and Kevin Durant, what are we thinking here?
Whoa. Are you telling me healthy Kevin Durant, he's playing full seasons for 3 years?
Kevin Durant.
And that signed me? No. You can't do that, though. He's played 45 games.
You can't do it. You can't sit here and say he's not going to play.
He's averaged 45 games the last 2 years.
I don't care averages. That doesn't mean it's going to keep happening. Like Tyrese Maxey over the next 3 years. Do you think he's going to have as good a 3-year span the next 3 years as Kevin Durant?
No. I don't think. I don't think Tyrese Maxey is.
Hesitate.
No, I don't think. But I also, though, Bob, you absolutely can. When you're looking at trading for an asset, you can say a guy who's averaged 45 games the last 2 years. I can look at that and go, is he going to be available?
He has an Achilles injury. He had an injury. Okay, he had an injury. It's cleared up, and maybe he can play 65. Maybe he can't. I don't know. But if you're going to look at me and say, who would you rather pair Joel Embiid with for the next 3 years, Kevin Durant or Tyrese Maxey? I love Tyrese Maxey, but that's awesome. Laughable.
Hey, Frank in Philly joins us. Frank, good morning. You're on The Fanatic.
It's Kevin Durant, John. This dude's the best player in the world. KD, James Harden, with Joel the wrecking ball down low, playing big man dominant ball. That is untouchable, John. Just listen. You said the Sixers get Kevin Durant, their bench stinks. But you said Boston gets them, they're good. Why is that? Because they got to get off Smart, Brown, and Williams. So
they're not going to. They're most likely not giving up Smart and Brown. If you believe, is that what there will be?
Okay, But Max, it's Kevin Durant.
No, Frank, I get you. Is Kevin Durant going to? Is he going to? Well, Frank, that's really funny because I just don't see he went to Golden State and won. But and then he went to, he's going to build his own thing in Brooklyn, which failed miserably. Miserably. A disaster.
Yeah, because he teamed up with a cuckoo.
A disaster that he built.
Yeah.
That he now wants out of.
Yeah, so he's doing what he's good at and is running to a ready-made championship team. Hey, if we're the ready-made championship team for him, so be it. That's music to my freaking ears.
And I do think he's one of the 3 best players on the planet.
Oh, no question.
It's not a question. Yeah. I don't look at him though and just say, man, I don't think the organization are saying he's the guy that people are all going to follow and build around and everything. I think his reputation is sort of cut and run in the NBA.
It's a good run to me.
Yeah, he can run in 3 years. I don't care because that's probably the only time frame you have a Joel Embiid left anyway.
That is, it could be.
I don't care. See ya. You can go to Siberia for all I care. Come here for 3 years, Kevin Durant. Let's win a championship or two. You can go play in the Eastern Conference League for all I care.
I heard a broadcaster yesterday say the Sixers get Kevin Durant. They are immediately the NBA favorites to win the championship.
I think that's probably true.
If Kevin Durant comes to the Sixers,
okay,
that Vegas would have them number 1 to win the NBA title. I don't think I agree with that.
Who would you have ahead of him?
I think arguably Golden State might be ahead of them.
Defending champs,
I think absolutely could be ahead of them. I would absolutely think that Milwaukee and Boston would be right there in the mix with them. I think that they would be almost like the same stat line to win a championship.
Well, you're talking like right there.
I'm saying it win a championship.
Yeah, you're talking
they
like
wouldn't
right
be
there.
the favorites. It would not make them the favorites to win the NBA title.
What were the Nets the last 2 years each?
Nets were always up there. They were up there in the mix.
There you go. There's your answer. I mean, you have a top 10 player in Joel Embiid getting paired with another top 10 player in Kevin Durant.
Don't you think Vegas tends to doubt Joel Embiid?
Not really.
See, I think they do. I think they undersell him because of the fear of the health.
But if you look at his MVP odds, he's probably top 5 again.
Probably top 3.
Probably.
Last year he was like 7th.
Oh, look.
Remember when I got in on that bet last year that I thought
I'm
would
betting
pay
Luka
out.
this year.
I think these last 2 years have cemented him into a top. All right, Jamie, you said top 5. I'll bet you he's top
probably
3.
5th.
Yeah.
Well, last year it was like 7th or 8th going into the season. I think Vegas always undersells Joel Embiid.
It's because of what Jamie says all the time. I mean, the guy's broken his face twice. I've never seen anybody else break their face. He's done it twice. In basketball, I mean.
Hey, don't forget to check the daily air quality forecast and find out how you can help. Go to www.airqualitypartnership.org. There is a dangerous premise incoming here.
Joel Embiid, by the way, is second on DraftKings in terms of MVP. It's Luka 1, Joel 2nd, Giannis 3rd, Jokic 4, Tatum 5.
He's going to get an MVP.
And Durant is 6th or 7th.
He's going to get one you think is like a...
I do. I think it's getting to the point of, oh, man, you know what? This guy's been neglected. See, before it's like, yeah, maybe he deserves it, but there's somebody else. Pretty soon the voting's going to go to the, you know what? He probably deserved one before. Let's give it to him now.
Got a dangerous premise incoming here, but I think it's a rather fair assessment. Think of what we always say about the 2021 Eagles. They were good enough to beat up on the bad teams, but they were not ready for prime time. Is that a fair premise to work off of, Pat? The Eagles beat up on bad teams, but weren't good enough. They weren't ready for prime time. Okay. Well, let's be honest about the 2022 Phillies, especially after watching them play against the Mets, who they're now 4-11 against. Is this team just beating up on the bad teams and mediocre to below mediocre against the good ones? And the data I will give you is this. Their record versus losing clubs, 36-18. They're playing .667 baseball. They're for above 500 teams, they're 29-33. So where last year we didn't ever want to buy into the Eagles because we said, well, they're just beating up on the bad teams. Isn't that exactly what we're celebrating with the Phillies this year? And I'm playing devil's advocate here because I'm very, very excited about a 65-51 Phillies team, and I love it. But in all honesty, are we going to give the Phillies credit where we wouldn't give the Eagles credit?
Well, look, I think it's a progression thing. Look where the Eagles are now. After last year beating up on bad teams, look at the expectations for them this year. Winning a division, 10, 11, 12 wins, wherever you may go. It's the natural progression. So maybe the Phillies are doing just that. Okay, you're beating up on the bad teams this year. That Mets series, it gave me more the last Mets series gave me more positivity than it gave me negativity. I mean, they beat Scherzer. They lost to DeGrom in an unbelievably good game.
On an error.
And then got their asses smoked in the last game, which is, okay. But, I mean, they battled against two of the best pitchers in the league. The overall record, John, yeah, you're right. That's not good. And it seems like every time they play Atlanta, they get Strider, who just seems to, put them at bay easily. But maybe it's the progression. Last year, the last couple years, they couldn't beat the bad teams. Now they can. Are they faring well against the really good teams? No, but maybe it's the progression of now you can next year.
But that sounds like this is about next year then, is your assessment. Is that fair?
Well, no, you're going to see what you can do this year.
We didn't believe in the Eagles in the postseason last year because of the fact that we said, well, all they did was beat bad teams. And that's all this Phillies team's doing. Beating the bad teams. They're 29-33 against good teams. Against 500 teams.
A lot of that was the beginning of the year, and the Mets and the Girardi stink on the team. They beat the Padres, they beat the Dodgers, they beat the Brewers, they beat the Cardinals.
Versus winning teams, they're 29-33.
Yeah, and a lot of that's the Mets.
4-11.
Yeah,
terrible.
Yeah, take that away. They're over 500.
That's brutal.
Yeah,
and
I can't take that away. The Braves
well, I do because a lot of that's Girardi. I mean,
and it's one team.
Whatever the hell he was doing in the beginning of the year.
Why they couldn't hit against the Mets before? They couldn't hit against them again?
Well, very few people can hit against DeGrom and Scherzer. You just got to hope when you get into a playoff series, the bats come alive and become clutch. You won't know until you get there. There's not much you can do about that. It's DeGrom and Scherzer. There's a reason they're terrifying. You're just going to have to hope the bats are awake that day and you get the bat on the ball and barrel something up. And they got pop on this team, and one home run can change an entire 3-game series.
Pat, is it a fair or an unfair comparison?
Fair, but it's apples and oranges, I think, in a lot of ways. I feel like I'm, beating a dead horse at this point, but a lot of the losses...
You feed a fed horse. Pat.
Okay, yeah, you can feed a fed horse. I'll beat a dead horse. I feel like a lot of the losses against the good teams were under the Girardi era. I agree with Bob. I felt kind of good about coming out of that Mets series because... It wasn't like the Mets' vaunted offense did a whole lot other than the last game. I mean, obviously they broke out, but other than that, heading into the last game of the series, both teams had scored the same amount of runs, and it wasn't many. It was 2. So felt pretty good about that series. Unfortunately, we're not really going to see a test going in the stretch here except for the Mets.
This week we will.
The Braves.
Yeah.
And that's it. I mean, other than that, they don't really play any good teams. I think they have a 2-game series against the Blue Jays, and that's it. So I think it's fair, but I do think it's apples and oranges.
Okay. I will say that the Dodgers, we talk about that. We want to say Girardi. You're saying the stink of it, Jamie, was on Girardi. Winning the series against Seattle, that was Girardi. Winning the season series versus Seattle was Girardi. Winning the season series versus the Dodgers, that was Girardi. Winning the season series versus San Diego, that was Girardi. So we have to give it both ways. Girardi won those season series.
Yeah, well, it was under Girardi, yeah.
Well, I mean, if we're going to critique it and say,
I throw out the Mets series.
The thing is, though, but Girardi beat the Dodgers. Girardi beat the Padres. Girardi beat the Seattle Mariners. I mean, so it's like,
yeah, I hear you.
Girardi left you even with the Braves. I mean, he didn't. So it wasn't like that.
It's a different team. It just is.
There's an attitude.
The bullpen's one of the best in baseball. Bryson Stott's, stepping up. Alec Boehm's gotten better. A lot's changed since then. Is my only point.
Energy-wise,
yeah,
it's a complete change.
Yeah, and by the way, Bryce Harper is 2 weeks away from returning. Kyle Schwarber should be back now.
He bats today.
Yeah,
Bryce Harper goes back into the batting cage today before the game in Cincinnati.
Love it.
And reportedly will go one more on Friday.
And then if that's good,
he can go and he can potentially play.
Double-A.
I mean, again, he could get back.
Dombrowski said September 1st when he spoke 2 days ago.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm kind of penciling in, and it's going to be a shot of adrenaline for this team. It's going to be pretty awesome.
That seems late to me.
Yeah.
It seems September 1st now. If he does go and play next week in Double-A games,
I read that they want to have him do 7 7 to 10 days in rehab assignments.
I can't imagine Bryce Harper's going to spend 7 to 10 days in minor league ballparks.
Well, let's hope it's earlier.
Yeah.
I'd find that hard. How much did they get Gene Segura? 3?
At least 3, if
I think
not
he played
4 or
3,
5.
maybe. Well, because it seemed like it was short.
Look it up.
Yeah, I think it was a little.
We'll do it,
shorter.
Pat.
Pat, why don't you just look it up?
Yeah, and you know when Harper comes back. Here's the thing. Getting him back is so great, and it helps the lineup unbelievably. And even if he's not hitting, the way you have to, if you're an opposing pitcher, an opposing team, the way you have to attack him helps your lineup. But he's going to come back and have that. There's no question he's going to come back and have that low. And it might be a week, 2 weeks, whatever it may be, because that's what you always see coming back from injury. Harper's not going to come back and be that 324 hitter like he was before he left. It's either going to take time or he's going to come out and start hitting, and then he's going to hit a little bit of a low. I'm kind of hoping that he does put a little bit more time in the minor league system so that he comes up pretty much ready to go.
Hey, Jeff McClain was on yesterday with Anthony on Cuz Radio, and it was a lot of fun listening to Jeff chop it up with the Cuz about the Eagles' 2022 chances. There was some positivity. There was some negativity. There was Jeff McClain telling you what he's scared of, and more importantly, that he seems to be all in.
I would say, yeah. I'm stock up on the Eagles from what I've seen. And I know you know me for a long time. I'm pretty much more on the skeptical side. But we should mention, like, the central questions and the concerns are, like, this pass offense has to improve. Can Jalen do that? On the defensive side, we've already talked about it, but I think it's still the central question. Yes, the personnel's improved, but is Jonathan Gannon a second-level defensive coordinator that he can scheme and put top quarterbacks in difficult spots? Now, it's not going to hurt him as much because they don't face as many top quarterbacks this year. But if you expect the Eagles or want the Eagles to take a step further and not only get to the playoffs but also win another game, these are questions that are going to have to be answered.
Positivity, negativity, but that is that about as positive as I love reading Jeff McClain. Is that as positive as Jeff McClain is? Like, he's admitting, I'm stock up.
Yeah, and that's who Jeff is, and that's why we like him. That's why we like Zach Berman, and the other guys that we've mentioned before, the Tim McManuses, because they're just honest with their opinions. Look, Jeff does the hard reporting stuff and stuff that the Eagles don't want to hear and all that. That is also fair. There are also things going on that aren't good that reporters have to report on. But I think to his core, Jeff watches a team and says, like, look, I just don't think they have it because of this. Or I do think they have it because... He hasn't been able to say, I do think they have it because of this in a couple of years. Now he's saying it. So, look, there's not much... Anthony came back from training camp last week and was...
Oh, he was bouncing off the wall.
He had the sun over his head everywhere he went, saying how good he thought this team could be. There's some good things about this team.
It feels optimistic when I hear that, because I look at Jeff as being a guy who's going to more... Jeff will tell you if your baby's ugly. He will. If you go up at training camp and you're walking your stroller up there, if Jeff McClain walks by and you go, hey, you want to see my baby? He'll be the one to tell you it's ugly.
Yeah, I mean, I hope everybody's right. I'll be honest, though.
Are you getting cringy about it?
Yeah, I
am too.
When everybody gets this high on it, I don't know what it is in me. I go, oh, jeez, here we go. It's going to be a 7 and 10 year. I don't like that about me, but when it's overwhelming.
I hate that about you.
Yeah, but when it's overwhelmingly everyone that says, oh, they got to look. It started early in camp, even the national people. Oh, this Eagles team, everybody's picking them for the division now. They seem to be the chic pick. I hate that. I'd much prefer
Pat,
to be.
You love it?
No, I
prefer to be the team that's like really good, but
well, this team can't sneak up, Pat, after this offseason.
Well, no, I get it. I do, and I think the Dream Team era definitely put a lot of bad taste in people's mouths when the national media and everyone thinks the Eagles are going to be good, but the fact is, like, we all kind of deep down agree with it. Like, we think they're going to be good. The schedule is very favorable, so go dive in. Let's go, Jamie.
But like the two most important things on a football team are probably the head coach and the quarterback, and those are still
two of your biggest question marks.
Two of my biggest question marks. So I can't. I think they're going to be good. I do, but I can't take it and. I don't know. It's just off-putting when everybody loves them.
What made them?
I'm scared.
What made them change from, hey, this team might be pretty good, to now it's like, everybody's saying that they're going to be pretty good. What was it? The addition of Hassan Reddick? Is it the draft choices?
I think the draft choices have done a lot.
I mean, I think all their moves were good moves.
Yeah, but this was just an okay. I mean, it was a playoff team last year, but we know what they were. So all of a sudden they went from, hey, watch out for this Eagles team. They might be all right, to, Eagles division winners.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what changed it.
Unless Jalen Hurts is looking that good. Maybe it's an indication to people that his improvements are, being seen on the field. I don't know.
Caught up with a Georgia reporter the other day, by the way, a guy covering Georgia football, who said that he had heard from people within Nakobe Dean's camp that 4 or 5 NFL teams said, we can't draft him because of the medicals. And his team was saying, I don't know what you want us to do, what you're worried about. And they all said, he's going to need surgery. And he didn't need surgery, and he doesn't need surgery, and he's out there, and he's a full participant in everything. I'm not a doctor. I don't play one on the radio, but to me, I'm like, that's a potentially big swing and a miss.
Well, yeah, if you're looking at a guy like him and you're worried about the pecs or whatever it was that they were looking at.
And that seems to be it.
Yeah, and he's a smaller guy. I mean, you're talking about a guy that's barely 230.
But I saw the guy in that preseason game. Like, when he made a hit, I went, oh, that's an NFL hit.
No, I'm not saying
I know you're not,
yeah.
but he's got that intangible maybe that just doesn't show up on a... Yeah.
But when a doctor tells the team, oh, no, he's going to need surgery, and that was absolutely false. I mean, to me, that's a big miss.
Yeah.
That's a really big miss.
Hopefully the Eagles game.
He hasn't missed a day of anything.
Yeah.
From participant. Oh, no, I'm fine.
And he seems to be pretty smart. Just stand behind Jordan Davis, and you're gonna find a tackle.
By the way, he did it again last night. In case you missed it, we talked about it the other day. I said Bowman Stott. If I'm Dombrowski, I lock him up. Did you see what Anthopoulos did while we were sleeping?
Yeah, what's his name? Signed up.
Michael Harris.
Yeah.
He signs him to an 8-year, $72 million contract.
What is wrong with these agents?
Yeah, Anthopoulos is working these agents.
Pat, you don't know. Pat, you don't know how many of these baseball players, and I talked about it when I was there the day Acuna and Albee signed theirs, is these guys want money. And they're young players, and they want money, and they don't want to make chump change, and they don't need $300 million. They're like, I'm going to get a contract. Michael Harris is going to get a contract again. He's going to hit free agency at 28.
And
this contract to be over when he's 28.
You know who the person is supposed to handle that is your agent. Your agent's supposed to go, hey, you're going to be worth way more than $72 million, and 8 years is insane. Let's do a 3-year deal.
Because
let's do a 4-year deal.
Because they're not going to give him the 4-year
Well, then
deal.
you don't sign. I mean, like...
That's the theory.
We're all
they can
sitting
say,
here going, like, these contracts are laughable.
Yeah, but if they say you're going to get 3 years, these guys are saying, I'd be very happy with $72 million. He's going to make $5 million the next 2 years, $8 million in 2025 and 26, $9 million the next year. He's saying, I'm perfectly fine with that kind of money when they want to pay me 1.2 or 1.8.
He's perfectly fine now. Talk to him in 3 years when he looks back on it, because I bet you Acuna and Albies are going.
They're not, though.
How do you know that?
But they're not. They're because they're extremely.
They're seeing $400 million contracts get thrown
and they're
around.
Still going to get.
Ronald Acuna is kicking himself.
They're still going to get one in their late 20s.
There's no doubt
Not that
Acuna
much.
and Albies are sitting there going.
They could have gotten so much more.
Yeah,
maybe
I can't imagine they're happy.
These guys that don't have that come from not having, when they can be given it, they love. They're
patience, young
happy.
grasshopper. That's an agent's job.
There is one thing players do to each other when they're looking at each other, and they might not say it, but they're thinking it. I make more than you, or damn, you make more than me. Oh, they'll get pissed quick.
Well, again, it is a organization we got to watch out.
Yeah,
for.
they have like 10 guys signed for the next 12 years. Screw Alex Anthopoulos.
It's unbelievable. I saw a picture the other day from something in Phillies history that's never coming back. It's the John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. I know this. Co-Pair, they're your partners in weight loss. And what Co-Pair allows you to do is rewire your brain mentally so you understand why you eat, when to eat, what to eat. And I'm telling you, the difference that it can make in your life is absolutely immense. I know this. I found it on the golf course this year. I feel so much better when I'm out in extreme heat and I'm not dying from the sweat and I'm not totally exhausted every single day. They're the gold standard in weight loss, and I can tell you they are the gold standard in helping you understand your relationship with food. And you've heard ads that are running on The Fanatic right now. We have people doing Co-Pair right now that have learned about it from this radio station that are approaching trying to lose 50 pounds, 60 pounds, 80 pounds, and some of them are halfway there. It's absolutely amazing. And during the month of August, they've got great savings for you. All you have to do is mention 97.5 The Fanatic that you heard it here. It's Copair, the gold standard in weight loss.
The John Kincade Show.
Talking sense into people isn't really my thing. In fact, I'm better at the opposite.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Check out Adam Schefter this and every Wednesday at 8:10 a.m. with The John Kincade Show. Adam Schefter is presented by Landis Block. Create your very own jaw-dropping backyard paradise. Online at landisbc.com.
The boardwalk, the sand, the surf, the sun. Heading down the shore this weekend, having fun is a sure thing. Here's what's happening this week at the Jersey Shore, brought to you by Philly Pretzel Factory. Whether you're celebrating grads, dads, or just grilling in the backyard, at home, or down the shore, don't forget the party tray, the official snack of summer. Make your way down to Cape May, grab your blanket and beach chair, and join the fun at the Cape May Convention Hall for movies on the beach. Enjoy family-friendly movies every week in Cape May. Be sure to check out the Cape May City Facebook page for listings and cancellations. All movies are rated PG or PG-13. Find more info and movie lists at CapeMayCity.com. So grab a bucket of rivets for the beach and a party tray for the barbecue this summer. Find your nearest store at PhillyPretzelFactory.com. The boardwalk, the sand, the surf, and Philly Pretzel Factory. Fun is a sure thing.
In recent years, several have attempted to claim the Super Smash Bros. Throne. Multiverses steps up to the plate to make their mark. The new Warner Brothers fighting game features characters like Superman, Arya Stark, and even LeBron James. Now, Multiverses is already off to a great start with more than 140,000 active players. Having such a high player base could mark a bright future, but only time will tell if Bugs Bunny can topple everyone's favorite plumber, Mario.
The latest esports and gaming news. Find it online at checkpointxp.com.
Here's how we long for Skechers hands-free slip-in footwear.
The world has gone hands-free. However, if you want to put on a pair of sneakers, you still need to bend down and help your feet in. Until now. Introducing Skechers hands-free slip-in footwear. You don't need to reach down to help your heel in. You just step into them and off you go. So what's the secret? Well, there's a special smooth comfort pillow in the heel that helps your foot slide into place. And they stay on just like a pair of laced-up sneakers.
Get hands-free slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
When you have trouble sleeping, it's tough. When kids have trouble sleeping,
Mom, I can't sleep. Dad, just one more story?
For nights like this, try Vicks Pure Z's Kids. Our great tasting gummies are specially formulated for kids with a unique blend of botanicals and a low dose of melatonin to support their natural sleep cycle. Best of all, they're drug-free and non-habit forming. Help your child fall asleep naturally with Pure Z's Kids Gummies. Consult with a doctor before use. For ages 4 and up.
Progressive presents Married to Your Home.
I'm such a screw-up.
What? House? Why would you talk like that?
How are you even with a house without a walk-in closet?
Stop. You have more than enough storage.
Oh yeah, and the unfinished basement. Gross.
We'll finish it eventually. Together.
No matter how much you already love your house, you'll love it more knowing you could save big bundling your home and auto with Progressive. Coverage from Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers. Bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
We buy any car. We buy any car. We buy any car. Any.
Trading in or selling your car, truck, or SUV? WeBuyAnyCar.com takes the hassle out of selling in just 3 easy steps. 1. Get your free online valuation. 2. Drive to your local car buying center. And 3. Walk out with your check in as little as 30 minutes. So don't wait. Get your free online valuation now at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
Find out how much your car's worth at WeBuyAnyCar.
A new Dick's Sporting Goods warehouse sales store is now open at the Overlook at King of Prussia. Get ready to score up to 70% off thousands of items from your favorite athletic brands. Check out can't miss deals for the entire family, including tees, tanks, shorts, leggings, footwear, golf apparel, and more. Plus, new styles arrive weekly, so there's always more from the best brands. Check out your new Dick's Sporting Goods warehouse sales store for the grand opening celebration, August 19th to the 21st at the Overlook at King of Prussia.
It's a fact. Only 0.0001% of people will ever step up to the plate as a pro baseball player. For the rest of us, there's BetRivers.com Sportsbook app. Featuring same-game parlays, you can combine the excitement of different bets all from the same game. Totals? Bet 'em. Spreads? Bet 'em. Player props? It's a home run. Download the BetRivers.com Sportsbook app today. It's a whole new game.
Presented by Rivers Casino Pittsburgh. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, it's Cuz. Are you getting ready for a home improvement cleanup? The garage, the bathroom, big move? Let me tell you about the perfect solution, the Bagster. The Bagster, by far the most convenient, affordable way to help with your cleanup. The Bagster isn't just a great product. It's a 3-cubic yard dumpster in a bag sold at Home Depot, Lowe's, local home improvement stores everywhere, and for only $29.99. Holds 3,300 pounds of waste. Buy it, fill it, schedule your collection. Poof, it's gone. Clean it up with the Bagster dumpster. In the back.
Xfinity Internet is fast, and it's powerful enough to connect hundreds of devices at once. Unbeatable Internet with supersonic Wi-Fi. Go to Xfinity.com. Call 1-800-XFINITY or visit a store today. Restrictions apply. Actual speeds vary.
It's officially patio season at PJ Wellahans. The perfect setting to enjoy your favorite craft beer and award-winning wings. Plus, happy hour specials are available every weeknight. Everyone loves PJ's.
The John Kincade Show.
I just want to let you know that I am completely unprepared for this, and I blame both of you.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. Jamie brought it up earlier today. Arizona with us. How about going out to Arizona and seeing the Birds play the Cardinals? Reserve your spot now with a small deposit. Go to PhillySportsTrips.com. Philly Sports Trips, travel with the pros. It's going to be awesome.
I'm trying to talk my wife into coming because she loves Arizona. And
now, she's more fun than you, but I mean, is that going to be?
She wouldn't really probably come to the game. She'd probably go to a spa and do some yoga or something.
Are you just looking at this as a road game?
Baby number 3.
In more ways than one, Jamie.
9
Are
months
you looking
after.
Is that what you're really looking at?
I'm looking at it as a weekend away from these damn kids in a hotel, and that would be fun.
You're looking at it as a road game.
I got a text from our son Kyle last night, and all it said was, "What do I have to do to get in on this Arizona trip?"
Buy a flight.
Yeah,
oh my God,
that's all he has to do. Philly Sports Trips.
Yeah,
it's not hard, Kyle. It's the internet, bud.
But the excitement in my voice when he sent it, I was like, "My man!" And of course, I got a little feedback from Mrs. Cooney, who said, "Well, I don't know if you should do that."
Those are the father-son memories that last a lifetime.
Kyle works for a living now.
I know.
He's a working man.
My point.
It's a memory. It's a life event.
And guess what? There's nothing better.
Yeah.
So I've thought of like nothing else since last night except trying to get him out there.
Olivia said, "Dad, I want to go to a road game." I said, "After college, we'll go to a road game. We'll find it unless it's just like a day trip type of thing. We go to a home game every year." She goes, "I'd love to see a road game." I say, "After college, when you're earning a living and living on your own, you can go do that."
A good road game, not like D.C.
Oh, no.
It's nothing against that. It's just that stadium's a toilet.
You just don't like the toilet.
Ugh.
Wait till you hear later on what's coming out of D.C.
Toilet. Let's not.
Oh, my God.
Speaking of Vince, he's taking 1,000 Eagles fans down to that
Isn't that amazing?
Oh, man.
They're getting all the tickets in the world they want.
Yeah, because Commander
And more
fans
people
have
jumping.
given up.
The Commander's ticket sales are like, Vince, do you want any more?
Yeah,
do you know anybody else?
Yeah.
They're actually going to honor him at halftime on the Jumbotron.
Yeah.
for sales.
Vince Rizzuto from Philly Sports Trips.
We love it, Vince. Thank you.
He won't get booed because there'll be more Eagles fans there than
they asked if he could sell. They wanted Liz, actually, his lovely bride, to join the sales department. They said, could you sell the Cowboy game to us?
But she's busy taking care of.
She's too busy. Another
kids.
Beautiful baby. Man, good stuff out of that family. By the way, why is Alan, the listener, saying, John, one of the things I love about your show so much is the camaraderie that your team has created. There's such a great energy, and whether you're out or Bob's out or Jamie's out or Pat's out.
And here's the but.
No. He's very positive.
Oh.
No, he goes,
Alan?
He goes, there's always that same sort of yin and yang that goes on through the course of the day. I want you to know, though, there may have been something you missed yesterday as you moved your daughter into college. He said, and I was absolutely appalled that the guys didn't get after him more about it. Bob's a narc.
I called him a narc.
Let him explain.
I was the only one that called him a narc.
What was
I'm
Bob?
A parent.
What was Bob?
I think
narking?
you're going to agree with Bob.
What was it?
So we're about to start a segment, and I hear Egan scream in the hallway, "What the bleep is wrong with you?"
Okay.
So he comes in. I'm like, "What was that about?" And he said Haley just told him that after the Eagles game on Friday night, she got a ride home with a stranger because she couldn't find an Uber.
What the hell?
Yeah. So I said, I said, Haley, get in here. So she came in. She said, well, I couldn't get an Uber because they canceled on me. And then this guy overheard me talking and said, oh, well, and held up a card and said, I'm an Uber driver. And she said, okay. But
you
then
mean like a card you can buy at a store?
It was his app of Uber,
Whatever.
of being an Uber driver.
Yeah, which is
I'm
crap also.
Well,
yeah, but if she's not booking the trip with him, all he did was show her an app.
Right.
No, not necessarily, because the drivers have a different screen than the passengers.
Okay,
so if it says I'm a driver, then sometimes they want to do it off meter because they don't have to pay the 20% to Uber.
He could still be a murderer.
He very well could, yeah.
So,
but at least he was an Uber
she doesn't
driver.
know, but she doesn't know who she's getting in the car with.
No, and we're talking about Haley, who drove to Allentown a couple nights before that instead of South Philadelphia because she was following.
Wait a minute,
her
people were
phone's
giving you
directions.
grief because of what?
Because he
you
said
were
he wanted to call her father.
I said, I swear, I would like to call your father. No, hold on a second. I've met Haley's father more than a couple of times. And I've talked to him about her, like, oh, she's doing good work and this, that, and the other. And look, we're probably about the same age. And he said, yeah, keep an eye out for her. You know, I would want somebody looking out for my daughter if she was doing stupid things like that. And I'm sorry, it was a stupid thing she did.
So you tell her she's an adult. She processes it.
2 days earlier, she went to Allentown.
Well,
So she's not that much of an adult.
Wow.
Jamie, a week ago, I had to give Haley the talking to as one of her work dads, saying, do not go to a supermarket in the city at 10:30 at night or 11 at night to go food shopping.
But you have to give her the chance first. You have a conversation with her. You don't call the dad yet.
No. I think
She's
Bob was
had
being
more than numerous.
This is the first time.
I think Bob was being hyperbolic about calling the dad.
It's the third
Driving
incident.
to Allentown is not the same as taking an Uber with a stranger.
Okay, or going shopping at nighttime. Like, she's not making good decisions,
Okay,
James.
she said she's going to stop shopping at nighttime.
And she did. And she said that it was terrible.
So now she knows not to take an Uber.
Ever again. Bob, you're not a narc for that. I'm sure you were being hyperbolic about it. You know, you weren't.
I'm not actually calling her
Have
dad,
the conversation with her first. Give her the chance. If she screws up again, then you can call the father.
Hey, I saw a picture the other day on social media from an old Phillies bat day. And I remember the first Phillies game I ever attended was a bat day at Veterans Stadium. We were just talking about this a little bit back to go. But it was full-size wooden bats. Pat, I want you, because you're the youngest, I want you to think of the Phillies gave out full-size wooden bats to kids. And it used to be 14 and under. I don't know what it is now. 14 and under, you got a full-size wooden bat when you arrived at the game.
Yeah.
You walk in. Can you imagine today that premise of saying we're handing out full-size wood bats to kids and having 20 or 25,000 of them in the stands?
I don't think that it happens, but for different reasons.
What do you think?
I think it's price. I don't really think it's...
So you think it's price?
Yeah, I think that going to games now is way more of a family atmosphere than it's ever been. Like, you can't even say sucks without an usher coming over and reprimanding you. So I really don't think it'd be an issue. Look, you can't have it be a Phillies-Mets game, but if it's like a Phillies-Marlins game, yeah, wood bat day all day.
Well, now they tend to give out these prizes, though, on the way out of the building when it's something like that.
Yeah, and that makes sense.
Now they gave these out as you walked in, and I remember walking up to that gate. I remember it was a Sunday afternoon Braves game. I remember Willie Montes was the first baseman, but I remember that bat.
Yeah, I don't think people would be like, swinging bats at each other in the stands or anything.
Then why don't they do it?
Price.
I think it's price, yeah.
You think it's price?
I don't think that would be cheap to do anymore.
No, but they do some of these nice giveaways, and they give them on the way out.
Like, I remember back, I think the last year the Vet, they had a Pat Burrell wooden bat giveaway. It was sponsored by Acme. It was black. It was cool.
I thought it was by Trojan.
No.
Oh, I didn't
mind
realize
out
that.
of the gut.
Okay.
No, it was they're good folks at Acme. But they have done it, but I really do think it's like that's got to be a very expensive giveaway.
Well, it got me on a side topic conversation because Connor the other day was singing the theme song to Charles in Charge the other day.
Charles in Charge.
And he said he'd never seen it.
Of our days and of our lives.
And I thought that was a premise for a TV show that no network executive would ever go with today. I got this idea for a TV show. We got a horny freshman in college, him and his buddy, Willie Ames.
Buddy.
And they are looking after teenage girls as like the man nannies.
Yeah,
like,
that'd be a little creepy in today's day.
Nobody would ever agree to that premise of a television show. like to go with that today.
No.
But it was completely acceptable. And the girls ran around in The girls were meant to be ingenues. They were gorgeous. They were wearing skimpy clothes.
Was Nicole Eggert one of the actresses?
Yes, Nicole Eggert was. Then she went on to Baywatch.
I used to have a little thing for her.
She was the second daughter on the show. Bob never watched Charles in Charge. He was out.
A little thing for her.
He was playing basketball, having sex at the time.
You guys got to stop with this having sex stuff when I was 15 years old and stuff.
Well, I mean,
I was.
But Charles in Charge was a show.
Charles in Charge, yeah.
That's a premise of a show, though, that would never float today.
No.
I thought of another one. Another show. And I want you to all think of a show. Coach, if you got one, you're usually good at these things. Think of a show or something, a premise that would never float with the network executives on mainstream TV. I'm not talking streaming service. I know one is Three's Company.
That's the exact one I had in my mind.
But do you have the same reason why that I do? Because Jack pretended that he was gay.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Jack had to pretend that he was a flamboyant gay man.
Yeah.
In order to live in the apartment with the two girls. So he constantly had to pretend that he was this very flamboyant
Is that the
gay
premise?
guy. Yes. He was not. The girls had a roommate who got kicked out. They couldn't afford the apartment. So Jack agrees to move in with them. They meet him at the Regal Beagle, which was the bar. But they say, we're not going to be allowed to have a guy as our roommate. So he had to pretend to be gay for the entire show.
For them or for the landlord?
For Mr. Roper. Yeah, so he had to pretend with Mr. Roper that he was gay, so Mr. Roper would think he was gay. And the gay humor ran through the whole show.
Oh, okay.
Jack
Did he ever close the deal with the roommates?
No. No, he never had anything to do with it.
Never tried out the Thigh Master?
No, he never ever. She only lasted like a year and a half on that show.
Yeah.
Like she left it. What about Bosom Buddies? Would that work today?
Probably not.
Two guys cross-dressing?
LG
that's what Tom
community.
Hanks,
Tom Hanks and Peter Scolari.
Yeah.
Cross-dressing to be able to live in a rent-controlled building with all women.
Probably not.
That would never go. Would Married with Children go today? Would Fox, whatever it's coming back as a cartoon, by the way.
Is it
Did
really?
you know that?
No.
Yeah, voiced by the real actors.
Ed Harris?
It's
or
funny.
Ed O'Neill?
Ed O'Neill and all of them are going to voice the characters.
There was something on Twitter yesterday of a clip from Married with Children.
I love
where
that
Ed
show.
O'Neill, the daughter's talking to like her boyfriend, who's like, he's got a leather jacket on, whatever, and the guy's like saying something to her, and Ed O'Neill overhears it, and he goes, "Let me tell you something about my daughter, son," and then he just smashes his head into the door. And the first one I thought of, now a lot of people aren't going to get this one because it was a long time ago. I was a little kid. Was Soap.
Oh gosh, they'd never
with
go
Billy
with that
Crystal.
Yes.
There was a guy that was, and I put this in air quotes, like mentally. I don't want to say mentally ill, but he had some problems.
No, he was mentally ill.
He thought he could disappear by snapping his fingers, and he'd walk around. And
I'm invisible.
And then Billy
Richard
Crystal
Mulligan.
was
Richard
gay.
Mulligan.
And back then, being gay was like voodoo or whatever. And like people would say something. And Billy Crystal, one of the greatest lines, and guy says to him, he says, "Are you a practicing homosexual?" Like in a bad way. And Billy Crystal goes, "No, I don't have to practice. I'm really good at it." It was way before its time.
The mentally ill brother who had a dummy. He spoke through.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He spoke through the mannequin.
Oh, it was crazy.
And Chuck was like the good son, but the mannequin would say the foulest things to the women and to everybody else and call them out. But he was just the dummy speaking. So he had like split personality thing going on.
That's funny. When was Soap? Early 80s?
Soap was probably 80.
Maybe late 70s, early 80s.
Maybe late 70s.
I mean,
yeah.
I was a kid.
It was a takeoff on soap operas, and it was really like push the envelope. Coach, do you have one?
It's funny you just mentioned Married with Children. I was just watching a few episodes on Peacock the other day.
Did you love it?
I wasn't allowed to watch it growing up.
It's really funny, but the way that Al, fat shames women coming into his shoe store, it's the best. Every episode. That would never work.
Never
today.
flow today.
No.
He walked. You can, Coach. I will later on when you're not chasing down something and doing. There is a montage of like 10 minutes of Al welcoming women into the shoe store, and you will laugh. You will laugh, belly laugh out loud. The woman comes in and is like, "Excuse me, am I invisible?" And he goes, "Maybe from Pluto."
That's the episode that I saw the other day.
Pat, you have one?
I don't really have a show necessarily, but I got into wrestling pretty big during like the Attitude Era, the late 90s. They couldn't get away with any of the stuff nowadays.
What, the misogynistic part of it?
Yeah, the misogynistic. They also had some insensitive comments regarding some of the wrestlers who were, characters and different. It's just a lot of it they couldn't get away with.
They wouldn't be able.
The terminology they used back then. If you go back and you watch like an old pay-per-view from like '98, the stuff that they were saying is just kind of cringeworthy.
Because my daughter doesn't understand it because we watched the 25th anniversary of South Park the other day, the concert. So we watched the concert, and my wife comes into the room and she goes, "Is every song filthy?" And it was. At the concert they were saying was every song was somewhere filthy. And she goes, so my daughter goes, well, why couldn't shows like that be on TV? South Park's been on for 25 years. Family Guy's on. How do those shows get away with it?
Like, I don't know. Are they grandfathered in or something?
Why do they get away with it, Pat? Like, why?
Well, I think some of like the older episodes, stuff that they couldn't get away with nowadays. They definitely have had to curtail.
Do they show them though? They still show the old episodes, right?
They do, but I don't think it's as frequent. It's
like the child molester old man up the street.
Oh yeah,
on Family Guy.
Yeah. Chester,
exactly. They even call him Chester.
A real hot day.
You know what's scarier? Jamie's World. That's scary.
Let's find out what's in Jamie's World.
All right, I encountered this the other day on the road, and I made a note of it because I hate this person on the road.
Who?
4-way stop sign. You're clearly there before the other person.
Oh.
And they wave you.
So that bothers you?
Put your wave right where the sun don't shine. I was here first. Everybody knows I'm entitled to the right of way. Stop it with the wave. No, you go ahead. Like you're doing me a favor. Get the hell out of here. I hate that guy or woman. Whoever it is, put your wave away. Really? I was there first. Drives me nuts.
Put it away.
Wave, yeah. Here's a bird. It makes my blood boil.
A wave?
Yes. Don't wave me when I was sitting there as you rolled up to the stop sign. Get the hell. Oh, you go ahead. Yeah, no kidding, buddy. You're not even stopped yet.
Maybe they're not. Oh, you go ahead. Maybe they're saying, yeah, you're first. Go ahead, buddy.
No,
go ahead, buddy.
I don't care.
Love the show.
Put it back in your pocket.
Maybe they recognize you, James.
I don't know.
It drives me nuts.
You seem a little uptight here. I got another one. Family Feud with Richard Dawson. Totally went past
that would never go to
Well, he was a grab ass.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah,
Somebody
drives me
just
nuts.
waves you?
Nuts.
Wow.
If you're sitting at a stop sign and somebody rolls up and gives you the wave, no. Put it away. I'm going. Hit me.
I see, like it's a communication thing. Yeah,
No.
I know you're supposed to.
No, it's a cocky thing. That they think they're entitled to the right of way. Oh, let me. You go ahead.
No, they don't think they're entitled. If they did, they would have taken it.
Because they wouldn't have stopped had you not been there. And then they go, oh, let me cover it up by going, oh, I'm a good guy. You go ahead. Yeah, no kidding. I go ahead. It's the law of the road.
I think you need to talk to somebody.
No,
I really
I'm
do.
surprised that I think they want to make sure there's not any kind of collisions.
It's a cocky move. It's stolen valor of doing the right thing. Screw that person. And if you're one of those people, stop it.
What if it's like a priest that says,
no.
go ahead, my son,
he's in
you
the
were
wrong.
first.
And he's in the wrong?
But he's in the right. He's doing the right thing.
No, he's not. He's being cocky and he's stealing courtesy
cocky.
valor on the road.
I think he's being cautious.
No, Jesus will take that up with him when he gets to the pearly gates.
He'll have to answer for that
you
one
think
day.
You're getting here just because you have a collar?
Yeah.
Wow, Pat, are you on board with this?
Let's go through your driving
on this
record,
one?
Father Francis.
Come on,
let's
Pat.
go through it.
Pat, you're in on this one, eh?
No,
he's not.
I'm alone?
You're on an island, bud.
Yeah, you're alone.
It makes my blood boil.
Why?
Someone being courteous? I was sitting here. I have the right of way. Don't wave me like you're doing me a favor. You're not.
Quick question. Are we talking like he pulls up or she pulls up and you get there and it's all of
Jamie's already there.
there.
I'm stopped. I'm waiting to make sure the other person's stopping, and they slow roll up and they go, "You go ahead." Yeah, no kidding. I've been stopped waiting for you to stop.
Because usually,
you go ahead.
If I pull up and I'm first, and the person comes and it's the difference of like a second or two, I will usually wave them on and say, "You can go." So we don't have the awkwardness of either we're sitting.
That's
both there.
different.
Okay.
This is when somebody's clearly at the stop sign ahead of the other person.
Okay, well, look, you're kind of being an umpire here. You were safe. The other person might be reading it that they were there first. Their eyes
But it
isn't
wasn't
keen
even
as
close.
keen as yours. Well, umpires make bad calls sometimes.
I mean,
I don't think communication is a bad thing.
70% of people don't actually stop at a stop sign.
What was
I
the
just made that
person-
number up, but it sounds good.
What was the person driving, James?
I don't know.
Subaru?
I got to tell you, I'm for as good as a person you are and jovial,
Because
and
you are nice.
and the disposition that you have in life. This is kind of. I'm really nervous for you. I think you need to talk to somebody.
It's stolen courtesy valor. They want to feel like they're doing the right thing and they're doing you a favor. You're doing me no favor. Put your hand away.
Because we do know the worst person on the road is the person at the stop sign or at the traffic light that has their head down because they're texting, and then you blow your horn because the lights turn green, and then they start waving the middle finger at you like what? What's your problem? Because they're too busy. They're texting as they go on. You don't get that at all.
That's happened more than a couple times leaving this parking lot to me.
I mean, usually.
I wonder who that is.
Yeah, I wonder, James.
Wonder who could be on their phone texting while they're driving.
At a red light?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I look at my phone at red
You're
lights.
not allowed to do that.
Sure, I can. It's a red light.
No, you can't.
What's the worst thing that happens? I get a little beep that says "Go ahead," a courtesy beep.
Now that drives me
So
crazy.
your lack of courtesy. You're calling calling someone else for a lack of courtesy, but you do that.
Yeah, I check my phone at red lights.
Why? Are you in the CIA? There's
Maybe.
something that. What? You have the voice one. I've seen you. You have the
I have
voice.
the Apple CarPlay. It's usually hooked up.
Dan Baxter might have tweeted at him, and he's got to get back to him.
That's my biggest driving pet peeve. People that are looking at their phones and don't go when the light
That's the
turns
worst.
green. I can't stand that. I'm not saying
driving
you.
with their heads down. I cannot. It's like, dude, would you please drive? Seriously, you're not in the. You are not that important.
What if you're at the stop sign and you're doing somebody else is there and you're doing the wave face-off? You're waving, they're waving.
You go. That's fine.
And then they inch and you inch, and then
yeah, it sucks.
I like that. It's a battle of the good guys.
That's like
that.
all
I like being
friendly.
involved
I
in
swear,
it.
I
Yeah.
can't believe this about
Jamie,
you.
I can't believe this one either.
It's stolen courtesy valor.
Wow.
Like, screw off, buddy. I was here.
I gotta be honest, you're so mad about this that it makes me want to rush out of here
and do it
and try to time it so I can wave you on.
I say when Jamie gets in his car today, we all just kind of converge and just everybody wave him.
I'm shocked nobody's with me. I got a little support on the YouTube chat.
Oh,
here.
is that right? Yeah, I don't. I
know what you're saying.
It's so cocky to me.
Yeah, I know what
you
you're
go
saying,
ahead.
but I think you're reading
Oh,
it
you
a
mean
little too much?
You need to stop first there, buddy?
Yeah, I Jamie, that's a little crazy when it seems like Jamie's getting some feedback on social media about it.
But you learn something new every day about somebody.
You do.
Maybe they're waving you on because they know that you were texting and they're like, all right, let's just stop. Like you put
I don't
the phone
text
down.
it. Stop signs.
Our buddy Matt Friedman says he thinks Married with Children is the best show ever. Now, the best show ever is at 2 o'clock on this station, Matt. Did you not get the memo? The best show ever is at 2 p.m. It's got Tyrone. It's got Hunter and Ricky Bo and Jen Scordo. But I do love Married with Children. And I can laugh at almost any episode. I did like it when Steve was on better than Jefferson Darcy. When I went to Jefferson Darcy, it wasn't as funny. The show wasn't as good.
You're speaking Spanish to me right now.
You don't remember the Next Door Neighbors?
I really didn't watch
Steve
Married
went crazy.
with Children
Steve
all that
went
much.
crazy. The Next Door Neighbor went crazy. And then they brought on.
You watched a lot of TV when you were growing up.
Loved Married with Children.
Like, there's not, for people behind the scenes, if we just bring up a show out of nowhere, John will start singing the theme song or humming the theme song, naming the characters.
All of it. It's up here. And ask me to bring in something tomorrow morning.
No, don't.
I'll probably forget. No, I'll probably forget
I thought you meant about a
the
show.
brain data is being used to remember the theme song to Step by Step or something.
Yeah.
Something stupid like that. Phillies have day baseball today. That always makes us smile, except if you wave at Jamie at the stop sign. It's the John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. You want to bet on the Phillies today? You can. You want to bet on the Eagles for the season? You can. You want to get in on the best sportsbook casino in one app? Well, you get the BetParks app. You download it today. BetParks.com in Pennsylvania or New Jersey. The BetParks app's absolutely amazing. And one of the best things I like about football preseason is betting on the futures. Betting on a team that I think will win the division. Betting on over-under for win totals. I'm not big on betting on preseason football games, but with all of the futures bets that are out there, you can bet on who's going to be Defensive Player of the Year. I won last year. I can bet on an MVP. I can bet on what quarterback has got over-unders on quarterback statistics for the year. It's so amazing. There's so many out there. You can spend hours. Go to betparks.com. You get a risk-free bet up to $750 using the promo code Kincade. You will love it. You got to be 21, though, in Pennsylvania or New Jersey. Should you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
Uh-oh. Looks like I'm in for a bad hair day.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Check out Adam Schefter this and every Wednesday at 8:10 a.m. with The John Kincade Show. Adam Schefter is presented by Landis Block. Create your very own jaw-dropping backyard paradise. Online at landisbc.com.
Kicking off a new semester can be hard, but with Xfinity Internet, it's a breeze. Because with supersonic Wi-Fi, I have the speed and power I need to never miss my monologue during online rehearsals. It's just an elective, but it could be my new major. Plus, with student-exclusive offers on Internet, I can get up to $200 back. You know, for rent or books or extra guac. Always extra guac. But wait, just like a syllabus that says the other side, there's more. I also get a free Flex 4K streaming box, so I can pack the living room when new episodes drop. And with a free self-install kit, I can get myself connected in no time. Oh yeah, and there's also no annual contract required, which means, much like my freshman year major, I'm not locked into anything long-term. So don't wait. Kick off the semester with Xfinity. Visit xfinity.com/student to get started today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. New off-campus students with qualifying Xfinity Internet.
Hi, it's Cuz. Is your summer weight loss plan not working out as well as you hope? Well, hope is not a strategy. This is what you got to do. Contact njdiet.com today. They will contractually guarantee you will lose 20 to 40 plus pounds in only 40 days. Just go to njdiet.com. Their program starts with bioenergetically personalized supplements that are based on your saliva, your hair, and your blood work. And then NJ Diet uses DNA testing to create your ideal diet plan and workout regimen to help you keep the weight off. You're not sure you can do it alone? NJ Diet's with you every step of the way. You're fully monitored by their certified staff to make sure you're burning fat, not just losing water. You'll also get the doctor's personal email and phone number. NJ Diet is committed to you keeping the weight off. It's all natural, no shots, no hormones, no surgery, no prepackaged foods. Locations close by: Newark, Delaware, King of Prussia, Cherry Hill. Worldwide live online video consultations. Call them. 855-5NJ-DIET. Or go to njdiet.com. That's njdiet.com and lose the weight for good.
This week at Macy's, treat yourself and your wallet by using your coupon or Macy's card and get an extra 20% off already great deals, like 35 to 70% off select fine jewelry. Or refresh your look and your space with 40 to 60% off suits from Tommy Hilfiger, Calvin Klein, and more, and 40% off sheet sets from Charter Club Damask and Damask Designs. Plus, Macy's Star Rewards members earn on every purchase except gift card services and fees. Savings off sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
5X480. Dayton B100 V-Belt, one of the many parts Grainger carries. It's also the item that helped Rob carry the day. The job was on hold, deadline fast approaching. But a quick search on Grainger.com and Rob found his part. And with same-day pickup at his local branch, he and his crew got the job done, safely and on time. Get supplies and solutions for every industry with real-time product availability. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Staples has everything for school at great prices. So this year you won't go back to school. You'll be ready to move forward with all your school printing from Staples.
Okay, class, refer to the seating chart for your desk assignment. Class?
But we can't read yet.
Don't worry, they'll get there. Now get 30% off school-related prints when you spend $25 or more. This year, go forward to school with Staples. In-store only, exclusions apply. One coupon per customer ends 8/27. Visit staples.com/school printing for coupon and requirements.
You finally got that new car, so you called your insurance company.
Your call is important to us. Please hold.
We are the tippy top workshop insurance.
You ended that call with their jingle stuck in your head. Then you called NJM.
Thanks for calling NJM Insurance. This is Claudia. Let's see if we can save you up to 25% on your auto insurance.
No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. Visit njm.com for a quote.
This summer, the General Building Contractors Association is reminding the construction industry and all workers to stay safe while working in the heat.
Use the OSHA NIOSH Heat Safety Tool app to check the forecasts and get specific recommendations for heat risk levels. In an emergency, the app is also a resource on what to do and the first aid that will save a life.
Learn more about working safely in the heat by downloading Toolbox Talks at gbca.com. We're GBCA, and we're building safer together.
Hey, it's Jen Scordo, 97.5 The Fanatic Summer Golf Classic presented by Corona Premier, happening August 23rd at Ramblewood Country Club. You want to play? Join me at Valley's Bar and Grill in Levittown this Saturday from 6 to 7 p.m. Enjoy Corona Premier on special and compete in our golf putting contest to win great prizes, including passes for you and a guest to play in the Fanatics Golf Classic. That's Bally's Bar and Grill this Saturday from 6 to 7, 6922 Bristol Emily Road, Levittown. For details, visit our events page on 97.5thefanatic.com.
We buy any car. We buy any car. We buy any car. Any.
Did you know trading in your car at a dealer could cost you money? A recent study found consumers who trade in their car pay an average of $990 more. So don't trade in. Sell it to We Buy Any Car. Learn more and get your free online valuation now at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
Find out how much your car's worth at We Buy Any Car.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Can we wrap this up? I need to get home in time for General Hospital.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
8 o'clock hour of the John Kincade Show is brought to you by Martin Law, which is the law firm for injured workers. Visit paworkinjury.com and do not wave on Jamie at a four-way stop. If he's arrived first, just go about your business. Put your head down. Maybe even check your phone because Jamie's going to go first.
No, you know why they do it?
You're the boss.
Because they feel like they're doing something good with their day. They're paying it forward by letting you have the right of way that you already had. Crumbs.
My mother texted me. She's on your side, James.
Yeah, T-Dog gets it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Where
like
is T-Dog?
My anger, I disperse in different places. I don't think that deserves my anger. Somebody waving to you. They're not waving to you like, no, they're not waving like, hi. No, they're going, you go ahead. Yeah, maybe they're being nice. Go ahead. You were here first. Oh, what if they said, go ahead. You were here first. Yeah, you're right. You beat me. Go ahead. Well, then you don't need to wave. It's obvious. It's a waste of a wave. You're trying to steal valor of being a courteous person. I don't think it's in the person's Pat. No, I don't think it's in the person's mind that they're stealing valor. 100%.
What if you're taking a little too long?
I'm not. I'm waiting to make sure they're stopping and not blowing through a stop sign. What does the wave look like? You go ahead. You go ahead. Okay. For those that are listening, he kind of shrunk his head into his shoulders and acted like he was 95 years old.
Wow.
Crumbs. It's a crumb move.
This really surprises me. You go crumb.
Yeah.
You've been hurt by this in the past. I can tell.
It's just so cocky. Did somebody wave you and then you got into an accident at one point? No. Okay.
All right.
Just a cocky move. Got to take people down a couple pegs every once in a while. You know what I mean?
It is funny because
fighting a good fight.
It is, Jamie, because you are so easygoing. You're such an easygoing guy.
Yeah, I got it from my mother, the road rage.
Really?
Yeah, a lot annoys me behind the wheel because I just expect stupidity from everyone. And if you look for it, you'll find it.
I have it too. I have bad road rage.
You really do?
There's a lot of bad drivers out there.
Nothing annoys me more than somebody going the speed limit. Yeah.
Well, nothing. You drive a Lamborghini.
Wait a minute. If they're in the left lane, I agree with you.
Yeah.
If they're not passing.
Yeah.
But if they're in the
I live in the left lane, Johnny. They call me Patty Left Lane.
They call you left lane?
And nothing that, and if they're in the right lane, you're getting on the on-ramp and the person can't get over.
Oh, jeez.
Like, dude, you're not going that fast.
Make the move.
Yeah, let me over. You have room. It's not a situation where you don't have room. That pisses me off. Yeah, a lot of stuff on the road pisses me off. Slow driving, though, and Subarus.
It's the worst.
Are the worst.
If you're listening to this in the left lane right now, not passing somebody, move over!
Yeah, yes. If you look in your rearview mirror and see more than 3 cars, get the hell over.
Hey, Adam Schefter joins us at 8:10. So we will have Adam's thoughts on this.
I'm going to ask Adam his biggest road rage, or not road rage, but his biggest annoyance on the road.
I bet you Adam has some road rage.
I bet you he does.
He may have made a mistake last night in his little fantasy draft. Did you guys see this on Twitter?
No. Bring it up with him, though.
Okay.
Bring it up with him.
All right.
Hey, Phillies round out their series this afternoon in Cincinnati. Ranger Suarez trying to follow up on his incredible outing versus the Mets. I was just looking at it on the Bet Parks app. A gift from the baseball gods, though, has arrived. And I think it's an acid test because I've heard all the excuses. Everybody who plays the Mets has to face Scherzer and DeGrom. So now this weekend, the Phillies do not have to face Scherzer or DeGrom. You get to play the Mets in a 4-game series, and you miss them both because of the doubleheader on Saturday. So there's no excuse for not beating the Mets this weekend, right? Scherzer and DeGrom's the reason that they're so dominant. So this is the weekend. You're 4-11 against them. You should win a series versus the Mets.
You should, yeah.
You don't face Scherzer. You don't face DeGrom. I don't want any excuses. You're home. You're loaded up. Get after it. Getting a few more games up on Milwaukee. Right now, you're 2.5 up on Milwaukee for the wild card spot. You're in the second spot, too. Could make it a far more comfortable September. But I saw this little tidbit yesterday. How about this Cardinals run? Not only do they have 4 games left with Milwaukee during the month of September, where 2-2, 2 at home, 2 on the road. So Milwaukee and the Cardinals both are going to beat up on each other, or someone may go 4-0 and eliminate the other one. The Cardinals have a late September gauntlet. A road trip. 3 at the Dodgers, 3 at the Padres, 2 at Milwaukee. That is nice. If you're talking about it there, where some reason Milwaukee makes a climb up. I can't do any math right now that doesn't have the Phillies in the postseason. And honestly, I sort of feel like the people that are like, yeah, just trade for Durant. Everything's going to be great. They're all going to be healthy. It's going to work. They're going to win a title or 2, and it's going to be okay. I feel that way with the Phillies right now. I'm almost 100% they're in the postseason. And I think that's a dangerous place to be, considering we've seen collapses from a lot of these same players before.
Yeah. Dangerous place to be. It might be an uneducated place to be. And I mean this for all of us. I'm not just talking about you, John. Their Septembers have been horrible. I think I read the numbers out to you guys last week of what their Septembers entailed. It's been horrible. And we're talking the last 5 years it's been horrible when they've been in some sort of contention, a couple of games out or here and there needing games. They've been absolutely horrible in September. And the one person you point to, rightfully or wrongfully, but the first person I think that comes in all of our minds is Aaron Nola. He just doesn't pitch well in September. He's getting the label of not pitching well in big games, although he was phenomenal against the Mets the other night. A lot of new players on this team, when you're talking Schwarber and Castellanos and such, that haven't gone through it, but there's an awful lot of players that have, and Rhys Hoskins and JT Realmuto and Bryce Harper. Like, they've seen the fall of it. I'm with you in that I would put it in my head like 80% they're going to get to the playoffs. But there is that little dark cloud off in the distance that says, look at September's past.
I think I'm almost 100% right now.
Yeah, I'm almost 100%.
And to me, that's stupid.
Yeah.
But I can't beat the feeling.
Yeah, I mean, what's the fun of sports if you can't every once in a while throw all, caution to the wind and just dive in? It's part of why we love sports. I'm 100%. They're a playoff team in my mind. It'll take a collapse for them to not get there, and
which we've seen.
But I'm with you. It's time to beat the Mets. You have to change this narrative. If you're missing DeGrom and Scherzer, no excuses. I don't care if Bassett takes 7.5 hours to pitch this game. You got to beat them. You got to get the offense going. You're at home. It'll probably be pretty close to sellout-ish, I'm assuming. I'm assuming this series.
Well, the Met fans are going to come in and crowd your building.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming they're at least going to get 35,000 in there for this series. Maybe even, somewhere in between 35 and 40. It's time to beat the Mets.
You realize that they win, if they go 500 the rest of the way, they win 88.
That's crazy. I think that was my number. Maybe I was 87.
I was 87 or 86.
I was 87.
Yeah, we're all right there.
In that mix.
Yeah. That's pretty crazy.
They win 88 playing 500 ball the rest of the way.
That's wild.
They're going to get to 92-ish.
I mean, they have a shot. If all things went well, they could be 95-win team. To quote Connor, in what world?
I can't get any more aroused. You need to stop that. Stop that talk.
Thankfully, you and Coach are in the room together there.
That's right.
Hey, welcome back to
Boner buddies.
Wawa Siptopia, your handcrafted beverage happy place. Enjoy smoothies, refreshers, hot and iced lattes, or try the new frozen coffee and frozen refreshers. Gotta have a Wawa.
Guys being dudes in there.
That's it.
Afternoon game today, though. I love that.
12:35.
Oh, I got daddy daycare today, so that's great for me.
That's perfect.
Yeah, girls get the girls down early for a nap, watch a little day baseball. Love it.
Welcome to the
They're not going to nap for you.
Isn't it welcome
Probably
to the
not.
party?
No.
What's it? Welcome to the party? Tom says.
Welcome to the party.
There we go. The party will be
How
this
about
afternoon.
that?
How about that?
Ranger Suarez in his last 5 outings. How about 6 walks, 25 strikeouts, 4 earned runs for an ERA of, this is 5 outings, 1.08.
There's your game 3 starter, folks.
And you're talking over
There he
6,
is.
close to 7 innings per game.
There he is. It's Ranger Suarez. And I got to say, earlier this year, he was struggling.
Oh, yeah.
And Ricky Bo was so huge during spring training saying, don't worry about Ranger Suarez. He's going to be there. And he's gotten it worked out. Hey, let's go to the Landis Block Hotline right now. How about that one? Creating your very own jaw-dropping backyard paradises. It's available to you with LandisBC.com. Adam Schefter joining us this morning. Adam, we've been all over the map with us. This morning we've been just having fun talking about a lot of different stuff. We're getting down to these joint practices, though, and it comes up this week with Cleveland. I wanted to ask, are the practices completely scripted from both sides? Are they collaborating? Do they say, well, half of the time we're going to follow our plan and then half the time we follow your plan? How does it all work?
Yeah, well, it's a combination of all those things that you said. It is collaborative. They go over what they want to implement. They go over what they want to do. They kind of do it together. So maybe, some of your stuff, some of our stuff. Yeah, but the practices are designed. It's become like a league-wide trend. Everybody's doing it. They prefer that to the games. It's a little bit more controlled. And so, yeah, they're working together to make sure the practices come off how they want.
Are you feeling right now the Eagles are worried about Miles Sanders? Miles Sanders misses Sunday, misses Tuesday. I'm worried about the Eagles running back situation and wondering if they're going to go shopping and maybe try to add somebody else into the mix.
Haven't heard that. I think that they feel pretty good about that spot. Miles Sanders, Kenneth Gainwell, Boston Scott. Who else is back there right now?
Huntley.
Yeah, he looked in their preseason opener too. You could always find a running back. I think teams usually are moving on from guys if you felt like you needed, but it's going to be tough to find somebody who's an upgrade over the guys that they have in my mind.
Shefty, getting back to these controlled practices, is this something that might worry the NFL coming up, that teams aren't putting stock, and maybe this grows, that teams don't put stock in these these televised preseason games, and they put more stock into these controlled practices?
Well, again, it's just the way that it is. I think that they just like it that way because they can control it, and it's kind of swept the league. I'm trying to think who started and when. But look, you can do whatever you want with these controlled scrimmages. You're talking about televising them, Bob? Well,
I don't know. Like if I'm Roger Goodell and company, and I say, wow, they're putting third and fourth stringers out there for most of these preseason games that we're televising. Is there something different they should do to get fan interest to see? I don't know. People are losing interest in preseason games. There's no doubt about that.
But that is not a new development. That is an age-old story. And the fact of the matter is there are people who just put it on just to put it on, kind of background music, background noise. Preseason football never has been overly compelling. There are certain storylines that people find appealing. And I don't think all of a sudden they could say, okay, you know what, let's broadcast some of these scrimmages. First of all, the coaches don't want that.
Sure.
And no, it's just, it is what it is. And when the season kicks off on September 8th, we won't remember that we really didn't have a whole lot of interest in the Eagles' second preseason game. It's just how it works. It's just part of the process.
All right, Adam, let's get to the important things. Some road rage discussions came up on the show today. When you're driving, what's the pet peeve you have that other drivers do that drive you absolutely nuts?
Oh, There are a lot of them. First of all, my wife gets furious at me whenever I'm driving, and all of a sudden I'll look down to see, who a text is from.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, she blows
She's
up.
a good woman, Adam, because you shouldn't be looking at your phone while you're driving.
Yeah, then the whole family gets on me. It becomes a family activity. So, no, yeah, it's not like I'm trying not to do much, but yeah, it's a fair point. I don't text and drive, but I'll look down. You stop. Okay. But me with other people, I don't like driving people who are driving slow in the left lane. I don't like people who stay at stop signs forever. I don't like the people who go for Sunday drives at rush hour on Wednesday.
There you go. You got a little pent up rage there is what we're hearing.
Absolutely. Don't we all?
I think it works that way.
And I know I'll tell you something that always bothers me, and it shouldn't, but it does. I think that people who save gas and ride bicycle, that's admirable and commendable, and they're in great shape. But I feel like people who are on bicycles, when they're on the road, they feel like they own the road.
Oh, yes. Oh, I absolutely believe
You're not alone in that one.
I absolutely believe that.
And that always drives me crazy.
When they go 2 or 3 wide instead of getting into a single file line.
That should never be. That should never be. That should be a ticket.
Yes. And it's like they don't have blinkers.
It's not the Tour de France.
No, I'm not looking for a Tour de France outside my house. I just want to get to work. And I got a line of bicycles, taking up the road, and that is one of my biggest driving pet peeves.
Okay.
God, I hate that.
If I said to you right now, Eagles last year were 12th in scoring offense, they were 18th in scoring defense in points allowed. Do you believe this is a team, as constructed, that could be led by their defense? The reason they're winning games this year, as the Eagles win, is because of their defense.
I view them as a balanced team. I think that, to me, there are going to be weeks when the defense wins, and there are going to be weeks when the offense wins. And you just hope that it comes together to give them 11, 12, 13 wins, whatever the number is, over the course of the season. I don't view them as more dominant on one side of the ball than the other. Do you?
I don't, but everybody's so high on this defense right now, and the remake of this defense that I'm wondering.
But hold on. What is the biggest? Okay, Jordan Davis, Nakobe Dean.
Obviously better at corner, and obviously better off the edge. Which doesn't that make everything? Doesn't that make everybody's job easier? Which allows people to.
If you're getting rushed, and you're getting inside pressure, and you're doing a lot of these things, yeah. I mean, I expect them to be a better defense, but are they
led by the defense? Though was the question I led you to.
I'm not prepared to go there just yet. Now, I reserve the right to change my mind 6 weeks from now. We'll see. I think they're going to be a good defense. I thought they were a good defense before. But I don't view them as a dominant defense, right? And so when I'm thinking of the top defenses in the league right now, your mind always goes to the AFC North defenses, the Pittsburghs and the Baltimores. Buffalo's been a perpetually strong. I think Tampa's going to be a really strong defense. Green Bay's is strong. I don't instantly think of Philadelphia in that group. I just don't right now.
They got to prove it to you there.
Shefty, you had your fantasy football draft at ESPN last night, and I saw, and I agree with you, because Jamar Chase helped me win a championship last year. You took him above Justin Jefferson. But for Eagles fans here, and I'm not just talking fantasy, but it's a national outlook, who went first on the Eagles, and what Eagles players maybe went higher than you thought or lower than you thought?
A.J. Brown, I believe, was the first one. I've got some feelings on the Eagles as it pertains to fantasy. In my mind, I think that A.J. Brown's being valued where he should be. He's being drafted around 20, 25, somewhere in that range. I think Devontae Smith is going too low. He's going to have a better year than people expect. And Dallas Goedert's going too low and is going to have a better year than people expect.
Ooh.
Now, Miles Sanders I took last night during the draft.
And he pulled a hamstring as soon as he heard that you picked him.
You know what? I had him last year on a team. We won the championship on the team I had. So
did he carry them or did somebody else?
John, he got a ring. Okay, that's all I'm telling you. Okay, he got a ring. He was a part of the team.
That is absolutely awesome. So the how much do you take out? How should we consume what comes out of the joint practices between the Eagles and the Browns? How should we consume that information?
Well, first of all, you got to go and see it, right? Your eyes tell you a certain story, and I'm not going to be there. So, to consume it, you'll get a vibe. You'll hear certain things. Cleveland, boy, that place. Their head coach is such a great guy, so impressive, and Andrew Berry has close connections to the Eagles and is a really deep thinker and intelligent guy. Impressive. They do have some impressive people, but the vibe surrounding that team right now, they have not been great. They just have not. They've lost a couple of centers, get the whole Watson thing hanging over the whole franchise. That's got to be an enormous issue for everybody there, having to think about that every day and deal with that every day. And that's the bed that they made by going out and giving him a $230 million fully guaranteed contract, at the time when there were all these civil lawsuits against him. And so I don't know how you separate the two. It's just hard. You're right. I'm just glad we're not talking about it every day on a daily basis on this radio station. I would have hated this. Let me tell you something. The Eagles backed away from that early. They never. I think I said that to you at one point. You did. Right? They're not going there, and they weren't going there for the exact reasons that the Browns are going through now. They didn't want to be. They didn't want any part of that. Cleveland's got to deal with it. I like my team a little bit more when I hear you say that. That's great. I'm glad to see them make that decision. They were out early on that. They were out real early. They didn't even start the race. There you go. They withdrew from the race before it began. Adam, do you have a pithy name for your fantasy team? All my fantasy teams are all named per sources. Per sources? Yep. So how do you keep them straight? I like it. But how do you keep them straight when it says you haven't set your lineup for per sources? If you have multiple teams. Well, I'm not worried. Let me tell you something. Somebody as anal, neurotic, detailed, and organized as I am never misses anything on something as important as my fantasy football or basketball lineups ever. There is nothing that gives me more joy that when I'm playing in a fantasy basketball league and it starts and I see that my opponent forgot to get a certain player into the game by the start time and he's locked out. I'm just telling you, that would never, ever, ever happen with me. There you go. Adam Schefter, detail-oriented. Way too seriously. As I say to people, it means nothing, and it means everything. Great job, Adam. We'll look forward to talking to you next week. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, guys. Have a great week. Adam Schefter joined us courtesy of Landis Block and Concrete, landisbc.com. Create your very own jaw-dropping backyard paradise. And Tony Marzano is going to come over, and Christina and him are sketching it out, and then the construction's happening. And I checked the fine print, Jamie. I didn't see what you were referring to about that Jared Nice would bring the team from Landis Block over to your yard. I didn't see it. Maybe it's in there. I told him to put it in invisible ink, so it'll probably show up after you sign. It'll show up later? Yeah. That could be a problem. Yeah, that could very well be. I don't know him to be a guy that would deal in that kind of treachery. Me and Jared handled it. They could do so. All right, we got a lot coming up, including, I guarantee you, the guys are going to argue this one with me till the cows come home. Do cows come home? I think they do, right? Where do they go? I don't know. John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. I know it's the season when you go to the beach, and I know it's the season when you go on vacation, but you don't want it to be the season when you come home to water in your basement. And you know the big storms are coming when the change of seasons come. So if you've been getting in the past water in your basement or your crawl space, or you walk down to your basement and you smell it, it's just terrible. It's damaging your property. It's affecting your foundation. It's jeopardizing your biggest investment. That's why TriTech Waterproofing Solutions wants to help you out. They have a great team that will assess the problem that's going on at your home
and then they're going to take care of you with a 15% discount just for mentioning the Kincade Show. They are the leaders in basement waterproofing, so you can enjoy your summer and the upcoming fall and the winter season ahead by calling and getting your free estimate. They'll make sure that they've taken care of the issues at your home, and they're taking 15% off because you've mentioned our show, The Kincade Show. So call DryTech Waterproofing Solutions now. Mention the ad. It's drytechcorp.com. You know you have that nasty smell in the basement. Get it fixed. DryTech Waterproofing Solutions. Protect your biggest investment.
The John Kincade Show.
I am so excited I can't stand it.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Fred Beans here from Fred Beans Family of Dealerships. This August marks our 47th anniversary. I've authorized all our general managers to do whatever it takes to make a deal. We've loaded our lots with the best new and used car inventory, and you can be sure our anniversary prices are the best, like zero down payment, financing or leasing, and up to $2,000 over book value for your trade. See why it's better at the #1 automotive group in the Philadelphia area during our 47th anniversary sales event. Online at fredbeans.com.
Call 267-454-6814 for full details.
Hi, it's Cuz. Is your summer weight loss plan not working out as well as you hope? Look, hope is not a strategy. This is what you got to do. Contact njdiet.com today. They will contractually guarantee you will lose 20 to 40 plus pounds in only 40 days. Just go to njdiet.com. Their program starts with bioenergetically personalized supplements that are based on your saliva, your hair, and your blood work. And then NJ Diet uses DNA testing to create your ideal diet plan and workout regimen to help you keep the weight off. You're not sure you can do it alone? NJ Diet's with you every step of the way. You're fully monitored by their certified staff to make sure you're burning fat, not just losing water. You'll also get the doctor's personal email and phone number. NJ Diet is committed to you keeping the weight off. It's all natural, no shots, no hormones, no surgery, no prepackaged foods. Locations close by: Newark, Delaware, King of Prussia, Cherry Hill. Worldwide live online video consultations. Call them. 855-5NJ-DIET. Or go to njdiet.com. That's njdiet.com and lose the weight for good.
Realtors abide by a code of ethics. This is Article 9 in action. Beth, a first-time homebuyer, knew nothing about the home buying process, except that she wanted to buy a home. But her realtor had the expertise to make sure Beth understood every document, even giving her copies to review with her lawyer so Beth could close on her first home with confidence. Complicated things explained in simple terms. The difference between an agent and a realtor is real. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
Staples has everything for school at great prices. So this year you won't go back to school. You'll be ready to move forward and build that papier-mâché volcano.
I am not cleaning this up.
Ooh, yeah, I meant the kids. Staples will help them move forward. Right now, Crayola 24-count crayons and 4-ounce Elmer's glue are just 50 cents each, and 1-inch binders are only $1.99. Everything on your list at amazing prices. Staples, we're not going back. We're going forward to school. Ends 8/27 in-store only, limit 30.
Progressive presents Forced Metaphors about bundling your home and auto.
When you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, you get great savings and round-the-clock protection, which is as beautiful as looking your firstborn child in the eyes for the first time. Well, that's a bit much. Maybe it's more like looking your second-born child in the eyes for like the third or fourth time. Point being, the savings and round-the-clock protection are really, really magical.
Forced Metaphors, presented by Progressive. Bundle and protect today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discount not available in all states or situations.
Cigars are not a safe alternative to cigarettes. Looking for a premium smoke? Then welcome to the world of Al Capone cigars, where we're keeping it real. Using only premium natural leaf wrappers, Al Capones are hand-rolled for a unique look and smooth flavor. From mellow to bold to the rich flavor of sweet cognac, Al Capone cigars stand out. Elevate your style with Al Capone My Way. For Al Capones near you, text premium to 909-909. Text premium to 909-909.
If you run a small business, efficiency has never been more important. So for a limited time, Comcast Business is introducing small business savings. Call now to get powerful internet for just $39 a month for 12 months, with no annual contract and a money-back guarantee. All on the largest, fastest, reliable network for small businesses. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 9/21/22. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. Restrictions apply. New business 50 megabits per second customers only. Equipment, taxes, and other charges extra and subject to change. After promo, regular rates apply.
At CSL Plasma, you can make up to $825 this month when you donate plasma at any of CSL Plasma's tri-state area donation centers. That's money you get on a reloadable prepaid card for doing a good deed. Plasma donations help create therapies to treat patients with rare and serious diseases, and donations are needed now more than ever. The donation process is a lot like donating blood, with a nice chunk of change in your pocket when you're done. As a thank you for your time, you don't need an appointment to donate. Walk-ins are welcome.
We all know Philly sports is big business, and we've got you covered every weekday with the Fanatic's Business of Sports reports that are powered by Pico for Business. For information on how your company can save with Pico's incentives, go to pico.com/business.
A new Dick's Sporting Goods warehouse sale store is now open at the Overlook at King of Prussia. Check out can't miss deals for the entire family, including tees, tanks, shorts, leggings, footwear, golf apparel, and more. Get ready to save up to 70% off on thousands of items. Grand opening celebration August 19th to the 21st.
Are you in need of a new lawnmower? Maybe a leaf blower, a weed whacker. And if you're ambitious, maybe you're a real manly man, you need a new chainsaw or a power washer, then you got to go see my friends over at Lawn and Golf Supply Company in Phoenixville, because they have all that and more in stock. I got to get a mulcher for the back of my Cub Cadet XT mower, because raking leaves sucks, guys. Just simplify your life. Go get a mulcher on the back of your mower and just do it that way. Bag it, put it out on the curb. At Lawn and Golf, they have an amazing selection of all outdoor quality equipment, including the Cub Cadet Ultima Series zero-turn mowers. In fact, Lawn and Golf is the only Cub Cadet dealer with elite status in Eastern Pennsylvania. They don't just give that out to anyone. So treat your lawn the way area golf courses do, and those well-manicured office parks you see everywhere. They treat theirs that way. So it all starts at Lawn and Golf Supply Company in Phoenixville. And trust me, if it's a new riding mower you need, you'll fall in love with the Cub Cadet zero-turn mowers. And don't worry, the rain is returning. The lawn will be green again soon. So be ready for it. Head to lawn-golf.com. That's lawn-golf.com. Lawn and Golf Supply Company in Phoenixville. Everything turf.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
There is no such thing as an off-season for Eagles football on this show. More of the John Kincade Show now
on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
The no-look pass didn't work from Jamie to Bob. Little off there.
Little dribbler up the middle.
Hey, your local P.J. Wellahan says it's too nice to eat out at home. Why don't you go eat out on the deck at P.J. Wellahan's? Today'd be a great day to do it with day baseball with your Phillies. Whether you're into wings and burgers or you're craving a fresh salad, they got everything for you. We all love our local PJs, so check it out. PJ Wellahan's.
I got the girls
today
most of the day. Maybe I take them out after the nap.
Wow.
Just get out of the house a little bit. Get some wings. Yeah,
why don't you call Pat and see if he wants to bring Jack, and you guys can kill. You guys can watch 3 kids with 2 of you. Yeah.
Kill kids?
Yeah,
what?
he's currently sick right now, so that's not going to work.
Oh, is he all right?
It's been like this, virus thing that's it's a couple days. Yeah, it's.
Oh, no.
So he's all congested and stuff, but yeah, I'm not taking him anywhere.
Yeah, don't do that. You don't be giving that. By the way, you want good news?
Sure.
Who wants good news?
I like good news.
Do you know Adam Himmelsbach? Bob from the Boston Globe?
Yes, I know the name. I don't know him.
Adam says reports in the Boston Globe this morning. League sources are saying there have been no discussions of any kind of substance between the Nets and the Celtics about Kevin Durant.
Yeah, well, they're pretty adamant that they don't want to give up Jaylen Brown.
They're not into it. There have been no discussions. So the Nets and the Celtics, it doesn't seem real. It's not real.
The Nets don't have a lot of suitors here at the Bears.
No.
New Orleans, Philly.
It's being, though, as reported, the Nets and the Celtics aren't even talking about a Kevin Durant deal. So
I don't trust those Celtics.
Is that something that's being hyped up by
There's
people
snakes in the grass.
Like, think about it. Under Danny Ainge, you rarely heard about things going on when they made really good moves.
Right.
I don't. Brad Stevens took over for Danny Ainge, but was under Danny Ainge's tutelage there for a long time.
Or Thumb?
I don't.
Does it sound like Thumb the way that broke down?
I don't. Yeah, I don't think that you'll ever hear anything out of Boston that is totally.
That you believe.
Correct.
Hey, come on out to our Scramblewood at Ramblewood, presented by Corona Premier. It's our summer golf classic. We've got some spots left for you, but you got to hustle. Tuesday afternoon, August 23rd, so you can work in the morning and then roll over to Ron Jaworski's Ramblewood Country Club in Mount Laurel, New Jersey for the afternoon round at 1 o'clock. Our show and Anthony Gargano's show will broadcast live. Everybody from The Fanatic will be out there. Dinner's included. Your first Corona's free, and you get tickets to FanFest. It's almost sold out. You got to sign up now at 97.5thefanatic.com. And portions of the proceeds benefit the AACR. So you're going to want to be in on that. Corona Premier, Steven Singer Jewelers, Co-Pair, Ferguson HVAC, Everfresh Juices and Juice Drinks, Dry-Tech Waterproofing Solutions, bringing you the Summer Golf Classic, the Scramblewood. At
1 o'clock tea time, which is perfect. We get done our show at 10, so we'll hang out, grab a bite to eat. Maybe Jamie will pour us a cocktail or something.
Jamie?
Yeah, we'll hang out until we tee off. So
I have a heavy pour.
That's good.
Yeah, my dad was
heavy pour.
the looks on people's faces when my dad would make drinks when they came over to the house wasn't good. It was constantly, Bob, go get them more ice. And I was a little kid. Okay, yeah. My dad must have had a real heavy hand.
Betty would not let me make her a cocktail. My wife had to because she said that I was skimpy. She said that Christina made a much better drink than I did. I'm like, wow.
I'm not a real poursman because I don't drink anything besides beer and wine. That doesn't take a lot of thought.
You don't need the good pour.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, people pour wine a lot of people pour wine poorly.
Yeah, but if I'm at
see
home, I
people
don't
open a bottle of wine and then pour it immediately.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to do.
I put an aerator in there.
Well, okay, well, then you do that.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to just open the bottle and start pouring.
Yeah, sometimes it's out of the box, John.
Why am I opening it if I don't want to drink it?
There's some good box wines out there.
Come on,
There
stop.
are some good box wines.
there is.
No, I'm not saying you. I'm telling him to stop.
Yeah.
If I'm opening it, I'm drinking it.
Yeah,
I
it's
ain't
fine.
waiting.
I'm opening. I'm going to let it breathe a couple.
I'm sorry. It can breathe in my mouth.
It's good science.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a recency bias in play, and I worked a piece up on 97.5thefanatic.com on this today. Content, online. Click on it. You can go read in longer form. Recency bias in sports arguments to me sucks. And I think it's a joke. But especially when there's a false narrative. The Flyers organization gets the knack. They live in the past. They're a dumpster fire, and the Sixers are far more successful. Well, it's not true, unless you're just living in the moment. You were born last week. Fact is, the Flyers are mocked for not winning a cup in the last 47 seasons, but the Sixers have gone 39 seasons without a title. And the 76ers have been to the Final Four, the Eastern Conference Finals, just twice in 39 seasons. And they haven't been there for 21. The Flyers have been to the Final Four, the conference finals, 9 times since the Sixers won a title. I know it's fashionable to trash the Flyers, but the 76ers are just getting the benefit of the doubt of short-term amnesia. The Flyers have been much more successful. And it's everything about the Flyers. I've heard it on other shows in the station already. Everybody just trashing the Flyers. Flyers. The Sixers would kill for a third of their success that they've had in the last generation that isn't there. I don't understand where it just comes now the Flyers are just the punchline. They're bad right now, but come on. They've been a much more successful organization.
I don't know about the numbers that you have there, but to say that they would kill to be as successful as the Flyers made me cringe. You're talking, what is it, a competition in futility here? We're talking 50 years and 40 years? 47 years?
It's 40. It's 48 years and it's 39 years.
Yeah. So in
that period of time, the Flyers have been knocking on the door much more than the Sixers ever have. Much more.
Yeah, I mean, you have the numbers there when you just said it.
They've gone 9 times to the conference finals, Final Four. Sixers have been twice.
Yeah, I think part of the reason, if you're, what are you calling it, amnesia, fan amnesia?
Recency bias.
Is because there's probably 5 times more Sixers fans than there are Flyers fans.
At the moment, there are.
Yeah, no, altogether. In this city, there's way more basketball fans than there are hockey fans. I mean, it's not even close.
No, but there was a time when the Flyers were a much more important thing in this town than the Sixers.
Not in my lifetime.
Wow.
Never.
I've lived in the same lifetime, and I absolutely saw it.
When teams go on runs and Flyers go on Stanley Cup runs, are they more popular at the moment?
You couldn't get tickets to Flyers games for years.
Okay, they have their 17,000 people following. We know that. You want to take a sample of this city, how many more basketball fans there are than hockey fans? I'm not even saying hockey fans, Flyers fans. There are, I'll say easily 3 times more basketball fans in this city than hockey fans.
Wow.
No question in my mind.
Well, I absolutely, if you said it today, I 100% get it there. If you're saying since the Sixers won a championship, I don't believe that's the case.
You think there was ever a time in this city where there was more Flyers fans than there were basketball fans?
Yes. No. You're saying basketball fans.
Sixers
Flyers
fans?
Sixers fans, absolutely.
No, you're way off.
I absolutely do.
Yeah,
if you want to share a thought on this, you can at 610-632-0975.
I would say there's definitely more Sixers fans than Flyers fans.
Today, there is.
No, I think in our lifetime.
Yeah.
But the thing is, though, people call the Flyers a dumpster fire. The Sixers are decidedly worse. It's not even close.
All of our teams historically are dumpster fires.
Yeah, but I mean, this one isn't even close. The Flyers have been much better than the Sixers. They've been much better since they won a title, since both teams have won a championship. The Flyers' success rate is considerably better than the Sixers. And the Sixers get the Flyers are the dumpster fire, and the Sixers get a free pass.
Well, because the Flyers just do the same thing over and over and over again and expect different results. The Sixers at least thought outside the box and did something entirely different in trying to get to a title. I think when you sold it to the fan base, people went, even those that didn't like it, like Devon didn't like the process.
I didn't like it, yeah. I'd fall into Devon's camp with that.
He sees now the talent it brought, and I think he's probably more into it today than he was at the time. Because it was an outside the box way of thinking. The Flyers just do the same things. Oh, let's bring JVR back. Let's maybe overpay for a Kevin Hayes, who's a slower type of player that fits our model when the game's getting faster. They just do the same things over and over again. At least the Sixers tried something different.
Where do you fall, Pat, on this?
Yeah, I do think there's way more Sixers fans than Flyers fans. I just think it's a sport that lends to more people being interested in it because it's cheaper to play.
No question.
So, you grow up playing basketball. Not everybody's fortunate enough to grow up playing hockey. When the team's not good and the team hasn't been very good, it's still an expensive sport to go see in person. When the Sixers were bad, you could get tickets for $10 or cheaper. So I think that lends to more fans.
You couldn't even get people in the building.
But even
for
then,
Sixers games.
But even then, it was a bad product, but the tickets were cheaper. So fans, Jamie always talks about the cost of going to a game. I mean, at that point, a family of 4 could get in the building for $30. So I think because of that, there's more fans. I think even the process. Look, the team was bad. There was an interest level around that team, though. Every single year the team was really bad and tanking. It was like, all right, well, let's see what Nerlens does. Let's see what Okafor does. I think there is more of a fan base for the Sixers. I
do too. Now I do.
No,
but I'm talking about since that. No, I really don't buy that at all.
When did you? Do you know what this city is made up of? Like what the demographics of this city is? If you go to 1.5 million people in the city and say, "Are you a bigger Sixers fan or Flyers fan?"
Well, we're going to be doing that.
Look, Legion of Boom, that was great. Flyers,
Boom, not Boom. This isn't the Seahawks, Bob.
Boom, whatever. Like that was a really fun time. That was a really fun time, and maybe it was 2.5 to 1 more Sixers fans than Flyers fans. There's never been a time in our lifetime, John, ever. Look at the demographic of this city. You know what it is. There's not more Flyers fans than there are Sixers. And attendance doesn't matter.
Why does attendance not matter?
Because if the team's, I could still be a Sixers fan, and if the team isn't any good, I'm not spending my money to go watch them play. Doesn't mean I'm not a Sixers fan. You're trying to say because more people paid to go see the Flyers games, there's more Flyers fans. That's just not true. It's not true. Well, I could grab 1,000 people that are Sixers fans that say, yeah, I can't afford to go to the games. I can grab 1,000 Flyers fans that maybe 500 say, yeah, I can. That doesn't mean that there's more Flyers fans than Sixers fans. There's no chance ever in my lifetime in this city that there's never that there's been more Flyers fans than Sixers fans.
I mean, look at what we discuss. That tells you all you need to know. I mean,
no, that's today. We're doing a show today in 2022.
Been forever.
That's been for a long time.
I remember
Flyers are irrelevant.
I remember when the Sixers were not talked about on sports talk radio in this town hardly at all. Hardly at all.
Well, I mean, they sucked for a long time.
That's the point of this whole discussion.
But even when the Flyers are good, they're hardly talked about.
But that's the point of the discussion. In 39 years since the Sixers won a title.
Yeah, they've had some really bad years.
They've had twice that they've even had they've had 1 year where they got to the finals.
Even when the Flyers are great, they're barely talked about.
Yeah,
when the Sixers are bad, they're not talked about. but when they're great, they dominate conversations. I mean, the Flyers aren't discussed on sports radio for a reason. It's because the majority of people that listen don't care.
I remember when Sixers basketball was rarely talked about on sports radio, starting out in this business down the dial. And I remember when it was even from a program director, nobody's calling about that. Nobody's talking about that. It is going to be, it's Eagles. It's Eagles
It's
most
probably
of the time.
because they
Then it's Phillies.
sucked.
Then it was, and the Phillies suck too, though.
Yeah. Most of my teams have sucked my entire
But they
life.
talked Phillies.
But they talked Phillies because they had Phillies.
And baseball was the biggest sport for a while there, even
It
into the
certainly
early
was.
90s.
My dad's generation, it absolutely was. It was America's pastime.
If you want to argue like Phillies and Flyers, I still think you lose that.
I'm not basing
Maybe
fan
there was
support.
I'm
saying
I'm talking to what you said that the Flyers at times were more popular than the Sixers.
No, that wasn't it again. My thing is that the Sixers have had a minuscule
your
of the
original
success.
argument was that the Flyers have been more successful than the Sixers.
Much more.
In this city, by fans. That's what you said earlier.
No, that wasn't what I said. Is when I did the
You're
whole thing.
You're talking about fan amnesia.
Bob,
Am
what
I
I'm talking
losing
about
my
is
mind?
Bob. What I talk about is fans. I'm not talking about fan amnesia as far as attendance. What I said to you
I didn't say attendance.
No, what I said is that NAT, and people can read this on 97.5thefanatic.com. It's about the success of the team.
Content.
Yeah, they've had much better. The Flyers have been so much more successful than the Sixers. It's not close. It's not even an argument.
That wasn't what we were arguing
but that
3
was
minutes ago.
But that
you were talking about the Flyers were more popular in this city than the Sixers at times.
No, what
and
it
I
is
said it's never been that. And the only argument that I'll make is maybe sometimes they've never been more popular than the Eagles. Maybe sometimes, some years, the Flyers may have been more popular with the fans than the Phillies, but never with the Sixers, never with the Eagles.
You should write something on the website counter to him.
Counter it.
Correct.
Oh,
Counter
thank you
it,
for
Bob.
listening.
See who gets more clicks.
The point of the piece being, if the Flyers are a dumpster fire that hasn't won in so long, the Sixers resume it's awful.
Yeah,
it's
but there's
dreadful.
so much more promise with the Sixers.
Right now there is. Yes, right now there is.
During the Allen Iverson era, there was.
And that was a blip on the radar where that actually materialized into something.
Yeah, but
and blink or you missed it. You missed it if you blinked.
2001.
You missed it.
You just had to look in Center City, and there was Sixers stuff everywhere.
Everywhere.
During the Legion of Doom. I mean, yeah, the city gets into it, but it's not comparable. It's just not. There's just more basketball fans.
I'm talking about the success of the franchises. So what do you say? What it is the success of the franchise? The Flyers,
they both suck.
The Flyers have had so much more.
Yeah, but I'm not comparing.
Well, why are they the dumpster fire and the Sixers get a free pass?
Because it's been almost 50 years.
The Sixers are 39. We're 40 years this year.
Okay, it's not 50. I mean, that's a decade. That's, a young kid that's 10 years old.
They've 9 times given you a season where you could sniff a title. Sixers have given you 1.
How many of those you believe the Flyers actually had a chance?
Well, they played in the finals numerous times. They absolutely had a chance.
Yeah,
they were in the Stanley Cup Finals, Game 7.
Once.
They had a chance. They had a Stanley Cup Finals another year. They had a chance. I mean, they had chances to win a championship.
Okay.
The Sixers didn't even get out second rounds.
But yeah, so I think I don't know if it's amnesia so much as they're just more fans of the Sixers.
I think
than
it's
there
what
are
it
the
is,
Flyers.
and they're willing to excuse make because they're Sixer fans. So they're willing to excuse make.
There's no excuses. They're coming up short.
It's 2 generations now of coming up short.
Yeah, that's why they're a kind of a bad franchise. I mean,
why are the Flyers
the Phillies are historically a bad franchise. The Sixers are historically a bad franchise. The Flyers are historically a bad franchise. And before Jeffrey Lurie, the Eagles were a joke.
In Cooney's Corner, we got more of this, and if you want to jump in on this, you can too at 610-632-0975. In Cooney's Corner, Bob wants to share a little bit, an interesting thought on Tyrese Maxey.
Now, let's see what's in Cooney's Corner.
Yeah, should we just screw Tyrese Maxey and just go right back to the conversation?
No, I love Tyrese. No, but if people want to get in on it, they can. It is good.
Yeah, so I was driving home yesterday, and the Kevin Durant thing came up with somebody that I was talking to. Pat, you know who it was. And he says, I said, I kind of like the way the Sixers are made up right now. Like, I like this team. And much to Mike from Delran's point earlier, where he said, how come the Sixers never just get a team and stick with it for more than a year or two and see what's what? And we've talked endlessly about it, right, John, about how they've just rotated players continuously to surround Joel Embiid. So I said to my friend, well, what if they just stand pat and maybe Harden gets better? And he goes, oh, Harden's getting older. I don't think he's going to get better. I said, well, Maxey. He goes, Maxey? How much better can he get? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, no, seriously. He goes, I like the kid too, but how much better can he get? And his points made me think. Tyrese Maxey shot almost 43% from three last year. 43%, second in the league. That's unbelievably good. Two things. One, the league knows it now. He's an outside shooter. You got to get on him. Two, do you think he can, and I'm being honest with these questions, do you think he can emulate that again? 43% second in the league.
No, but I believe he can become widely recognized as an all-star player this year.
Okay. I'm glad you said that. Tyrese Maxey never had double digits in assists. We know he's not a point guard and assist guy. He's not going to jump out in any other case there. Can Tyrese Maxey average a lot more than 17.5 a game? You have James Harden, Tobias Harris, Joel Embiid.
Not enough basketballs, right?
That's the question.
You could probably get to 20, 21.
That would be a big jump.
A 4-point jump. That's a lot. I'll give you that.
20% jump.
I mean, you have the best point guard you've had here in a while.
Who's not getting it if he is getting it?
I mean,
you're going to have
Tobias is probably going to take a little dip, I'm assuming. James might take. I think James is more focused on being a point guard than a scorer.
Now, Tobias's scoring actually got better when Harden came here last year.
Yeah, maybe it stays the same, but I'm expecting like a point or two dip.
Okay. So you think Maxey can go from 17.5 to like 20?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's the improvement
maybe
there.
Like 19.7, 19.8,
now,
something like
my
that.
thing with
that gets me very excited. I don't believe it can happen, but I'm excited.
You'd have 3 close to 4 20-point scorers in your lineup then. Because Harden's going to average more than 20.
Yeah.
How many teams have had that ever? I mean, that would be historically like all-time NBA great teams.
Yeah, you
can't have it. I mean, like 4
sure
teams.
You can if you don't play your bench that much, which is my goal.
And I said this yesterday when I thought it out. I was like, wow, numbers don't just what I said to my buddy was Maxey can be better if he's just more consistent. You know, there were some games last year where it was 38 points, and there were some games where there was 4 and 6 and 8 shots, and it was like, where are you? And I think with maturity, with being in the league a little bit longer, that will come about. But when you just look at numbers, it's a pretty good point. How much better can this kid get? Only because, look, he could go to another team and maybe average 25. And I think he's a really, really good player in this league. But when you do have those guys gobbling up numbers, he's not going to get you 7, 8, 9, 10 assists. This could hold him back from being an all-star, too, John.
And it could, yes.
I think his shot attempts will go
up. Probably on his own doing.
Well, and I think, him and Harden being father-son, as they call each other.
There you go.
I think he'll be a little more.
He averaged 13.5 shots last year.
Yeah, I'd say that's 15 or 16 this year.
By the way, I wonder if that James Harden rise and shine tweet came after.
Oh, he was in Europe.
Maxey with us, though. Yeah, but still, though, he got up early. They talked about he got up early. He got up and had a breakfast, healthy breakfast, and then a workout.
Maxey said it was his goal.
That was not his thing.
Get him up early, working out.
Well, I mean, look, maybe you learn from, sometimes you learn from the pup.
Yeah.
The pup teaches you some things.
Or he just knows his body and he knows he's not made for that 6 a.m. workout life.
Yeah,
not everybody is.
Yeah, as I told you guys earlier, maybe people didn't hear
We get up at 4. What the hell?
I'm not working out, though.
Yeah, talking to somebody in the know, they said that Harden this summer, as opposed to the last 2, is working his ass off everywhere he goes.
That's awesome.
So we're hearing good things about what he's doing, besides just the video we see, yeah.
Should be exciting, and we look forward to you hanging out with us in the final hour of the John Kincade Show. A lot of good feedback on social media regarding our discussion with Flyers and Sixers. We'll get to some of that coming up, too. But last night's Phillies game, it continued to reiterate to us what they can do to bad teams. It's the John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. I know this, Landis Block and Concrete is the project, sort of supervisors. Because my wife's the project manager. She's the one who's designing our outdoor patio. And that's what's great about Landis Block and Concrete. We didn't walk into their showroom, and I call it a showroom. They call it their, your studio where you can go see all of their fantastic materials. But what I really liked is they didn't come to us with ideas. My wife talked about her dream for the backyard. They collaborated, Jared Nice and his entire team getting ready to put this thing together. And then we are going to have it constructed right in our backyard. I love it. If you're a do-it-yourselfer, Jared and the team from Landis Block will help you build your dream backyard and lead you through the process. They can teach you how to do it in their store in Souderton, Pennsylvania. Why don't you go to landisbc.com and check it out. landisbc.com. Your backyard could be everything you dream of. And the best part is they can help you out along the way as little or as much as you need. They're going to create a jaw-dropping outdoor paradise for you. Check it on out. landisbc.com.
The John Kincade Show.
You're a middle-aged man. You can't be a DJ.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
T-Mobile believes customers deserve to get more without paying more. Everything from entertainment benefits like Netflix on Us, to travel benefits, to Scam Shield protection, all with taxes and fees included. So the price you see is the price you pay. When you're a T-Mobile customer, you get over $225 in value every month in benefits with our Max Family Plan.
That's like paying for nosebleed seats and getting to sit in the front row.
That's right. At T-Mobile, your family gets over $225 worth of value and benefits with our Max Plan each and every month. Plus, with our Price Lock Guarantee, we won't raise your rate plan price for talk, text, and data ever.
That's like paying for a cab and getting a stretch limo.
At T-Mobile, you get value beyond the expected.
Qualifying service required. Value based on included monthly benefits. Sales tax and regulatory fees included in Max's monthly price. Price Lock guarantees rate price of talk, text, and data for new accounts with qualifying service. Exclusions apply. See details at T-Mobile.com.
Hi, it's Cuz. Is your summer weight loss plan not working out as well as you hope? Look, hope is not a strategy. This is what you got to do. Contact njdiet.com today. They will contractually guarantee you will lose 20 to 40 plus pounds in only 40 days. Just go to njdiet.com. Their program starts with bioenergetically personalized supplements that are based on your saliva, your hair, and your blood work. And then NJ Diet uses DNA testing to create your ideal diet plan and workout regimen to help you keep the weight off. If you're not sure you can do it alone, NJ Diet's with you every step of the way. You're fully monitored by their certified staff to make sure you're burning fat, not just losing water. You'll also get the doctor's personal email and phone number. NJ Diet is committed to you keeping the weight off. It's all natural, no shots, no hormones, no surgery, no prepackaged foods. Locations close by: Newark, Delaware, King of Prussia, Cherry Hill. Worldwide live online video consultations. Call them. 855-5NJ-DIET or go to njdiet.com. That's njdiet.com and lose the weight for good.
As the official snack of summer, the Philly Pretzel Factory Rivet Bucket goes everywhere. The ballpark, the pool, the beach, even hanging with friends and family in the backyard. Rivets are bite-sized Philly Pretzel Factory pretzels. With dips like traditional mustard, honey mustard, or brownie batter, there's something for everyone. Find your nearest Philly location today at phillypretzelfactory.com and grab a Rivet Bucket, the official snack of summer.
We're very excited about our new show, The Best Show Ever. And we want to thank the best partners ever.
Corpalese, world-famous tomato pie and party trays every bit as good. Online at corpalisebakery.com. And the new Bet Parks app. Everything you want in a digital casino and sportsbook in one sleek app. Go to betparks.com.
Thanks for supporting The Best Show Ever. Afternoons on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
That's the sound of a crack in the ceiling found at a home inspection. But with a Realtor by your side, a newfound leak might only cause minor worries. With their expertise, a Realtor can suggest a credit at closing and even connect you to a contractor to help you shore up that leak and alleviate your worries. When it comes to cracks in your plans, the expertise of a Realtor can make all the difference. The difference between an agent and a Realtor is real. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
Staples has everything for school at great prices. So this year you won't go back to school. You'll be ready to move forward and build that papier-mâché volcano.
I am not cleaning this up.
Ooh, I meant the kids. Staples will help them move forward. Right now, Crayola 24-count crayons and 4-ounce Elmer's glue are just 50 cents each, and 1-inch binders are only $1.99. Everything on your list at amazing prices. Staples, we're not going back. We're going forward to school. Ends 8/27 in-store only, limit 30.
As a contractor installing windows, you deserve a simple choice. Anderson 400 Series windows. They're the cladwood windows contractors trust the most. So much so, they're the windows contractors trust for their own homes. And they even have fewer callbacks for extra peace of mind. When it comes to windows, the choice is simple. It's Anderson 400 Series windows. The windows contractors trust the most. Request a quote at AndersonWindows.com today.
Claims based on 2022 Anderson brand survey of U.S. contractors.
Hey, it's Jen Scordo, 97.5 The Fanatic Summer Golf Classic presented by Corona Premier happening August 23rd at Ramblewood Country Club. You want to play? Join me at Valley's Bar and Grill in Levittown this Saturday from 6 to 7 p.m. Enjoy Corona Premier on special and compete in our golf putting contest to win great prizes, including passes for you and a guest to play in the Fanatics Golf Classic. That's Valley's Bar and Grill this Saturday from 6 to 7, 6922 Bristol Emily Road, Levittown. For details, visit our events page on 97.5thefanatic.com.
Get Xfinity Internet at home free through the Affordable Connectivity Program. Qualifying customers can get Internet Essentials Plus, a $29.95 a month value free. Go to Xfinity.com/free. Call 1-800-XFINITY or visit an Xfinity store today. Restrictions apply.
Philly, we're big fans of keeping you healthy. With Health Fanatics by Virtua Health, explore exclusive articles, expert insights, and so much more. Visit 97.5thefanatic.com/Virtua.
You know what I just did? I just changed the temperature in my house from my phone because we don't have a 30-year-old HVAC system now. We're up and running and more efficient than ever with our new HVAC system from H&H Heating and Air Conditioning. We're up on the Honeywell Home app, and I can control it right from my home. And you know what that does? It makes you more efficient. My wife and I went away 2 weekends ago, turned the house up when we were gone, driving back an hour away, cooled the house down. It's great. The install team that came to my house was on time, friendly, and knowledgeable, and it looked like they weren't even there. They cleaned up so well after themselves. They explained everything to me. They walked me through the system. There was no pressure as to which system we wanted or which was best for us. My wife liked knowing the guys were background checked and they wore ID badges. They even send you a text message ahead of time with a name, a picture, who's coming to your house, what some of their interests are, what their family's like. It's great. When the job was done, Dan, the install manager, did a post-quality control inspection. It was great. They even sent me cookies, people. They sent me cookies and a beer cooler. I love H&H Heating and Air Conditioning, and you will too. So if you're thinking about replacing your HVAC system, call H&H and have them come out. You'll see right away why they have so many 5-star online reviews. Visit DelcoHVAC.com. That's DelcoHVAC.com. And tell them Jamie Lynch says hello.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
I've got a dog named after Nick Foles. You can't get more Philly than that. Always loving the backup quarterback.
How's everyone doing?
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
9 o'clock hour of the John Kincade Show is brought to you by the Bagster. It's a dumpster in a bag. Get yours today at Home Depot and Lowe's. And for details, go to Bagster.com. Pat is the maven of all things, all those materials online and everything like that. Pat, you encourage people every day to go check out 97.5thefanatic.com because there's extra content that someone else might not get just listening to shows.
It's incredible. I mean, I just find myself going and clicking and scrolling, and I think the listener should too. Not just look, it isn't a shameless plug for page clicks. No, this is just like, I think the content is so good on 97.5thefanatic.com that I think that our listeners are missing out if they're not going and clicking and scrolling.
I love that. Love that he's challenging you to do it. So Bobby's challenging you to go do some of that today.
He's a challenge. Heavy Chevy just said to me, he's like, should I post that argument that you guys had back and forth about the Sixers and Flyers? And I said, I think it goes good with what John wrote, but it's up to John.
No, absolutely do that. I think it's great.
There you go, Chevy.
Because I think people...
My content's done.
Because it's weird. Because it's weird, Bob, is that... and it's back and forth. Sure. And a bunch of people on social media feel in different ways. Jason, one of our friends, Jason, doesn't believe it at all. He agrees with you. He says he thinks that he says my Flyers thoughts are skewed based on my background and my interests. And I'm like, Jace, I got to tell you, facts are facts. I'm just talking facts. of the discussion. I don't know why someone looks at the Flyers organization and says, well, they're the dumpster fire, they're the butt of the joke, they're the losers, they're the this. Well, the Sixers have been far less successful since they won a title, and it's 39 seasons. We're not talking, it's 39 to 4, and by the way, it's 47, I'm off. So it's eight seasons more, and the Flyers have had much more success.
Let's go a different way. How about this? The Eagles never, since before 2017, the Eagles hadn't won anything since 1960.
Yeah, but
they've been to 2 Super Bowls.
But they were very successful, though. Knocking on the doors constantly in the mix.
Not by what you're saying.
I'm saying the Flyers were.
Yeah, I know, but the Eagles weren't. But they are by far number one in this city.
No, but the Flyers were. For a generation, were knocking on the door.
But let's just look at the star power of the two teams. The Sixers have gone from Dr. J and Moses to Barkley to Iverson to Embiid. All
a lot of great
potentially
star quality.
top 5, top 10 players in the league. Outside of Eric Lindros, who have the Flyers had in the last 25 years at the top 5 to 10 player in the league?
No, it's the truth. I mean, if you're talking about that star,
Giroux was probably top 10.
And Giroux's a bigger star, Pat. Am I fair to say he's a bigger star outside of this city than he is in this city? His respect factor across the NHL is far higher than it is here.
No, I mean, I think diehard hockey fans know how good he is. I think the casual Flyers fan goes, rip to see he choked in the playoffs.
Dan Baxter says it's harder to make a deep run in the playoffs in the NBA, he believes. I don't know how you quantifiably prove that.
Well, I guess because in the NHL, a lot
seeds.
of times you do see 6th, 7th, 8th
6 or
seeds.
7.
I think that's what he means. Yeah, you have to be a top seed to win in the NBA.
Philly Street Cat says Flyers have never had more than the Sixers. The very next guy, Glenn Habbick, says, I remember getting walk-up playoff tickets in the 80s for a Sixers team with 4 to 5 Hall of Famers, and I couldn't sniff a Flyers playoff ticket during the same time.
Yeah, they were still
not
not even close to being as popular.
We
as
got
the
a tweet
Sixers.
from a guy named Cobb Booney who says Kincade sucks.
That
He
Cobb
doesn't know
Booney,
sports.
Pat, I
And
think
I'm not that guy to usually call people out, but this guy doesn't
Is he
know what he's
related to
talking about.
Booney from the afternoon show, from the greatest show ever?
He just created the
best show
account.
ever.
He just created the account today, actually.
Really? So
No.
can I mute that one or not?
I would. Yeah, he's coming
you
at you
mute
pretty
it.
hard.
Cobb
yeah.
Booney is going after me.
Yeah, he follows
Wonder who
a guy
that
named
could be.
Rock, a guy named Tim, a guy named Glenn.
Those are his followers.
Scotty Rigo, former.
Well, wait a
former
minute. I
Sixers
think I figured something out here. And my son Kyle thinks you're an a-hole.
Wow.
Wait.
No, Lyle. His son's name is Lyle.
The 9 o'clock. The 9 o'clock
Lyle
hours.
Booney.
The 9 o'clock hours brought to you by the Bagster. It's a dumpster in a bag. Get yours today at Home Depot and Lowe's. For details, go to Bagster.com. Yeah, I mean, Heavy Chevy could post that, Bob, and you could just put like around 250 words around it just to sort of give it the context.
I could.
And you could do that. Last night's Phillies game was highly entertaining again, even though it was strange.
So mad. I meant to parlay the Phillies in the over because that pitcher sucks.
Oh, it's terrible.
And I didn't, and I was kicking myself all night.
It was terrible. It was weird to see all the home runs in that one little stretch of time. I know that Ben Davis was making a big deal of it on the broadcast, that to see teams go back-to-back in the same inning was really, really strange. Today, Ranger Suarez takes to the mound, and he's been absolutely fantastic. Bob was giving you the numbers earlier. He's been on a run. Your Game 3 starter. He's been incredible. But do you think Kyle Gibson's making a knock on the door to say, playoff time, think about me too. I want that Game 3 start.
No.
Good. Have the
no?
best competition you can possibly have from here until the end of September.
Jamie goes, nah.
Yeah, like,
Nah, I'm good.
Kyle Gibson's been pitching well.
He's been doing really
If
well.
he's a 4-5, that's a good situation.
Well, if he pitches better than the other two down the stretch, you got to think about it. You can't just blow it off.
Nah, Rangers better. It's blown off.
Okay.
I mean, Gibson's fine. He's serviceable. He's a quality 4 or 5.
I thought you went with Syndergaard last week.
you had Syndergaard.
I was debating Syndergaard versus Ranger. Gibson was never in my thought process.
But now it's Gibson against Ranger, right?
For the 3?
Yeah.
No, it's Ranger.
And then it's Gibson for 4.
Gibson and Syndergaard are probably very similar to me, where it's not going to be the prettiest thing in the world. They'll battle through. They know how to get out of some tough situations. They're very comparable. Ranger, I think, is clearly the team's third best pitcher. Yeah, I don't even think it's close, to be honest with you.
Pat, do you have any debate with that? We're glad we gotten Jamie off of Team Syndergaard.
I like Ranger
for the Game
in that
3
spot.
start.
Yeah, I like Ranger in that spot. He's been a more consistent pitcher. over this last month or two. So I'll throw him in there.
I just feel like Gibson always has that chance to blow up.
I don't actually, but I understand why. Like Gibson's a 4. Like Syndergaard and Gibson.
He's
are
a great 4.
And Syndergaard probably has the same feeling to me. Like, oh God, they're hitting him hard this inning. This could go real south.
Suarez, I feel like, is a 3, and if you don't think he's a 3, then you at least have to admit he's got the potential to be a 3, or has shown flashes of being a 3.
Hey, yeah, I'm sorry, John. I like the left-hander too. After 2 righties,
me too.
That's not bad.
I really do. Yeah, and he throws some gas too.
And you know what? I also wouldn't mind if, however it plays out at the end of the season, if either Nola or Wheeler isn't available for those first 2 games, I don't mind righty, lefty, righty.
No, I don't
if
mind
you have
that
to go
either,
Wheeler
yes.
and then say, all right, Nola, we got to push you back a day, so we'll go Suarez and then Nola.
Hey, Marvel Studios' She-Hulk, attorney at law. This is a strange concept. They got to check it out. Starring Emmy Award winner Tatiana Maslany. Original series streaming this Thursday only on Disney Plus. So you get your opportunity there. One thing we always love to do on Wednesdays is just take a little step back and let Pat bring some takes.
With or without. Either way, it's time for Pat's Takes.
It's time, guys.
Still is time.
Oh, hi, Pat.
Hey, guys. It's me. It's Pat. Such a half-assed intro. Okay, so soccer transfer period, that's in full swing, and the local team made a move. Philadelphia Union was happy to announce the team came to an agreement with Cam Camille.
What?
Cam, who is 10 years old, by the way, told reporters that he is happy to join the organization that he has loved his entire life. He just wishes his father would stop crying tears of joy because it's getting weird and slightly embarrassing. Quote, I have a reputation to think about, Cam said, and I don't want to be known by my teammates as the kid whose dad cries all the time. But he will be joining the Union Academy.
Love that.
Sweet.
Congratulations, Cam.
What number does Cam wear? Do we know?
He's unfortunately he wears number 25.
Why is that
What do
unfortunate?
you mean?
Oh, Ben
That's
Simmons.
Ben Simmons' old number. When he got
Shady
that number.
McCoy? Isn't that Shady McCoy also? Does he tip?
Yeah, we tried
does
to
he-
change the number, but they wouldn't change it.
There you go.
He'll make people forget about the other 25.
You know
Coach.
what? Real quick, while Pat has that in his takes, I just want to say thanks to Cam's soccer coach. His name is Tyler from Spark Soccer.
What do you say, Tyler?
He's the guy that has gotten Cam ready for all these tryouts and all the Union stuff. So I want to just say thanks to Tyler from Spark Soccer.
So he's the real coach. So
He is the real coach, yes.
So why do we call him Tyler and we call you
it
coach?
makes no sense.
Let's call you Eric and call him coach.
You can do that.
There we go.
Calling me giant. It doesn't fit. Moving on. Partying pays off in college. At least it has for Charlie Pollock of Ole Miss, because after crushing keg stands, Pollock will now be tasked with crushing footballs. The Ole Miss football team added Pollock to the team as a punter, and head coach Lane Kiffin said that he really didn't know much about the kid. Quote, the team needed a punter, and they headed down to the closest frat house and liked the kid's versatility as he shined in spike ball and then went undefeated in beer pong. So he basically just said, I don't know anything about this kid. We think we found him in a frat house. Pollock told reporters, my parents wanted me to do some extracurricular activities, and I figured chicks don't dig guys in debate club. Chicks dig guys who play on Saturday. ... Pollock listed at 250, so not only is he a frat boy punter, but he's a beefy boy. So Jamie found his new favorite college football player.
A frat boy punter.
A big beefy boy punter. I'm in on that.
Pat, didn't you ever have debates on Saturdays? There you go.
Pat would have been great on the debate team.
I think you. I'm not making fun.
It seems like you're poking fun because chicks don't dig guys on debate team.
You said they dig guys that play on Saturdays. So if you're a debater on Saturday, that means maybe they dig you.
We're just going to move on to another.
That's a little thing. Pat would have been great in the debate team.
I think so.
We have another beef boy story.
Wasn't it? Were you on the debate team, or was that just
No,
chess?
I was on the chess team.
Oh,
Chess
okay.
team,
So I had it wrong. I honestly thought you were on the debate team.
Chicks love guys on the chess
I
team.
was the token white kid on the chess team. Have a picture and everything. Won the championship. Beat LaSalle's ass. Tell you that much. Yeah.
Was that the only thing you beat
You're a
us in?
state champion.
No, I'm a Catholic League champion. We're not a state champion.
Oh.
But we beat LaSalle. The kid was mad that I was playing because I was reading the paper as I was doing it because he was taking so long. What
were you reading?
I was reading the Daily News.
Yes, you were.
I brought it to school every
Real
day.
bad boy of the chess team.
That's right. I was getting in his head, Jamie. Couldn't take it. All right. We're going from one beefy boy to another. Patrick Reed has had enough.
I hate Patrick Reed.
The live golfer filed a defamation lawsuit.
Are you
against
kidding me?
Brandley
You didn't see this?
Chambly.
$750 million.
Brandel Chambly.
Guys. It's not Jamie's takes. It's as much as Bob wants it to be. It's not Bob's takes. You over there. It's not John figuring out the
three of
names
us were
takes.
talking.
It's Pat's takes.
That's why he's yelling
so
at
I'll
all three
turn
of
all
us.
your mics off, and I'll have the floor. Thank you.
Go ahead.
Chambly, whatever the guy's name, it doesn't matter. The Golf Channel and the PGA Tour, they all got the lawsuit because, hey, why not, right? The price he is seeking, as Jamie laid out, $750 million. Really? The suit claims that they have targeted Reed for the last 9 years while sullying his good name. It also states that Chambly is trying to be golf's Skip Bayless, compared Skip Bayless's hate to LeBron to Chambly's hate for Reed. But the best part of the lawsuit was when Reed's lawyer listed every insult he's faced on the tour, and they think it's because of the defamation. Here are the insults Fatrick has faced.
Now on the tee, the excavator. You suck. You suck. You jackass. You coward. Shovel. Why don't you dig a grave and bury yourself in it? You piece of No one likes you. Everyone hates you, Reed. Good luck digging yourself out of this one. Where are your parents, coward? You cheater. Cheat. Everyone hates you, cheater. You're gonna miss this, you cheater. You cheat in college on tour and you're a piece of Beat the cheater's ass. Sorry, Webb, for having to play with the cheater. Who did you piss off? Why don't you introduce your children to their grandparents, you ungrateful?
Yeah, so we didn't make those up. Those are literally from the lawsuit. Every single one of those insults is listed in the 30-page document where, Reed is seeking that $750 million. So apparently he gets it on tour a little bit. Guess that's what happens when he cheats. Look, the lawsuit goes on for, as I said, 30 pages. No shot at all of this backfiring on Reed. He's basically already spent the $750 million. Unfortunately for people on tour, it wasn't on a rule book. But, good luck. Best wishes, and I hope it works out for you.
Well, I think it's really funny that Patrick Reed, says somebody sullied his good name.
Did he have a good name?
I know
Did he do that to
that's what I'm
himself?
going to say. I know his college golf coach very well, Chris Hack. Great guy. He's produced a ton of players for the PGA Tour. Coach Hack is a great dude. And I will tell you that Coach Hack had to go to, get called in to give depositions and stuff on other stuff that was being said about Patrick Reed. Look, Patrick Reed is a unpopular, unliked person from almost everyone that crosses his path.
Well, with $750 million, you can buy a lot of mirrors because clearly he doesn't own one.
It's unbelievable.
Well, he stole credit cards from teammates in college.
Allegedly.
Whatever.
You got to say allegedly.
Allegedly.
No,
Doug Gottlieb of golf?
No, Doug's is far less. Remember, Doug's is he borrowed somebody else knew the university free long distance number when you used to have to pay for long distance calls. And he borrowed that number to make long distance calls. Patrick Reed's accusations are far worse. The accusations are he literally went into players' lockers on the Georgia golf team and searched through them. Those are accusations and took stuff.
And Brandon Chambly sucks too, so.
Brandon Chambly's lucky that he was Tiger Woods' roommate.
Yeah,
I think that's where he got his career.
He sounds like a guy, if you plugged if there was a D-bag name generator, and you just said, make me a D-bag name.
Yeah,
Brandon Chambly would come out.
That really does scream like country club golf.
Oh, he's...
finally,
you like that, Bob?
It's Brandel.
Finally, what do you...
Today in history, 1957.
I said Brandel.
Hey, over here.
What?
Enough of the Brandley-Brandel thing. This isn't
He
Pam
said
Pam.
Brandy.
This is Pat's takes.
I didn't say Brandy. I said Brandel.
1957,
You said
Richie
Brandy.
Ashburn fouled the ball off. He hit Alice Roth, and as she was being taken out the ballpark, he decided to hit her again with another foul.
Oh, my God.
My dad always told me that story.
I've heard that story since I was 5 years
That's
old.
awesome.
Yeah, it's not awesome for Alice.
Is she okay?
Tell that you just lost
It was
Alice's
70
family as
years
listeners.
ago.
They all listened, but not anymore.
Not anymore?
1972, Steve Carlton won his 15th straight game with the Phillies.
I covered
And
that.
then in 1980, George Brett went 4 for 4, raised his batting average to 401. I only included this to remind people that one of the funniest videos on the internet is George Brett telling a minor league player that he pooped himself at a Vegas steakhouse called Kokomo's the day before. And if you haven't watched that video, you need to right this second.
Brett talked about his butt a lot. George Brett. He had hemorrhoids when
Well, that
the
was the
Phillies
biggest
faced him
story
in
of the World
80s.
Series.
Yeah, and they were like, how are the hemorrhoids? And he said, it's all behind me now. And everybody thought he was hysterical and blah, blah,
He
blah.
sat on the little ring
The hemorrhoid ring.
during the World Series.
Yeah.
He had to sit on the ring.
He's got a great poop and pants story from the casino that's on YouTube if you want a good laugh.
Are you serious right now?
Old?
Are you? I thought you were
serious?
talking.
You just said that.
Oh,
That's just
my bad. I thought we were talking hemorrhoids.
So let's
Not
act-
only does he talk over you, he doesn't listen to you.
Yeah, let's act like
Were
it's
you
never
talking?
happened. In 1980, George Brett went 4 for 4, raised his batting average to 401.
Yeah, I heard all that.
I only included this to remind people that one of the funniest videos on the internet
Oh,
is
I missed
George
that
Brett
part.
telling a
I
minor
blacked
league
out.
player
I thought
that
it
he
was-
pooped
He blacked
himself
out.
at a Vegas steakhouse called Kokomo's the day before.
Patty
Yeah,
blacked out.
I blacked out, Pat.
Just a little blackout session.
Somebody waved at him, and he got all crazy.
Protect your home with DryTech waterproofing solutions. Fanatic listeners get 15% off when you mention this ad from the Kincade Show. Water in your basement, cracks in your foundation, or mold remediation. Trust the experts at DryTech, drytechcorp.com. I will ask, is right off the bat, the reliance on the eyes and evaluation of media members to know what's going on with your favorite NFL team has never been higher. There are NFL teams this year that are limiting the amount of media that is at practices, saying like, okay, you get to come 4 times, you get to come 4 times, you get to come. It's ridiculous. They're now sheltering the players from media scrutiny, restricting media access more than at any time, and then closing practices to the average fan. I don't think it allows a true barometer for fans to understand what the hell's going on around their favorite team.
I could have told you this was coming in all the sports. After those COVID years and the players didn't have to deal with media as much, they went, why are we doing this?
There are in Cleveland this week.
Then they don't care about their fans.
I mean, to me,
do you think they do?
I don't understand it.
I mean, honestly, do you think they care about reporters being a conduit to the fan base?
Why would you limit the amount of people? Now, I'm not talking about
we're a nuisance to them.
Yeah, but you can't have like, hi, I'm Billy's Brown's website.
Well,
Give me
you
a thing.
you
That's
started
different.
giving credentials to more and more people before COVID. Then COVID happened, and now you're going, well, we really opened up our credential horizons here. Do we really want this? And the players are going, yeah, it's pretty nice not having players in the media in the locker room and clubhouse and at practice. They don't want the media.
Oh, no, they
there.
don't.
So this is just the start of it probably dwindling.
I said the Baseball Players Association, they absolutely gave up in the negotiation. They wanted no media in the locker room.
Of course.
And they gave it up. They used it as a tool to get something else that they wanted.
Because the players don't view talking to the media as part of their job. And it is.
No, it absolutely.
But they don't think it is.
A lot of them don't.
Most. I would say most.
Yeah, some embrace it and some are good at it.
Guys like Kelsey and Graham, the veterans.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some baseball. Harper. Guys get it.
Like when you're a movie star.
But you have to
when
be
you're
making
a TV
money.
star, you have to go, okay.
You have to promote your
You
movie.
got to go to Kelly Ripa. You got to go to Good Morning
Yep,
America.
it's in
You
your
gotta
contract.
you got to get out there and you got to promote your product. And there are a lot of the baseball players, it's the worst, but that's because I do believe they feel the most infringed upon because they have to deal with it every day. Microphone in the face every single day.
Yeah, I know when I was covering the Sixers and we were on the road, players were so much easier to talk to because there was only 2 or 3 of us. And like practice gets done and it's like, hey, Joe, can I talk to you for a minute? It's just one-on-one talking or whatever. And it's not that. It's not the 25 cameras in your face. Look, I'm a human being first and foremost. I felt bad having to call a player over at times because I know he didn't feel comfortable talking. And maybe the subject wasn't comfortable talking about. But, as I told players every time the first time I met them, look, I have a job to do. You have a job to do. If I do my job right and you do yours, we're not going to have any problems. And you just hope that's how people can go about it.
I do feel sympathy about the media players relationship, but this is like really sort of ridiculous. Because who do you trust as far as the when they do these joint practices that, by the way, I think Nick Sirianni is going to use in lieu of a lot of the starters playing in the game? So we're just reliant on whoever made the trip to Cleveland to tell us what they. So if Jeff McClain's there, if we've got Zach Berman's there, or whatever, we're just relying on like maybe 5-6 guys sets of eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and they're going to tell you. They're going to tell you what it is.
Well, that's what you do generally anyway, right? So, like, John, if there was 10 guys covering the Sixers and say I was one of them and there was somebody else, and you might say, you know what, I don't like reading Cooney. I'm going to read this other guy. So we always choose who we're going to read.
Some things, yes.
I think the 5 or 6 that are going out there are among the ones that we choose to read. So I think we'll be okay that way. Yeah, it's different. I think is it every team or is it just Cleveland that's doing this?
No, Cleveland's doing it for this week because I was trying to line up guys that
they also have a sex pass as a quarterback.
I think Jamie had a great point there.
And I think they might be limiting. They might be limiting some stuff with that.
And they don't want somebody from Philadelphia, some bulldog, getting access to a Deshaun Watson scrum and asking the questions that maybe the Cleveland media isn't.
Does NBA schedule release day mean anything to you?
Oh, it used to rule my life.
Well, the day's today. I believe
it is today.
It is today. Because I wrote an article last night on the website.
There it is. Content.
Yeah, today is the day.
Plus, if you're ready to laugh along with us and cringe a bit, wait till you hear what the Commanders are rolling out next. It's the John Kincade Show. We got a half hour to go. Cuz Radio coming your way next. They're in pre-show meeting right now, and it's intense here on 97.5 The Fanatic. I want you to contact my friends at CoPair. CoPairHealth.com. You can reach out to them because during the month of August, if you want to get on your weight loss journey now, they've got fantastic deals for you. They're going to save you hundreds of dollars. And all you have to do is mention John Kincade from The Fanatic. What I've really enjoyed, though, is some of the ads I've been able to share with you that air during other parts of the day, where I've been able to interview 97.5 The Fanatic listeners that have contacted CoPair that have now lost 30, 40, or more pounds. They got on it, and they're ready to roll. I still have 4 more pounds that I want to lose to get to where I set my goal at the beginning of the year. And I'm feeling great about it. And I know the CoPair has helped me along the way. Vance and my personal coaching sessions have helped me greatly. Understanding my relationship with food. I had a stressful day yesterday. All I wanted to do was eat. And I realized it now with CoPair that I'm like, I see what we're talking about. There are triggers for everybody. A little bit of a stressful, emotional day. What did I want to do? Buried feelings in food. Well, what did I do? I made intelligent choices, and you can do the same. They're going to help you out, and they're going to save you hundreds of dollars. Check out my friends at CoPair. Go to CoPairHealth.com.
The John Kincade Show.
You can't just tag no offense on the end of something horribly offensive and act like it's okay.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic's 2022 Summer Golf Classic, the Scramblewood at Ramblewood, presented by Corona Premier. Next Tuesday, August 23rd at Ron Jaworski's Ramblewood Country Club in Mount Laurel, New Jersey.
Take a day off and spend it on the links with 97.5 The Fanatic.
The John Kincade Show and Anthony Gargano will broadcast live, and everyone from The Fanatic will be there.
Dad, he got all of that one.
Dinner is included, and your first Corona is free.
Plus, everyone gets a free pair of tickets to FanFest 2022.
This is almost sold out. Sign up now at 975thefanatic.com. Portions of the proceeds benefit the American Association for Cancer Research. Support life-saving cancer research by making a donation to the AACR. Go to 975thefanatic.com/AACR.
97.5 The Fanatic's 2022 Summer Golf Classic.
Presented by Corona Premier, the exceptional light beer. Steven Singer Jewelers. Go to IHateStevenSinger.com.
And 97.5 The Fanatic.
It's in the hole! It's in the hole!
Philadelphia.
In order for small businesses to thrive, they need to be smart, efficient, agile, staying ahead of the market at every turn, and finding ways to do more with less. That's never been more important than it is right now. So for a limited time, Comcast Business is introducing Small Business Savings, a deal for companies across the country. When you call in now, you can get powerful internet for just $39 a month for 12 months. $39 a month, with no annual contract and a money-back guarantee. All on the largest, fastest, reliable network for small businesses, with the company that powers more businesses than anyone else. So if you're a small business owner, don't wait. Call and get started today. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Offer ends 9/21/22. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 50 megabits per second internet customers only. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. Call or go online for details. After promo, regular rates apply.
Fred Beans here from Fred Beans Family of Dealerships. This August marks our 47th anniversary. I've authorized all our general managers to do whatever it takes to make a deal. We've loaded our lots with the best new and used car inventory, and you can be sure our anniversary prices are the best, like zero down payment, financing or leasing, and up to $2,000 of book value for your trade. See why it's better at the #1 automotive group in the Philadelphia area during our 47th anniversary sales event. Online at fredbeans.com.
Call 267-454-6814 for full details.
This week at Macy's, treat yourself and your wallet by using your coupon or Macy's card and get an extra 20% off already great deals, like 35 to 70% off select fine jewelry. Or refresh your look and your space with 40 to 60% off suits from Tommy Hilfiger, Calvin Klein, and more, and 40% off sheet sets from Charter Club Damask and Damask Designs. Plus, Macy's Star Rewards members earn on every purchase except gift cards, services, and fees. Savings off sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
When Big Mobile charges you an arm and a leg, they're taking your money and your power. And your arm and leg. Boost Mobile gives your power back with an unlimited plan for $25 a month on one of America's largest 5G networks. We can't give you back your arm and your leg because we're not qualified surgeons. Unless you're an iguana who can grow limbs back. Switch to Boost and get an unlimited plan for $25 a month. Boost Mobile. Unleash your power. New customers only. One line, $25 per month with autopay. Additional restrictions apply. See boostmobile.com for details.
We're very excited about our new show, The Best Show Ever. And we want to thank the best partners ever. Bet Rivers, Philly's hometown online sportsbook and casino, betrivers.com. And Waste Management, The Bagster, a dumpster in a bag, sold at local home improvement stores. Buy, fill, gone. Thanks for supporting the best show ever. Afternoons on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
No firm in Philly has been helping injured workers longer than Martin Law, the law firm for injured workers. Schedule a free consultation at paworkinjury.com. With offices in Center City, Bristol, Malvern, Allentown, Reading, Sunbury, and Harrisburg, our attorneys are ready to listen and get you the justice you deserve. When you or a loved one is hurt on the job, you deserve the best, a firm that has been around longer than any other. paworkinjury.com. Martin Law, the law firm for injured workers.
Hey, join 97.5 The Fanatic and me, Anthony Gargano, Saturday from 1 to 4 at the Dick's Sporting Goods, located at the Deptford Mall in New Jersey, for an amazing day featuring a Q&A with the Skip. That's right, Charlie Manuel. The latest Nike MLB gear, games, photo opportunities, giveaways, Kona Ice Truck, Balloon Twister, and more. Fans eligible for a free gift, courtesy of Fanatics, with the purchase of Nike MLB gear. I got to get some. The Q&A with the Skip, Charlie Manuel, and me will start at 2 o'clock. Get to the Dick's Sporting Goods at the Deptford Mall this Saturday. Hey, it's Cuz. Are you getting ready for a home improvement cleanup? The garage, the bathroom, big move? Let me tell you about the perfect solution, the Bagster. The Bagster, by far the most convenient, affordable way to help with your cleanup. The Bagster isn't just a great product. It's a 3 cubic yard dumpster in a bag sold at Home Depot, Lowe's, local home improvement stores everywhere, and for only $29.99. Holds 3,300 pounds of waste. Buy it, fill it, schedule your collection. Poof, it's gone. Clean it up with the Bagster dumpster. In the back.
Hey guys, Andrew here to congratulate my friends over at Family and Company Jewelers in Marlton, New Jersey. They were just named SJ Magazine's best bridal jewelry store for 2022. Guys, listen, if you're looking to get engaged, Family and Company is the only place to go. The largest selection of designer jewelry, the best service, and the best prices. So go see my man Angel at the showroom and tell him Andrew sent you, and they will take care of you. Online at FamilyJewelers.com.
Family and Company Jewelers, South Jersey's diamond destination.
Hello. Whether you're at home or on the go, listen to 97.5 The Fanatic on Odyssey on your smartphone, Roku, LG Smart TV, Waze, and more. That's Odyssey, AUDACY. Check it out now. The John Kincade Show.
This group of people, when they put their minds together, they can do something great.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. You know, check out our friends at Corona Premier. You're going to be checking them out at the Scramblewood at Ramblewood. Corona Premier presents 97.5 The Fanatic Summer Golf Classic. You can find out how you can win your way into the Scramblewood at Ramblewood, courtesy of Corona Premier. Just go to 97.5thefanatic.com and click on events. Look who's coming in. The birthday boy is coming in himself.
Best looking 25-year-old we have here.
There he is.
Only 25-year-old.
Heavy Chevy.
Whatever.
Is that how it works out? Only one?
You should have a limp Mike at age 25, Mike.
Yeah, you see that? What's going on?
That is good. Happy birthday, Mikey.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Got his boy band haircut going. He's ready. He's back from the beach. But look what we got. Happy birthday to Mikey What do we have? Oh.
What is this?
A little cake action.
You guys don't have to do any of this.
No, wait
till Anthony gives you 25 birthday punches.
Oh, I know. I'm expecting
that's coming.
I'm
Look at
expecting
this.
that.
Chicks at the same time, man.
Wow.
Question
Thank you,
is,
Chuck.
there you go. And look, even Chuck, the
Wow, look
boss,
at that.
comes
Ooh,
by.
cheesecake, too. Look
And
at
see
that.
He won it with you.
You are special,
Wow.
Mike.
It's a cheesecake sampler.
All
Look
right,
at that.
Mikey, give us your. You think of a big wish you've got.
Okay.
For Philly sports, and then blow out the candles. All right, what's he thinking?
Two chicks at the same time.
Better hours. All right, do it. That it. There you go.
I can't tell you what it is, though, because then
No,
it
you
won't come
can't.
true.
Then it won't come true.
I won't. If it's a championship, it ain't coming true.
Pat,
dude.
I think Chevy could have, back in the day, could have made that before he's happily, coupled up. He could have made that deal happen.
Yeah, I mean, he was out in Vegas.
You got yeah.
Anyone could make it happen out in Vegas with the right amount.
We're not
with
talking about
with
the
right
Buddy
bankroll.
Ranch.
I'm just saying,
talking about the Buddy
the
Ranch.
options are out there.
Heavy Chevy.
Thank you, guys.
Mike, the pride of Newman. Because
That's right,
I
me
guess
and
Egan isn't.
No, he is.
He
He's
is?
Yeah, deep down, I think it's inside him.
Are you on the brochure? Which one of you
that
should be on the
school
brochure?
ignores me as much as I ignore them.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not really nice.
Can't imagine why.
Yeah, I
I
can't,
can't
either.
imagine. Good job, Heavy Chevy.
You know what I
Thanks,
think
guys.
I like the smell of?
The burned out candles?
Yeah.
So do
don't.
I.
Great smell.
I don't.
I love it.
I never realized it until
No, I
right
like
now,
it.
and I just went, I like that
No,
smell.
I like it.
No.
All right, take it on out. Pick something for yourself, though. Make sure now. I know Connor's going to be diving on it.
Yeah, probably.
I mean,
If it's free, it's him.
Dylan's here. Or should Chevy just take one piece and then just leave it in here?
Chevy always does the right thing.
Chevy is just always if he walked in your door, you'd be like, that's a young man you can
Mr. and
trust.
Mrs. Chevy should be happy
They should be.
and proud.
They got like 7 kids too, or something.
Well,
like that. What is it?
what are you, 6?
What are you?
You're
6?
number 6? You're 4. Oh,
He's
you're
4
4th?
out of
Oh.
7.
Okay.
6
Out of 6.
It's
Yeah.
4 out of 6.
6 boys.
They would have had 7, but 6 boys. Can
His
you
dad must
imagine
just
that?
walk around laughing his ass off every day, like, I got 6 boys.
I don't have to worry about girls.
Yeah.
All right.
Weddings.
There you go. Good
Chevy,
job,
you're the man.
Chev. All right, here we go. A little levity today to have a little bit of fun. We all hate the Washington football team, Redskins, or Commanders. We all hate them, whatever they call themselves. But
No, I actually love them.
Why?
They suck.
Oh, well, that's good. But instead of, I guess, celebrating their past, they've decided to try to retrofit their fight song. Hail to the Redskins. Their fight song, they've decided to try to retrofit it for the Commanders. They hired I think, Pat, could be described as a 1940s barbershop quartet to sing it to us.
Like a string band?
I mean, I don't know what it is, but let's hear the first new option for the Washington Commanders fight song.
Hail to the Commanders, hail victory. Fight for our Commanders, fight for old DC.
It just sounds so, it sounds like a Family Guy skit. It really does. Now they have a second option too, and they're letting the fans vote on it. Here's the second option.
Hail to the Commanders, hail victory. Leaders on a mission,
Oh, my God.
fight for old DC.
Leaders on a mission or fight for our Commanders. It's so bad.
Do they have, like, focus groups they test stuff with before they go public?
Now, what was strange is
Doesn't seem like it.
I asked, and Bram Weinstein will join us during the football season, the voice of the Washington Commanders. I was going to ask him, why did they record that in the men's bathroom? Because that sounds like it was recorded on like somebody's phone.
Hey, it's like you're waiting for Sonny Jurgensen to run through a paper thing and go, here we go, boys.
It's
Like,
a
what
beautiful
the-
day. It's a beautiful day for Commanders football.
Oh,
it's a
my
crisp
God.
sunny day here. I mean, my gosh.
Yeah, that's
That is
horrible.
so horrible. It's
good
terrible.
for them. Yeah, they're laughable.
By the way,
their fans are in a low place.
By the way, I'm glad that the our boys, the Junks down there, good guys down there, do the morning show down there. They have rejected the "We Are Commanders." Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. They thought that was like they've crushed that, so that's not going to happen. That is the stupidest thing. That is absolutely stupid. And they don't know what to do. Is to say too is where You have go Birds, go Birds, go Birds. They don't even have a quick greeting.
Yeah, I think they just need to shut up and play football.
Go Commanders.
Try to get better at that, too.
What do two Commanders fans say as they walk down the street and see each other? They're in Vegas, and they see they each have here. You see an Eagles fan anywhere, you go Birds, go Birds. What do you do if you're a Commanders fan?
They say, damn.
Probably cry. Yeah,
shake their heads.
SMH.
That sounds like a...
They salute, Coach? Coach says they salute each other.
They salute each other. Shouldn't they have gotten rid of the song, Hail to the Redskins?
Yeah.
Instead of trying to retrofit it, come up with
Get rid of the franchise.
Come up with a new song? Oh, my gosh, they're
That's
terrible.
embarrassing.
I mean, they're terrible.
They can't actually do that.
I think I might jump in.
No, they are.
I might jump in with Vince on the Philly sports trips to go down to Washington just because I haven't been down there.
I
and
did
wanna
that trip
see
last
what
year. It was fun.
Yeah, I want to see what a bleep hole it is.
Vince is the only person that can make going down to that stadium fun.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, the whole shebang of that entire trip with Philly sports trips is amazing. Absolutely great. Jamie, you have been sneezing up a storm today. What allergy thing is bothering you today?
I don't know. Everything.
It's
What's
my new
bothering-
cologne.
What's Bob's
You wear
cologne?
cologne?
No, I've never worn cologne in my life. I am wearing different deodorant, though. Maybe that's it.
Is that it? Do you have, wait a minute.
I'm actually wearing deodorant.
Wait a minute. If you have deodorant with, I made the mistake of I'm allergic to lavender, and I picked up a bunch of new deodorant, like the fragrances. I picked up one, and I didn't read on it with lavender. I was freaking out.
Oh.
Like sneezing, feeling like I felt like there was a cat in the room, and I didn't realize it had lavender in it. So I got to watch the lavender stuff. It just isn't.
I don't know.
Like
maybe,
a bitch.
Maybe don't wear that,
Yes.
that deodorant tomorrow, Bob.
It's either this or nothing.
I'll go
Do you
nothing.
want? Do you want?
Yeah, you don't wear deodorant.
Wait a minute. You don't wear it. Yeah.
I don't.
No.
Man, this is funky ass smell.
What about Eau de Cooney? What if they came out with that? Would you buy that? You'd buy that on the shelves.
No.
You'd buy that. Come on. No. Hey, in the linchpin, Jamie says, wow, it's schedule release day, and the Sixers are getting a lot of love.
This is the linchpin.
Yeah, thanks to NBA insider James Harden leaking the Madison Square Garden Christmas Day game. But besides that, we know of 3 games on the schedule already, and they're all big spots for the Sixers to be in, which tells me that they expect the Sixers to be very, very good this year. Opening night is usually either the defending champs or somebody in the NBA Finals, or it's a top 10 player matchup. This year, it's Sixers at Celtics. Jason Tatum is probably in that top 10 in the NBA now. So is Joel Embiid. Celtics were in the finals last year. That's a big game. It's an old school rivalry. National eyes will be on it, and the Sixers are going to be center stage. And then they come home for the home opener, and that's against the Milwaukee Bucks. Giannis versus Joel. It's probably, I'm guessing, going to be a TNT game where Kenny, Shaq, Charles, and EJ, lead you into it. Again, all eyes, optimism will be there. And then you get Christmas Day in the Garden. Those are 3 big spots for the schedule not even being out yet. I'm sure there's going to be a ton more national games. If I had to guess, the Sixers will be top 4 or 5 in national games. I think the league expects big things from the Sixers this year, and or maybe even possibly a trade.
Good. Good. This team, with Joel Embiid, Maxey, all that stuff, this team needs to know that even the NBA expects you to be really good. Boom, here you are, opening night, Celtics, go get it. Christmas Day, go get it. First home game, Milwaukee. I think it is good for the players to realize, if they haven't before.
All eyes on you.
Yeah, I really do. I think it's time to, we've said this before, for years we said that Simmons and Embiid, well, they're still so young. There's not that anymore. And sorry, Tyrese Maxey, I know it's only your 3rd year in the league.
3rd year.
Yeah, sorry. You got to, and I'm not saying he's not grown up and mature and all that, but everybody has to be mature on this team because a lot of eyes are on you. So here we go. I love that they're getting that kind of schedule.
Yeah, and the rest of the schedule will be out today. I think they'll be a top 5 national game team. I think there's a lot of star power on this team. I think the recency bias at the end of last year and into the summer was that of another underperformance. Now that the season's here again and we're on the cusp of it, this is a star-studded team. And I think a lot of NBA fans, maybe it's hate watch, but People will be watching.
There you go.
You'll either be rooting for them or against them, because I do think Joel Embiid is hated by other fan bases, and I get it. I'd probably hate him too, because he's that dominant. He's dramatic. He talks smack. He's just kind of fun. But the league is telling you they expect the Sixers to be a top team in the NBA this year.
I think the hate for him throughout the league has grown to pretty much every organization.
But it's great. I love it.
But the Knicks are going to get a lot of national exposure, too, and the league's not telling us that they think they're going to be good.
It's just Madison Square Garden on Christmas Day. That's all that is. Unless the Knicks get Donovan Mitchell, and the new rumor is they've re-engaged in talks to acquire him. I still think he ends up going there.
Why should the Knicks get that kind of...
It's Madison Square Garden. It's not even the Knicks.
Why wouldn't the Sixers host a
unfortunate news up there? James Dolan might be looking to move the team once he gets MSG built out in Vegas. He might want to walk away from the Knicks and the Rangers.
Once he gets MSG built in Vegas?
Yeah, apparently there's an MSG project going on in Vegas that's his new focus.
There's a new stadium being built there.
I don't want James Dolan to sell the Knicks. I think he's great for the Knicks and great for the NBA.
I don't think the NBA would give him Vegas.
I don't know if it's just he wants to be the building only and not own the team.
Oh, yeah.
But there's a rumor that he might be looking to sell the Knicks, and that sucks. But that's just
I think we know somebody collectively that very much wants to be involved in the ownership group of a team in Vegas.
Yeah.
So
I think that Knicks thing is strictly MSG on Christmas Day. Like, you saw how excited Harden was. He said the Garden on Christmas, exclamation point. Players still get up for that, even if the Knicks suck.
There is something different about the Garden.
Oh, there absolutely
I mean,
is.
and I tell you guys a lot. Sometimes there'll be games on that if it's at a certain venue, I find it more, if a Philly team isn't involved, more enticing to watch. And the Garden's one of them.
Are you talking like watching a game at Fenway or something?
Yeah, Fenway.
You're sneezing now, too.
No, it was a cough. I got something stuck in my
Man, that's good. All right, Bob, something you didn't get to earlier. You were talking about where potentially the Eagles might not be as good at a certain group or a certain position as we think.
Well, listen, we all agree that it comes down to Jalen Hurts, and if he's not as good as you need him to be, then the team isn't going to be. It's kind of an exercise in how good this team maybe is. Can you say another, now with Miles Sanders being out, that's one of them, but we kind of talked through that a little bit. Is there another position that if they don't perform up to what we expect, it's going to make this team, a lot worse than we thought? Now, you can't say, if the wide receivers aren't good. You can't say that. You could say one.
If the pass rush isn't impactful. If the pass rush is not impactful.
Do you have linebackers that can make up for that, though? And do you have secondary that can make up for that? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I think they might be so good that, no, I shouldn't say so good. I think they might be good and deep enough that take away the quarterback, they could have flaws at other positions, but it won't hinder the team all that much.
So there are other things that can be covered up that are blemishes.
Yeah, I think
there are blemishes and there are zits.
Jamie was talking about the depth in the secondary, which is something we haven't really gotten into, but there is depth there. Wide receiver, you have depth there. I mean, if Dallas Goedert falls off, you might be in some trouble.
Oh, you're screwed there.
Yeah, you're probably screwed there. But is that going to lend to you, like, losing games saying, this season might not turn out? I don't know. I just think that this is my point being, this is such a deep group, it looks like, besides the quarterback, I think you can have failures at other spots, and they can be made up for because of their depth.
What if a position group isn't that deep, and you could go to the Gargano family, maybe fill one of the spots? Maybe would there be? Is that an option there, cuz?
Yeah, my man. Listen, he's going to be backup QB.
What?
When you next year, quarterback? Quarterback?
Yeah. There you go.
Right now, he's all baseballed up.
So it's baseball.
What position are you? What position are you in baseball?
Catcher, pitcher, and third baseman.
Little bit of everything, my man.
See, that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Be diverse. The more things you can do, the better you can do there. So, back at quarterback, though.
Yeah, he's working. I'm stringing the tire in the back.
Oh, are you really?
Yeah, dude. Old school tire. He's not allowed to eat until he gets 10 in a row.
dinner won't be as exciting. Are we still in the? We're not in the heart of baseball season now, though.
Fall ball.
Fall ball starts when?
It's already started. We're
You're
practicing, and so he works out with a team in South Philly, and he has his team with the Heat, and so he plays on basically two.
You still with the
teams.
Koplovs?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So he's got practice. So I got him and his buddy RJ with me today. So they're gonna be riding shotgun.
So like the Magpies that's an interesting, unique. Is there Magpies gear?
Yes.
So they have Magpies gear?
Yes. I'll get you a hat.
What does Moss?
Wait, you don't get a T-shirt.
What does Moss want? Maybe if there was a baseball item for Christmas, Moss, what would it be? If there's some baseball item that Santa was going to make sure was under the tree this year, what is it? Something and dream high because Santa listens to this show.
What do you think, Dad?
Something big, maybe. Something you could want.
Or trap.
Oh man.
What do you think?
Mike Trout glove?
Mike Trout glove?
A Mike Trout glove.
All right.
Look at that.
That's good work, Coach.
How am I going to get
Maybe
that?
we can Coach, could you get on that? Tell Santa.
Let's see what we can do.
You're the Santa. You
Make
are
a
the
call
Santa.
to Santa.
You are the Santa contact on that to be able to
Come
do
on,
that.
Coach.
I'm
Make
telling
it
you.
happen.
Moss,
Get him a bat.
Moss, can you always hear Dad in an event when you're playing, or is he quiet?
He's really.
Really loud.
What do I say to you?
He's supportive, though.
Run.
There you go.
Yeah. Hustle and run.
Yeah, but Dad's just giving you positive affirmation.
Get down on the ball.
He's making you a Philly guy.
Keep your leg. What did I tell you about your feet?
Step to the pitcher.
Yes.
There you
Stride
go.
to the pitch. Don't open up.
That's
There
right.
you go. That really works out well. By the way, we talked about it earlier on the show today, Cuz, and I wanted to get your thought on this. I don't want Schwarber back at leadoff. I want Stott sitting there the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Let him sit there because he's the future. And more importantly, Schwarber should be batting more towards the middle of the lineup or in that power alley of 3, 4, 5 area. But when Bryce comes back, he's going to be 3. He should be back in there.
Here's the problem. Are you going to stack your lefties? That's going to be the issue.
Yeah, I don't want him batting leadoff. I love seeing Stott out there.
Listen, I get you. My only problem is about how you're going to maneuver Schwarber. Like, you don't want him down too low. Are you going to move, because your other right-handed power bat, you got Hoskins and you got Castellanos. So,
and Hoskins has just been amazing.
He's been incredible, right? So you really want to go Hoskins, Harper. You're going to go watch Schwarber, then Castellanos?
Would you
go that route?
Would you guys have a problem with Hoskins batting second? Because I would not.
No. So you want to go Stott, Hoskins, Harper, Castellanos, then Schwarber?
I think I'd be fine with that.
We're not even mentioning the best hitter on the team right now, and that's Alec Boehm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's
because I do believe
he's a 6-hitter in my eye.
It's funny. I was just making out a lineup, and that's exactly where I
think he's a 6-hitter now. But
he's got him actually 7th.
Yeah.
I could see him being a 2 someday.
He could. Listen, he should have more power. Like, he's a really good hitter. And I think he'll actually grow into more power. I was having a conversation about him with somebody who from that organization, and they expect him. He's such a good hitter and a disciplined hitter that he actually should hit. He should sell out a little bit more for power.
Are you intrigued by Maton?
No.
You are not. Jamie's not. You're not either, right, Jamie?
I mean, he's a fine, bench piece.
Right.
Jack of all trades kind of guy.
It's tough because he seems to be, that. But at the same time, you kind of want to get him at bats so that when he does, he's not just getting, 3 at bats a week here and there. So it's that fine line. I think you got to put him on the bench, and when he can come in, you do that.
What do you think about? What are you thinking?
I just want to see more of Maton. But I don't want to see. I don't want to see it at the expense of Segura. That's why I'm excited to see him. I'm excited to see him play the outfield today.
But what's going to happen? Are you really?
Yes.
You like Maton that much? Huh?
No, I just want to see more because when people were giving up on Stott earlier this year, I was saying put him in the lineup. Put him in the lineup every day. I don't care if he's hitting 178, and now he's hitting 222 or whatever it is. It's all going to come around. The young man's going to learn.
I think you're right about Stott. Maton, I don't think he's a legitimate starting prospect. I think he's a utility. I think Bobby said it right. He's a jackknife kid. next year, you're going to love it because when they go get Trey Turner,
it's going to help.
And then Stock goes to second full time.
Works out well. I understand the entire production of the show today. Moss did it.
Yes.
Salchunas put his feet up.
No, he's not doing anything.
So look forward to it today.
Massimo and RJ.
There you go.
Devon's got a little schedule leak. He's got the Phoenix coming in 11-7. Lakers coming in 12-9. Golden State Warriors 12-16.
Oh, that's a nice Christmas pre-Christmas. All right, there you go. Listen to Cuz Radio coming your way next. Multiple Cuzes on the show today.
A lot of Cuzes.
Hey, support life-saving cancer research. Join us and our generous partner, All Seasons Comfort Control. Make a donation to the American Association for Cancer Research today. Go to 97.5thefanatic.com/AACR because cancer research saves lives. Happy birthday, Heavy Chevy, and we love you. We'll be back tomorrow. Ricky Bowe will be with us for the 9 o'clock hour tomorrow. Cuz Radio, followed by the best show ever. Have a great day, everybody. It's the back-to-school sale for my friends at Window Nation. Window Nation's going to tell you right now, the savings are absolutely incredible. But what's even better than savings? Not opening your wallet until 2025. That's amazing savings. You lower your energy bills, you raise the value of your home, you get the new energy-efficient windows that you need, that you want. You can have them today, and you can get them installed by installers that have an average of 16 years of experience. You can do it with a company that's got an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. That's Window Nation. Plus, you're paying nothing. You don't put a down payment down, you don't make monthly payments, and you pay no interest until 2025. This is the greatest deal, and it's going to help you get through it. Buy two, get two free. That cuts your deal and your cost in half, and I'm not making you pay till 2025. Well, Window Nation's not. So here's what I want you to do. Today, do your window shopping. Every size, every style, every color, online at windownation.com. Then call them at 866-90-NATION. That's 866-90-NATION.
The John Kincade Show.
Oh, geez, look at the butt on that. Yeah, he must work out.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Hey, it's Cuz. Look up. Is your roof old, tired, maybe even starting to leak? Don't trust just any company that does a roof. No, trust Anthony and the true roofing experts at LaBruciano Roofing.
Anthony!
The only roofing expert that I trust, Anthony LaBruciano. His team at LaBruciano, one of the few roofers in all of the land that has earned the prestigious honor, Certainteed 5-star select shingle master. That means the best warranty in business for you. 50 years from the manufacturer, 25 years on the expert installation. Call now, schedule an in-person on-site estimate. You'll have the peace of mind you're dealing with the best. Call 610-265-ROOF. That's 610-265-ROOF. Or go to PARoofPros.com and you can check out their beautiful new 23,000